It is finally here. The wait is over. The matchup you've been dreaming of, Cat Noises versus Froyotech Part 2. In the first matchup in the regular season, these teams battled it out in one of the most intense action-packed matches in the history of TF2, with victories coming down to just mere seconds. Now Cat Noises was able to give Froyotech their very first loss ever inside of RGL, and they will meet again in the biggest match of the season, asking the question of who will come out on top. Will Cat Noises be able to win back-to-back seasons, or will the resurgence of Froyotech be able to take back the crown that they've worn so many times? I am Sigafu, joined out here with Dolphin behind the scenes, and Zagron to my side. How you doing out here, Zag?
I'm good. Really excited for this matchup. These two teams, the wait has been long for them to have that rematch ever since that Borneo match that feels like so long ago. Really looking forward to see what they have to bring to the table here in this final match.
And there's going to be a lot to be bringing to the table with the map selections that we have going on here tonight. So let's just kind of touch on those. Right now it's so Froyotech, they're picked upward. And then we saw Cat Noises choosing Steel, which is always a fan favorite. I mean, who doesn't love watching a match on Steel? And then Cascade for the final map, if needed, if we need to go into an overtime. And Zaid, what are your thoughts with these map selections that came out for this grand finals?
I feel like both teams with their, first pick, they went with a map that they're really comfortable on. Froyo definitely have had good performances on Upward as Canoises have had really good performances on Steel. Both teams are definitely strong on both maps, but I feel like they really just went for pure comfort here in the first one.
Yeah, I mean, Froyotech, the thing that's really unique about Froyotech style, and I've talked about it a little bit before when it comes to Upward, is that they do a really great job, playing very aggressively, especially on defense, which is something that teams still kind of struggle to get used to. And so I'm kind of curious to see what they'll be able to do with that. But on the other side, Cat Noises, they have some unique strategies. For instance, like a lot of times they will not run a scout on defense. You'll see them kind of going for a more heavy defensive style, and they can kind of get some unique plays. Especially with Mirrorman playing Pyro on the third point of Upward, getting those air blasts off the cliff. That's definitely something to watch out for. I mean, what are your thoughts going in for the second round on Steel? Do you think Cat Noises will be able to win their own map?
I think they definitely have what it takes. They've shown very strong steel play, and they definitely play well around the map as a whole. That sounds a bit, obvious, but when I say that, I mean like, steel's a map where everything can go wrong. So many things can happen on steel that just throw your plans to the wayside. But Cat Noises play in a way to minimize those mistakes a lot. They play super safe. They make sure they get the pushes when they need to, and I do think that they have what it takes to take their own map and send it to map 3.
And map three is going to be on Cascade here, and that is a little bit of an interesting pick, just purely because what have happened to Froyotech in the semifinals. Do you think that Cat Noises will be able to repeat what happened inside the semifinals?
Yeah, and for those who don't know, in the semifinals, Freo lost a couple rounds. They lost the entire map to Prevail, the third seed, and that semifinal match went to 3 maps all the way. And in the first time they played Cascade in week 4, Freo Tech also dropped rounds to the fourth seed team. So Cat Noises have picked a map that Freo have struggled on. Every match they've played, they've dropped rounds. And with that in mind, I do think that even if Cat Noises haven't played the map the most, they got a forfeit win on their week. They just picked for the point of making Freo as uncomfortable as possible. And I do think that they can, pull through on that map if it comes to it.
Yeah, and it'll be very interesting. I mean, I think the big thing when it comes to Cascade, we're talking about a little bit in the pregame, but it's just not really a sniper-friendly map. And it's, Yosh has been a really outstanding player for Froyotech, and I think that's going to be a really big thing as we kind of could talk about rosters coming into tonight. Why don't we just talk? Let's actually just go over the players, each team here. I'll take Cat Noises. We'll have Speedy probably playing Scout, Jarrett on Demo, Daff will be on Medic, Fallen Lord on Sniper, Mirman likely playing Soldier, maybe flexing a little bit to Pyro. Demento will be a flex, probably playing Spy, maybe a little bit of Heavy, a little bit of Engineer, depending on the map. I guess Carson, they got Carson playing tonight, so he actually will probably be the heavy class. Demento will probably be rotating between Pyro, Spy, as well as Engineer, but probably a lot of Spy play I think we can expect out of him for Cat Noises tonight. And what do you see on the Froyotech side?
On the Freo Tech side, we have Banny, scout player extraordinaire, also will flex to soldier if needed. Zilly will be that other flex, soldier scout. Yosh will be the sniper holding down the fort. Ash will be coming in as an engineer spy flex similar to Demento. Nursey on medic as always. Habib on Demoman, and Garbuglio also being sort of a flex, but expect him on heavy for the majority of the time.
And kind of we can go over a little bit of the matchups here. I mean, what do you think when it comes to the let's just talk about the sniper v sniper because anybody who
Mhm.
doesn't know is not familiar with competitive sniper battles is pretty much one of the most impactful things in the game, especially just snipers in general are one of the most impactful, classes in the game. They're just so crazy powerful. They can really set the dictate the pace of the game. And tonight we're going to have a great one of Fallen versus Yosh. And what are your thoughts on that matchup?
Fallen been, one of the best snipers in the Highlander Prolander scene for a while now. He's very consistent. He's on a lot, and when he's on, he hits every shot. Yosh plays very aggressive in comparison to Fallen, playing a bit more passive around his team. But when Yosh gets hot, he gets really hot as well. Yosh can just walk forward and basically kill the whole enemy team before you even know what's going on. So I do think that this matchup is going to be very momentum based. If Yosh gets shut down early, Fallen's going to walk forward, and the rest of Cat Noises will follow him.
It'll be an interesting one. Just to let you guys know, we are live in real time, so in under 90 seconds, we will be starting up here with the first map. Actually, did I hear a countdown? No, I lied to myself. But we will have the setup time as well. Maybe let's talk about another kind of matchup here. Is we have Jared versus Habib on demo. Habib obviously top tier demo man. Jared has really done well for himself, especially inside of the Highlander scene. What do you think about that matchup for the demos?
Both are definitely legacy players by this point. Jarrett having that streak on K and D, Habib coming in with the dominance on Furyo Tech in many game modes. And while they're both very strong players in their own right, I have a feeling a lot of this match and their impact is going to be determined by how much they're allowed by their team to walk forward. If people are going to be flanking them, making sure they don't get rushed, whether or not they're getting enough heals, and the timings on the Ubers and whether or not they can get flashes deal crucial damage. I do think it's a very close matchup, and we're going to see every sticky matter when it comes down to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Habib, especially here as we come into the final seconds, getting into the startup of the round. And here we go. This is going to be the first round. This is a best of 3 inside of this map. So first team to win 2 rounds on Upward, they will win that map and we'll go on to the next map, which will be CP Steel. But it's me, Freytech, starting out on defense here. And looking like they're going to run an engineer heavy, Banny on scout. So it looks like no pyro, no spy, which is, pretty typical for the style of defenses to be putting down some stickies there. But I was just about to talk about Habib is, Habib's really great at, Demoman, they create space. Habib's a very aggressive Demoman, especially when you have such a star medic behind you, being able to dish out those heals as well as getting out the arrows and stuff like that. Really can do wonders for your team. But as we're talking about this, Ash really a unique placement of the engineer, as well as the teleporter Exo, which just kind of, I think, kind of shows the kind of game plan that they have going on here. I've never seen a gun up there in any real way. The teleporter exit can allow you to get an aggressive hill hold, but I don't know, what are your thoughts on this coming out of Ash?
It's a very skirmishy style. It's basically there to stop the bomb, aggressively. When people walk up tracks or people bomb up, it's there to stop that, and then he might rescue ranger it back to a more standard spot. But for now, we're looking to play a bit more spread out, just not drop players early. We do see early spy play coming in from Demento as expected, as he's about to go for play here on Playground.
Yeah, he's got the decloak in. He's waiting. He's waiting right now because you can see Nursey is going to be hiding in that dispenser. She's waiting to kind of wait for that bomb to come in. Demento does get spotted there. Here comes in the bomb over the top. It's going to take down the gun. Demento's not going to get anything. Nice job out of Nursey, I guess. I don't know if she purposely checked that or not. The teleporter will go down here, and that actually is important because that will stop the enemy team whenever you kill Freytech now. They're going to have that long walk up here, but not a horrible suicide wave coming in here. Obviously, they didn't get what they want, but, we'll see how they can come back from this as they're going to bring out their medic.
Yeah, the gun and the telly definitely is a very good start, and Demento did escape alive, so he will go for instant decloak on Sniper, doesn't get it. Garbulio was the earlier trade, so right now 6v6 is Yosh with an opening SVS. They're going to pop in here quick.
Habib actually got disconnected from the combo. He's got an arrow to be able to resurge back in here. 60% supercharge left here for Nursey. Coming forward is she's going to connect back up with Banny, but that trade is seeming to allow Freytech to hold on here. They just have to hold this high ground. Zilly is
Carson.
on... Oh, Carson comes around. He takes down Habib. Banny's going incredibly low as well, and this is going to force Freytech to back up. Great job coming out here. Jared going over the top so far. He's actually going all the way back to spawn, and this aggressive hold coming out from Freytech as Jared's actually camping Habib at spawn. But he's got spotted out. He's going to get taken out there by Garbulio, down for another 7 seconds as Cat Noises is going to see this. Demento now on Pyro. a little bit of an interesting choice for offense here, so we'll see how well that works out for him. As Fallen trying to create space up on the hill, but he is going to lose that SVS.
Fantastic early pressure from Canoids on all sides. They do get that first point. Right now they need to regroup and get together again. Ubers will be here shortly for both teams, and right now they need to be able to take hill. As we see Yosh standing tall in that rock, it's very hard to peek this. They need to find a way to force him off. They're trying to walk up left hill here.
And they're doing a good job. Habib actually, he's a lot of damage there, going down to half HP once again, but Nursey doing a good job keeping him up. And this is Mirman trying to get some foreground for his team. You saw Cat Noises, they get chased out of tunnel, but Zilly going down incredibly low. Yosh loses the SVS. Here comes a Uber charge here for Freitech, and they're trying to hold on to this as long as he can. Daffnil has nobody popping on, but Banny's going for the flank play. He gets the half. Daffnil's so low, but gets the med pack, but no! The soldier over the top gets the drop, but Speedy from behind, he's able to get one. Zilly down incredibly low, will be able to keep his life as he grabs that little med pack, but Nursey did go down. Only 3 players alive here, but the respawns are faster for the offense, and so we'll see if Cat Noises can take anything with this.
Yeah, that bomb was so good by Garbuglio and Banny. They did get the drop onto Daff, but Demento on the Pyro came in from the U-turn and got Nursey in return. So with those players trading, you know, the offense having faster spawn times, they will get hill here for free, and they're walking up here.
We'll see what Freitech wants to do, holding on to. A headshot does ring out from Falling. He's looking for another Demento back onto Spy. Level 3 Sentry Gun holding passively there. Here comes in the D-Cloak, going for it. He should get a backstab on the Heavy. Gets the sap. No, doesn't get the sap, but doesn't matter. The gun goes down. Goes down. Mirman pushing in here. A lot of damage done, and that's going to force Freitech back. Jarek's going to follow it up, not let him get back out onto this point. Banny is looking to make a cute play, but he gets spotted out. They are not capturing this car right now. Speedy needs to go back and just get that objective. They will do just that. And here we go. Freitech dropping the first 2 points. 3 minutes, 27 seconds. That's a solid time of coming out from Cat Noises.
Definitely. The pressure there from Carson in the window along with Demento's D-Cloak. Easy point capture right there for them. Right now, Fallen's trying to get forward, but it will be, you know, just a bit of a slow push right here, waiting for the cart to get up. No reason to trade Ubers before it's up, as we do see Cat Noises take the house here as we have one person on cart. Zilly going down early, meaning some area open on Bucket to pressure. Demento trading out for that spy pick.
Yeah, the big thing is they want to take control of in this balcony area, and they do just that. Garbuglio goes down, but Carson getting his head taken off there by Yosh, but Fallen now is able to kind of work that sightline if he wants. Onto Yosh, who's being healed up to that 185, and Yosh is going to get a kill onto Mirman. I believe that was on cart, and so right now just a little bit of jostling for position. They do have overcharge
Demo
ready.
trade.
Yeah, but Daff gets forced off there, Benny. Yeah, oh, the headshot is running in. Daff.
This push is so dead.
Yeah, that push is not there. I mean, but this is the thing too, is that one of the things that teams kind of get caught up in is just not getting onto the card. I know they wanted to bring the scout into that, but you know, if you got forced off there, it might have been better just to run in with your pyro and get the scout on the card just so you get that first hill. But now Freitech's sitting with a commanding Uber advantage.
Yeah, everything going in Freya's favor here on this defense. We do see, you know, a couple of kills get traded back, but they do have the sniper, the gun, and the soldiers still up. They will just defend this cart. Carson gonna get pushed off here. But, you know, it wasn't a planned push from Cat Noises. You know, Banny went in and he got the great force off, and they kind of just, you know, said, you know, run anything up, try to get whatever we can. Once their meta got forced out there, that was a lost push. The fact that they got him out again, so he will have Uber shortly, is the big win, as well as Demento getting an entry pick here onto Yosh. So they're gonna walk up with that.
Yeah, they got to be careful, though, not to leave the objective too far away. Speedy actually falls into the pit there, but the cart is very Actually, no, Habib's going to try to contest the cart. Here comes up the overcharge coming on it. Jared Habib, he gets disconnected. He's going to be able to link back up with Nursey. The gun's going to get unsapped right now, and Habib jumps back in, but he's going to fall back down onto the cart. He's going to jump back into his team as Banny's going to help clean this up, and they are going to get absolutely nothing with this. And this is the problem right now with Cat Noises, is they're not focusing the objective during these pushes at all.
And so really bad focus from Cat Noises in that push. You know, the cart was being blocked by Habib's demo man, the spy was sapping the gun, and really the Uber was just sitting in main not doing much. So, you know, they're just kind of stalled out here. Jarrett goes down and that push will be dead after that.
Yeah, just questionable choices coming out of Cat Noises. A little bit more control during these pushes. I mean, honestly, even if they just got it up during the first hill is like one of the hardest hills to get up.
Easiest to spam.
Right, and so it's like, if you can just get it up that makes everything just so mumuch easier. And you can see the respawns, you know, Garbuglio down for 17 seconds. You know, you gotta hope they do this, and the cart's even rolling backwards right now. So Cat Noise is really just not really together right now, but looks like they have 100% ready to go.
Yeah, Demento went Pyro so he could be more of a cart pusher. Entry pick from Fallen onto the Demo Man. Big pick here. They're gonna walk to the corner right now.
Times 3 on the cart during this Uber push. Jarrett's trying to find anything. Good flashing coming out from Daffodil, keeping Carson, who's very aggressive. He's going to run into Banny, taking him down to half HP. Goes underneath to grab the sandwich. Demento's still pushing this cart, and this is exactly what you want. They're all focusing the players right now, so Demento's getting a lot of free capture time. Banny going back in. Great air shot coming out of Jarrett there, taking him down, and this should be the 3rd point for Cat Noises.
Yeah, that's more like it. You know, they had someone on cart the whole time. They took bucket control. Mirror Man flanked from the Sea House to kill Yosh, so the sniper wasn't watching. And this is exactly the kind of push you want to see on upward third here. One more hill to get it up. Demento getting targeted by the gun and the demo here, but it looks like he will be able to. Soldier in the back doesn't get daff, so this point will be barely contested, but it will go over here in a second as it is up that last hill. Or maybe not the Dome Man play. Habib.
Daff going down, just one player left alive here. And Froyotech somehow cling on to this point, but I gotta imagine Demento, yes, he's coming back up as Spy. For sure, so, this is... Go ahead.
Yeah, fantastic push there. They managed to get, you know, all the cart time they'd lost. Ash with an aggressive gun here to just try to deny as much space as they can, you know, but the Spy Cap doesn't really care much about that. But, you know, taking ground, that's what you want to see from the team. The ability to focus an objective, to focus players down.
Spy, Demento, he's spotted though. He gets away. He's just barely. Speedy though. He's gonna come in for a sneaky play. He's gonna get
Scout.
it. He's gonna get it. Oh, he barely got that. The gun pushed him away, and he died with his last breath, able to get that 3rd point. And that 3rd point is so huge. Willie, no, Ash goes down. Mirror Man, here comes in Jarrett. He's chasing Nursey. Nursey able to save her life by dodging into the dispenser, so that soaks the damage instead of her. Nursey should be able to get back out here with Zilly. But again, that 3rd point, that capture point, so important because of that closer respawn, and it really forces Froyotech to back up here. 7 minutes, 52 seconds, really just not a great time here.
Yeah,
looking close to 10 minutes for sure for Cat Noises.
And Froyotech does have upper here. They managed to get their sniper into stairwell, their combo's upper, they have full Uber here. So it's looking to be a full-on defense coming out here. Trade onto Yosh though, really good pick. So now your sniper is free reign. They will walk up with this.
They're going to come in here. Here we go with the Uber trade. Going to be basically even right now. Looks like Zilly's going to drop down, try to find Demento, who's going to just blast him back. Zilly will be traded out in this lower area. Will they be able to get anything? Demento trying to run and gets Habib.
Reflect.
So incredibly low. He's chasing. Habib's being kept alive by Nursing. Eats an arrow. Demento still wants to chase forward. Habib's going to go all the way back. Nursing's going to drop down back to spawn. And so now Cat Noises does have control of the upper area. A lot of spam. Gun goes down. This is looking very good as they go into the final point.
Yeah, Fallen is set up in tiles right now. That sniper's so hard to contest as they have heavy on cart. Demo Man as well spamming up. Soldiers bomb top left. This looks really set for Cat Noises.
Habib goes down, the Soldier goes down, no explosive classes up here. It's just going to be Yosh and Zilly. Here comes out the Miracle Pyro play, but no, the sniper takes him down so quickly. And what a decisive final push in there. Only 60 seconds to take it. 9 minutes and 6 seconds here for the first half. And what looked to be, I mean, it should have been much, much worse there, honestly, but Cat Noise is finally getting it together, and even if they lose that first round, that was a strong finish here as they're getting set up on defense.
Yeah, you know, it took them a couple tries to get that 3rd push right, but once they had their ducks in order, you know, they walk straight into 4th, they do everything right, they trade properly after the initial sniper pick, they get their sniper into tiles, they get their players buffed on cart, their soldier jumps up or spawn, and, you know, it's just a really clean take, you know, instant, really, from what it seemed like. But, you know, 9.5 minutes, it's still a bit below average as a time in Prolander, you know. It could have been faster if they didn't beef all those 3rd pushes. So, you know, Froyo definitely do have a chance in this round here coming up.
And, I mean, we've seen Froyotech, you know, be stifled, you know, on their offensive pushes at times. I mean, there's definitely been a couple of games where they've struggled with this. So I'll be curious to see what they're going to be going on up here. But, I mean, honestly, if you look at Cat Noise, if you take away that 3rd point, like, their offense was phenomenal, like a really, really fast time. But that's really what payload comes down to, is just get one good hold on any of the points, and you can be able to bleed this out. And so we'll see what Cat Noises can do. They're currently, we talked about a little in pregame, no scout on defense here, so they're opting to run a pyro, heavy, and engineer, so going full flex here out on this point. Mirror Man up on that pyro class. More traditional spot here for the sentry gun as we see Fallen getting that first headshot.
Yeah, speaking of flex, we still see Ash on this offensive engineer trying to push the cart. So no spy means that gun is very hard to get, and that sniper, you know, the only way you really kill him is with an SVS kill. So really just gotta wait to see what they can get onto Fallen here, as that engineer does go down on cart. We'll have to see if he swaps off to something a bit more useful from this point on.
Yoshi's in kind of in a unique spot here up on top of those rocks. He's kind of going for a crouch play, trying to get a sniper play. I mean, I guess in this circumstance, you kind of avoid SVSs against Yosh. If you're the defended player, do you just go for other strikes as Banny gets killed there on cart?
Yeah, Jarrett going down early to Yosh though. It looks like their rotation wasn't called, so no Dome Man means they're gonna look to walk up here, try to get some spam. Soldier bomb in onto the sniper, so he doesn't have rain there. Fallen gets the pick onto Garbugler, so trading soldiers. But still the holds come out.
Soldier.
Nurse's about to walk out of spawn here.
I was gonna say Soldier dying here. I don't know if that's the. I mean, like taking down Yosh is great, but losing your Soldier means that you're losing flank, and that's what Banny's taking advantage of right now. Here comes a new charge from Habib. Mirman doing a great job blasting back Nursey. That's gonna leave Habib exposed as he gets reconnected back up there with the medic to get that overcharge onto him. We see Mirman be able to get back up here. Banny takes down Carson, and Speedy's still on that Cow Mangler despite an engineer on the offense. Zilly coming in here, gets blasted in, gets a lot of damage onto Jarrett. Ash, though, on the flank, he's going to get Sentry up, and that's going to cause some damage here as Freutech is taking control of Playground.
Yeah, they're looking to go full flank here. Mirman on that Pyro, definitely doing tons of work protecting his gun, so that's still up. The flank isn't free like it was when Carson tried to do it.
That gun is going to be suspect here as the engineer Demento did go down. It finally will get taken out here, and this is surely Freutech. Yeah, they're going to give up this point here to Freutech. Banny's chasing forward. Habib going as well. It's a nice pipe. Actually sticky onto Jarrett, and Banny's going to clean him up. And so Jarrett down for 16 seconds, and that is going to cause Cat Noises probably not even to hold Hill.
Yeah, no Demo Man, no Engineer. You can't hold that. We do see Demento swap off of Engineer onto Spy. That's interesting. They don't think they can get a hold up in time, so they're going for a full skirmish comp here.
Nursey spotted Demento, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, they are looking to walk forward here. It is even Ubers, but when the offense has this high ground, it's very hard for the defense to hold, as the Uber does come in here on the corner.
Mirrorman doing a good job blasting back, yeah. And this is going to be a much better Uber here for the red side. Benny going all the way around. He should pick up Speedy underneath there. He will do just that. Arbugio is going to go down from the detonator, but Habib's going to try to create some space for his team. Fallen is struggling to find a space, but here we go. Banny coming in from a flank once again. And here we go. Banny going in for it. Gets spotted out. Medic goes down. Banny's able to get dapped. It had like 4v1 and Cat Noises. It's just everybody's dead right now. 17-second response, and this is going to make a difficult third hold for Cat Noise, which is, we just saw Freutech hold so incredibly well, but the question is, will they be able to transition?
Yeah, Demento's been swapping around classes. He tried Scout to try to contest the cart. Didn't go well. That sniper in the way was too much to handle. Too much from Mirrorman power. Look at Yosh here in C House. He's going to look for a quick med pick. If he can get this, the third hold is completely kaput. He got it!
Oh no! The body shot! He's spotted. He's going to go down, but that man is going to be a happy man on death. And Nursey up on that 100%. The thing is the cart does take a little while to get up here, but here we go. Garbiglio pushing in. Jarrett eating half damage early on here. Zilly trying to create some space. It looks like they're just getting the cart in position before they're going to go any for this. Banny taking down Fallen, though, so no sniper here, and they're going to get a lot of ground before they are forced to use a Uber.
Yeah, that does come out trying to solo out the gun here. They get Jarrett as a bonus as well, but the gun doesn't go down because of that. It's still up here as Mirrorman doing a great job denying, as always, on this Pyro. Bomb in, not going to do much from Speedy as the Heavy and Demo are walking up. Gun finally goes down here as they're looking to take bucket control and cart control as well. Sniper on that ramp. Can't recontest this. Third's gone.
Yeah, third's gone for sure. I mean, that's always a challenge. I mean, great. I mean, I was all set up from Banny making the flank play. I mean, that's really what, Freutech players do such a great job at, is just kind of sensing weakness and just going for, positioning kind of early on. That's going to pay dividends later. Jarrett going in very
solo
aggressively.
demo contest. Oh, no,
yeah.
Soldiers here too.
Yeah, and they're going to actually try to do this. Mirrorman, he's going for a flank play. Nursey has only just a sniper to protect him. Actually, it's going to be Zilly to do this. They're going to regain control. They stopped it from going up the second hill. I think
Sniper's watching.
Banny was going for aggressive flank plays and actually made it so there's only times one onto it. Sniper onto the card here. Gets a headshot onto Jarrett. Fallen's trying to do something. Here comes Speedy onto the cart into 1v1 against Banny. But Banny goes down from the headshot. And so we'll see what he can do. Ash will be able to get this cart, but they did at least get like a valuable 20-30 seconds denied out of Freutech.
Yeah, and it's those seconds that really determine, whether or not you'll win or lose that sometimes. But they're popping Uber here. They're still contesting third point. They don't want to let it go.
And they're going for Nursey. They're going to probably get the force. No, I guess. I mean, he has a detonator, so it's kind of hard to get a force off with just that. Fallen's trying to get a miracle snipe here, but I don't think he's going to be able to do anything. Nice job out of Jarrett. Yeah, and here comes in Freutech. They're going all the way through. They take down Jarrett, take down Fallen as well, going all the way to this final point. Speedy, though, behind onto Nursey, gets the frag. And so that's going to give a nice Uber advantage here to Daff. And they're not giving this up. They're still going into the third, but they can't. There's no way they can stop this. The cart's right there. Daph has to be careful not to die, as Jarrett, Mirman, and Speedy are all down right now, and they're going to fall back to this tile hold, but with only 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. I mean, that's plenty of time for Froyotech to push, but that's also plenty of time to defend.
Yeah, that play from Kano is exactly what they wanted.
Speedy!
You know, getting
Taking
Nursey
no
again.
Nursey!
Yeah, so they just play as aggressively as they could. You know, as long as their medic gets out, they're fine with losing players. They do get Nursey off the back end twice in a row now, so all those contentions worked out. But Banny in here trying to make that even. Great snipe from Fallen from the main spawn. Saved his medic's life.
And Jarrett getting another pipe onto Garbugio, who's trying to get some space onto Daph. Daph now with an 80% advantage. They have to be careful right now because inside this upper area, they don't have anybody to help them out with hit scan. You know, they don't have a pyro or a heavy, but it looks like Carson and your man are going underneath. Yeah, they're going to have 6 players in that tiles area, and that's going to be very difficult for them to push into.
Yeah, this is the dream setup right now for Cat Noise. You know, they have full gun, everyone in tiles, snipers in there watching down in that cart. They have a Cal Mangler too, shotting the cart. But as I said, their sniper loses the SVS. Nursey doesn't have Uber yet, so they won't be able to push off this yet. Their sniper is going to edge in here to try to look for a pick until Nursey gets Uber.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's pretty easy to hide from a sniper as long as you don't cross the windows, which is a pretty big choice you have to make. Nursey though coming up to 100%, Habib getting ready to go here, but they have Mirman to stuff this. So I assume the counter pop out of Cat Noises will be able to just deny us, but Habib's trying to get a free pop out. He's getting so aggressive. Here comes in Garbugio onto the medic, gets the pop out of Daph, but it's going to be just in time as Nursey goes off, and it's still a player advantage in the favor of Cat Noises. Mirman's going to go for a flank play, jumps all the way down. The banner comes out from Speedy, going into the enemy team, getting a lot of damage, but not enough. Nursey does get traded out, though, and Habib coming back up here. He's not being spotted. Carson goes down as Zilly dropping down onto the cart. Jared is going to be able to take him out as Mirman coming up is going to take down Habib as Garbugio is trying to take down the gun, but with the Wrangler in a solo, he's not going to do that. Banny does take down the Pyro, and so this is going in the favor of Froyotech right now, but the respawns are coming up here for Cat Noises. We'll see what they're able to do. Here comes in Speedy early onto the cart. A lot of damage onto Banny. Is able to pick up that frag. Ash putting down the Cinch Gun with the Cow Mangler cannot deal with, but the level 3 is still up, and that is what is important. And it looks like Cat Noises will be able to continue their holds.
Yeah, tiles became a wasteland. Everyone got, you know, popped Uber, popped banners, everyone died, both medics, you know, died early. But the upper spawn area was held clean. The sniper and the level 3 gun was too much for Freyo to contest with. And now with a minute left on the clock for Cat Noises to hold, the Ubers are even, and they still have that upper last setup. Tiles is inaccessible, so Freyo have ways in.
The big thing here is they need to take down the gun. If they're going to take this final point, Froyotech need to take that down. Me, since you're going down in this lower area, Habib, you got all Cat Froyotech going in to that tiles area. Ash onto the cart. Here it goes. Carson, though, is in that lower area. Speedy takes down Yosh as well, so no sniper here. Speedy going behind. He takes down one more. He's going to go on to Banny. Banny going down to half HP, but able to keep his life. 5 players up for Froyotech, 44 seconds. Mirman, got to be careful. He doesn't need to suicide his life here, but Banny is going to take him down. Still keeping alive. Finally will get traded out. Carson, though, this is Carson's position here right now. I don't know if you get a camera on. This is so hard to take out. You cannot push in unless you take him down. And they have this kind of, I mean, this is going to be very difficult for Froyotech, but they're going to do their best. Here comes out the Uber charge. A lot of focus onto the gun. Goes down. Here comes the Nash in the cart, but it's going to be Carson taking him down. They're going to let him but Speedy from behind. Here it drops down. He gets silly. The Uber charge comes out. It's going to be able to do enough. He's whipping. He's whipping for his life. Banny onto the cart, 10 seconds, but Speedy's recharging. But Banny, here he goes. The soldier back in, but Speedy takes him out just in time, as well as Banny. Habib doing 1-8-10, but he's going to be denied. And Cat Noises will hold on to take the first round. What an insane hold come out from Cat Noises here, as they're able to claw their way back in with an epic final point holds.
Absolutely crazy final 30 seconds from that match. The Uber was popped onto the gun. Demento and the gun instantly dropped. So, you know, the gun not being a factor, last turns into a war zone. Anyone can go anywhere. And anywhere they did go, Soldier jumped in with the Cow Mangler. You know, ran out of shots, so he pulled the whip out on the heavy. Speedy managed, or Daftel managed to get to Speedy and flash him, so he had an Ubered whip Soldier defending the cart with every breath he had. Managed to get the heavy kill, whipped out the gun, reloaded, defended long enough for spawns, and they managed to hold that. They clawed it back from the brink, really. After that gun went down and Daffodil dropped a couple players, you know, you'd think that Froyo have it, but the last second clutch defense from Speedy gave them just enough time, and I cannot think of a way we'd end the first half that's closer and more interesting than that.
I mean, just so insane. I mean, Froyotech, they had such a clinical push there. Took down the gun right away. Took down Carson right away. Like, those are the 2 big things they need to do. Jarrett went down. I mean, they did everything they needed to do, but just individual plays coming up. I mean, but that's also the thing, too, is that focusing down the gun, focusing down Carson, focusing down Jared. They still, it's like so many different areas they had to execute, and they did it well. But you still, because you're splitting your focus so much, that allows players to step up. And Speedy did a good job. He hid behind enemy lines. He didn't reveal himself until he needed to. And then Daffodil with that clutch Uber, I mean, just insane. Yeah, what? I mean, this is what we saw out of the like every single round inside of the regular season match. And so looking at the stats, though, let's take a look at these logs. We see Yosh top fragging for his team at 26 and 14, but Fallen's right behind him at 23 and 14. So these teams, and actually Banny is tied with I mean, look at these numbers. Almost everybody is toe-to-toe with each other. I mean, almost every single class is right there.
Yeah, definitely. It's such a close match determined by, the smallest plays that went out. And we have to also think back. That match, 4 seconds left, the cart was on the lip. What would have happened if Cat Noises didn't recontest third? They got
Yeah,
so
no,
much
it's very
time
true.
from those defenses that looked so dead from every angle. We were calling them, pretty sure everyone in chat was calling them. But for Cat Noises was just keen to fight for every inch, fight for every second. And that is the mark of a team that wants to win. They're not going to give up anything for free, and they come out every second did end up mattering, and I bet they're glad now that they did that, and they're going to keep doing that for the rest of the match.
Yeah, it's one of those moments where you're kind of like, it definitely had us scratching our heads like the solo demo man Uber, but it's just a really good job. I mean, that's how you have to play against Froyotech. You have to claw your way for every single second in a stopwatch match. And that's what we saw here. Kind of looking at the team frags and stuff like that, what's kind of interesting is Froyotech had about 12 more frags and about 2,000 more damage than Cat Noises. So, I mean, kind of on that front, they did really well, right? I mean, and I think that's what we're going to be seeing a lot of when it comes, to Froyotech. Like, we're going to probably see them get more damage. We're probably going to see them get more frags, but really it's going to have to come from the team play of Cat Noises to kind of be able to make that up. I mean, when you have such world-class players that you're going up against, you're really going to need to give everything you can. And this is a surprisingly long downtime in between rounds. I gotta imagine
Froyo's talking.
Yeah, they gotta. I don't know who's not readied up here, but this is very unusual. Usually, most teams they want to ready up like a minute after the game's done. Like usually, we barely have time to talk, but this is very interesting. And I mean, that's the thing that we saw inside the semifinals is that Froyotech, they take their time, they talk it out, they adjust, and they come back and they dominate. And so now the big thing here is that Froyotech, the way that it goes A, B, B, A. That means that whatever you did on the first round, you do the opposite in the second round. And so because Froyotech started with defense, now they're going to start with offense. So now Froyotech will be setting the time. So we'll see what they can do. What would have the time? I mean, it's kind of crazy to think, but they defended that cart, with the final seconds. I wonder how long Cat Noises could have continued to hold on to that point. Froyotech was pretty much all dead. But we'll see what they can do. Cat Noises kind of going with their traditional lineup that we saw the last time with no scout in all of the flex classes.
Yeah, and always the upside of defending first, when the map starts out is you get 2 offenses in a row. You get a chance to instantly correct your mistake if you made one on that and set a pace for a second round if the first round didn't go well. And that's what Froyotech had the opportunity to do here. Both pushes were made or break by the third holds in all realism. Third holds were the difference maker in this map. The fourth hold got sloppy, but that's just because how it is. Once the timer's down, you really got to think about what you need to do. And if both teams know what their third holds are going to look like, they might have to look at other places. Do Froyotech change their offensive setup? And they do here as Ash runs the spy early to try to get an earlier first push.
Yeah, he's going to get himself up. Looks like we're coming into our first pause.
Hold them from there, really.
And so there we go. Time's back up here as Ash is getting himself. He's always on Cloak and Dagger. He's kind of running a little bit awkwardly, but I realize that's what he's doing, just kind of getting himself set up here. And I'm kind of curious. We didn't see Froyotech do a suicide wave, so I'm kind of curious how they're going to be playing it in the second half.
One big coordinated one with a sap.
I mean, that's what makes sense.
Zilly going down. It's kind of a bit harder if your Pyro can't run tracks. Gun gets replaced a bit further back already.
But usually you do your suicide wave when you're pushing cart, because, you're not losing any time, right? Froyotech, they're just kind of pushing cart and poking, but they're not really doing much. But actually, it looks like they're just going to pop the Uber here pretty quickly.
Yeah, they're probably looking for one fell swoop, get everything with one push, and that's why the spy's just sitting on Cloak and Dagger. He's not on the timer to decloak. They all can go together, and that's
decloak coming in. Demento, backstab, sap. great bomb in, overcharge, force from the cat noises. Ash is able to, I'm sorry, Nursey's able to hold on to it. Zilly will go down. Banny's coming in from behind, should take down Jarrett here. No, actually, great job Canal from cat noises to do this, but Yosh gets a nice headshot onto Jarrett, but Nursey's still onto that 100%.
They need a pushing class.
Yeah, then,
just Sniper here. Oh my god, Sniper did everything. You remember I said Yosh can walk forward and kill the entire team before you know what happened? Yeah, he did that.
Yeah, that is the hill of death. When you walk, that is like that every sightline basically possible is open. And Daff knew that. He was trying to bait the shot out of Yosh before he went up, but yeah, this is, I'm kind of wondering here if how Cat Noises, they got, this is how they got screwed over in the last round, is where they try to hold on to this, but Yosh goes down, nice backstab out of Demento, switch off to Spy.
Yeah, so now they all have a chance to set up. That Sniper gets set up across, your second hold is dead. Great force in here from Speedy. They're going to try to get what they can, but Mirrorman on that Pyro going to do a good job denying so far. Scout running in, though. They're going to get a kill.
Banny, he's going to do the same thing he did last time, which is he loves to go for these flank plays on the second point. He's going behind. Actually, Speedy does take him out, so that's going to give Canoise a little bit more comfort. The cart's so far back. Demento's getting himself into position again, so he can also give away the position. Jarrett, he's walking up from the far side. I don't think they expected that. A lot of damage down. Speedy with the bomb in. Takes down 2. Make that 3. It's just Ash as well as Nursey and Yosh onto the card here. Nursey doesn't have anybody to really protect her. Banny will be able to come back up, but Cat Noises, they're going to be able to take back the hill.
Yeah, the only man they lose is Speedy, but he got that massive 2-man entry, and when those 2 classes are down, I think it was Demo and Heavy went down, you now all of a sudden can contest card, you know, there's nothing in your way. So they managed to get this area back. They're trying to push hill, but it looks like Freyo's already back here. Demento and Spy should be calling this out, so they do know what they need to do for this defense.
Banny gets spotted out. He's going on to Fallen. He's going to go down. There's no cinch gun up, so Banny can make those flank plays pretty nice as Ash kills Carson, who's eating a sandwich underneath. Demento's getting himself into position. I think he's looking for Yosh so hard right now. And Mirrorman going up for a flank play onto Nursey. Gets onto Nursey, gets the force off. Here comes a Fever Charge. It's going to be slightly better here for the defense. Demento is not able to get a backstep, but will get the pistol onto Yosh as Mirrorman goes onto Nursey. Nursey's so incredibly low, but Nursey will survive. And Demento went down, unfortunately, as well. During that chase, Demento easily would have been able to clean up Nursey if Mirrorman did not chase right where he was. And so we'll see right now as Nursey has a very, very slight advantage. Actually comes a bomb in. They're going all the way over. 3 players all the way in. Daff has nobody around. And Freutech do not want to give Cat Noises a chance to set up.
Yeah, and you know that they will do that. Banny gets 2 cleanup kills on Heavy and Soldier. They will be controlling the bucket area, and they'll be walking up with the demo having sticky traps on drop down. Daff stayed alive, but he wasn't charging on anyone, so he will not have an advantage here. But you know, pushing out here is so difficult when the Doman has stickies on drop down. They really got to all group up and walk main, and the Sniper's already looking there. Yosh can shut this down instantly if he wants.
Here comes in Jarrett. He's trying to create some space for his team, but Garbulio's going to jump back in. Takes him down to half HP, but headshot brings out on him, makes that 2, but Yosh gets traded out in kind. Speedy picks up Nursey, and they're going to try to take this Mirrorman going onto Zilly. Should be able to kill him as he's eating the sandwich. So many flames coming onto Zilly, but he's able to out-heal. Ash is going to run into or find the cinch gun there, but the cart's going to get the second hill, but Cat Noises, they're going to be able to retake back this 3rd point. Nice recontest.
Very nice recontest. As the Sniper and the Demo fought main, their Soldier went through drop down when the Demo wasn't watching his own traps, and then he got in the back and killed Nursey. But still, getting it up 2 hills on your first push is very good for Froyo, and they're going to look to follow up on this aggression really quick.
Yeah, Ash is going to go down on card. Yosh is going into the Sea House. Is he going to be spot? I don't think anybody saw him. Is he going to have a sight line on the Daff? I believe
no one saw him.
No, he has one on Jarrett right now. If he's going to go for a full body hedge, no Mirrorman spots him out. Yeah. He's going to get chased out here as that cart is going to be held up. Zilly very aggressive for his team as you see Daff. 100% for Daff. If they know Nursey was this close, I feel like you'd pop and go for a Nursey for us. Nursey gets popped up, half HP, here we go, Nursey goes down, great job, everybody's being cleaned up for Freutech. Yosh is still behind, Yosh in the Sea House, he's going for a miracle play again, but is he gonna get spotted? He's going for, he ducked down just in time. He
Yosh
gets
loves
spotted
doing
out.
This.
Non-stop, we're gonna call it over and over again. The cart's rolling backwards though, and that's
if they
not
can hold
a far
it to
drop.
that hill.
Yeah,
if they can hold it to that hill, it rolls down. That's so good for Cat Noises. They get back a lot of the time they lost. And, you know, you did call that play second in advance. Nursey was far too close for not having Uber yet. They pop in, they get her before she has. And, you know, kind of a soft reset for Cat Noises here on this hold.
Banny into the pit. To be very aggressive, he'll get taken down by Mirrorman, who goes into Garbulio as well. Zilly alone. Oh yeah, and it's a 2v or probably 2 players down on both sides as Carson holding bucket very confidently. Jarrett getting a lot of damage down out of Zilly as well as Garbulio. As a cart's rolling up here from Banny, eating some long-range stickies from Jarrett right now. As actually the soldier gets taken out, but they need to contest this. They cannot let this get up the final hill. But oh, Jarrett trying to contest the cart. He got traded out there by Yosh on it. And so here comes in Mirman. He's going to do everything he can, holding down W1. The Uber, they get the force off. And it looks like they're going to back up here.
Yeah, they lost 2 players that opted to keep the Uber. Wait, he got forced out by Banny up top. Fantastic play by Banny there. They're going to have advantage coming this last as they're looking to walk tiles right away. Fallen's the only person who has a 4th position, but he has to give it up.
And Demento had a really curious cinch gun spot underneath, but he's able to grab it back up. There will be half HP if anybody spams down onto this, but 622 for the first 3 points. That's, you know...
It's good. On pace.
Good. Yeah, it's about, average, I'd say. But, I mean, when you're going up against one of the best teams in the world, I think that's you feeling good coming in onto this final point. But Jarrett, currently, we can see Cat Noise that they're holding underneath Belky, not inside of tiles.
Yeah, especially with how 3rd pushes have gone so far. You know, 6.5 is definitely good for the match pace so far, as they are looking to get in to main here, push the card up a bit. Cat Noise is using their full, upper and spawn hold. Speedy gets killed on the bomb into window, but Banny traded out by the gun. So 6v6 right now. Again, just waiting for this Uber to come out from Nursery. They'll look to just push in with what they can. Fallen versus Yosh has been super crucial this time, as when Yosh got the counter snipe to Fallen on 3rd, instantly he gets the cart. Yeah, I don't know about
Mir
that
goes
one.
in the pit. That was actually Yosh who body shot him while he was jumping with a blast, I think, from the demo. I don't know. It's really weird, but yeah, Mir goes down. And he was spamming Yosh with those dart detonator. I mean, that's really what he's using a detonator lies, just to make Yosh as uncomfortable as possible. As you can see, these teams are at a bit of an impasse, 100% on either side. Here we go, Freitech using it out. Banny gets disconnected for a little while, but it's going to be Garbulio jumping in on the Carson, who doesn't spot him. He's able to get 3 rockets easily onto there as Mirman's going to chase down Banny underneath, but this is a lot of space being created. Fallen's down is right as well, but Speedy's still behind. Mirman trades out with Banny. Fallen, Speedy, here we go. Big blast onto the card, Ash eating a lot of damage as Jarrett's raining down. And he's doing Jarrett. Speedy drops down. Jarrett goes down. They need to get onto cart. Daft doing everything he can, but Speedy gets denied. And that is a wipe in the favor of Froyotech in 8:15. Very solid time. I mean, definitely, I guess, yeah. I mean, for the pace that this game is, I'd say, yeah, very solid time.
Yeah, Amen is definitely an improvement. The key play there was the bomb top left by Garbuglio. If that heavy can get set up, Carson on that balcony, it's so much harder to push in. Your sniper has to look at more things, your demo man has to spam more things, but yeah, he just catches Carson off guard, gets an immediate man advantage, and Speedy came in at the end to kill Nursey, but that's not the target you need to kill at the end. You need to get those guys off cart. So definitely a clean push coming in. Everyone did what they needed to, and they're rewarded with an above average time for the match so far. Overall, in the grand span of things, it's definitely beatable, but it's definitely a step up from the first half with how clean their 3rd was in comparison. Only 2 pushes that really took them this time.
All right, 30-second quiz. Who do you think top fragged inside of that last?
I wonder, does his name start with Y and end with Osh?
No, it's actually Speedy.
Really? That surprises me.
Speedy top fragged with 13 frags, Yosh at 11, Banny at 10, Garbuglio at 10 as well. So that is your top 3 players, but it's actually Speedy. He was doing a lot of work there in that round on Soldier. So here we go. Froyotech set up on defense, 8:14 time. If they do exactly what they did against Cat Noise's last round, they're going to tie this up. But here we go as Demento up on Spy, getting in position.
Yeah, he's in here faster than normal. He's looking to maybe just watch for sniper. Doesn't see dropping staff, doesn't get it. It's a bit of a funny try, but props to him for doing it. That Chris Sticky trap took out Mirman really, 3 damage shot from Banny needed, but for now things will be standard. Fallen trying to push up, trying to get a snipe. I haven't seen where Yoshi's positioned. He hasn't been playground.
Yeah, he was positioned in this really high left area, I think, or I think that's where he was positioned. Banny will take down Carson, being very aggressive there, using that buff to be able to not have to worry about his life too much. Demento's going to sap this gun. He's disconnected from Ash, so he can't do anything to
he can't rescue under it.
That will just go down. To keep his life. Yeah, and Demento's getting himself into position for another backstab. And here we go. Ubercharge does get used out from Froyotech. Demento takes down the cinch gun, the teleporter as well, as he will ultimately go down. Banny forward for his team, but he's going to start to back up. Froyotech, the question is, will they try to hold this? They don't have a cinch gun. They don't have a teleporter.
No snipers either.
Yeah, that's at least, that we saw
Mirman
gets a beautiful shot onto Nursey. Jarrett's coming in as well. Oh, but he's not able to get far enough, just a little bit disconnected, but I swear he pogoed off of Nursey's head. put her
hit
down
the
to like
first
30
rocket,
HP.
went too far away to hit the second one. It was a good attempt, but it will not net them the uber advantage. They will be down a bit here, but most importantly, the hill hold is set up for Furyo. They didn't. Yosh went down early, so he did respawn fast enough to get onto it. Garbulio and Speedy traded, so poor soldier players. Speedy actually on scout right now, so they will walk forward onto hill as Fallen gets a snipe onto Habib. That's pressure right now coming in for Cat Noises on hill.
Yeah, Cat Noises is going to take over hill. Demento going for
Demento's
the
early.
cloak. He's going to get
There he goes.
Yes.
And he surfs out on the gun. Great play.
Yeah, so Yosh down for 17 seconds. Plenty of time for Fallen. This is a really
Fallen
great
slow
angle.
peeking.
Look at this angle that Fallen can take, and it's really hard to get out to contest, and Demento's getting himself
No
in
one
position
can.
again.
They just gotta watch him as he does
Yep.
it.
And
Here's the
Sap
gun
coming
stab.
down the gun. Is it going to get spammed out? Yes, it
Got
will
Ash.
go down. And Habib, here we go. Recharge is going to be used out. They're going to try to get some frags, but it's going to be actually Mirman bombing back in over the top, going back to spawn. Banny is going to take down Carson in this double window areas. They're going to fall back down. Speedy not onto the cart. Is trying to find frags, but he doesn't actually find anybody. Furrytech down 2
Mirman's
players,
behind
but
on Yosh.
Speedy actually gets taken down there, and Cat Noises looked very comfortable, but now they're looking in disarray as Mirman's behind. Jarrett's going to go down here, surely, inside of the tunnel area as Habib lands a nice pipe onto him, and Furrytech's going to retake ground, and Cat Noises is going to be scratching their heads after that push.
Yeah, Freyo's spread out so far. They managed to, distract enough and do enough damage that they're able to push in together, and they managed to force Cat Noises off the hill there. Yosh set up back on this rock, and Cat Noises have a lot of work to do to get back. They're at a pretty fair uber disad. Demento and Fallen opening up picks on NG and Scout, so that's going to buy a lot of room.
Demento going for a backstep.
Great
Gets
sticky
Habib.
trap.
So this is going to be good. Mirman's onto the card. It's a 4v4 fight right now. Yoshi getting a lot of damage there from Mirman. Garbulio pushing back out there. But they don't have Habib to spam onto the cart. Fallen trying to find an angle into Yosh, but he's going to actually lose that fight. Carson into the double window. And it's going to be Froytek. They're not playing. They're not waiting. They're going all the way back out onto the cliff here.
Cap's got to get out.
Yeah, Mirman goes down.
Killed.
Banny gets the flank. This is not great, but Carson, he does get at least one flank kill here. They're trying to hold on. Demento's just going to go for the cart. Maybe. No, he's going to run all the way through.
Yeah, it's a smart move because, their medic did go down, so full uber disad right now as their sniper gets able to retake that, B platform.
Nursey?
Demento, one, hits, it doesn't hit enough revolver shots. Needed, I think, one more. It was close, but, Nursey's still with this full uber advantage. Cat Noises has really just got to regroup and try to get Fallen somewhere, if they're able to pocket him up the hill, they can force Yosh out. Yosh getting spammed a lot, needs to back out. Mirrorman going for aggressive bomb, and one more for the force, he gets it.
And here comes in Garbulio, but this is great job. Cat Noise is in a very good position as nice, but Banny's coming from behind. He's gonna get blasted back. He serves. He keeps himself alive, but Daffodil, 15 HP, able to come back, and here comes the resurge of Cat Noises. They're trying to come up over the hill. They're gonna be able to do as much as they can. As we see Daffodil up at 70% right now. They're walking forward, level 3 Siege Gun still, but here we go, ×2 onto the cart. Jarrett's gonna easily take down that Siege Gun Project, and if they're smart, they're just gonna transition out to third, try to keep their life. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left in the clock. And this is going to be cutting it close for Cat Noises. Yeah,
they need third and 1 or 2 pushes. They can't afford a dilly-dally like last time, But Froyotech does a good job backing out. Their snipers set up onto the tracks. Their gun is getting set up as we speak. They got the heavy in bucket. So Cat Noises need to show something special. They need to take a full hold and turn it on its head. They have a small uber ad window right now, but Fallen going down doesn't help their case.
See what they can do. They're getting pressured off the cart. It's going to be... who is that? That's Demento's gonna get pushed off there. They have 100% ready to go on either side, but both are kind of looking to get picks early on here. Jarrett is getting pushed back there by Garbulio taking control, and Yosh getting a headshot. He was all the way down on roller coaster as he's gonna get another shot onto Jarrett as well, and they're just trying to find these openings. But Freitek, they did back up, so some cart time. We'll see what they can do.
Yeah, the small uber that Cat Noises had didn't amount to anything. Yosh peeking on that roller coaster so far out, as far as you can possibly peek, gets a pick, and really just stalling out Cat Noises at this point. Mirrorman is set up on that sea house, looking to go for, probably pick onto Yosh. Let's be honest, because you kind of need to at this point. Here it goes, but not able to get him.
Yeah, Banny was able to spot him out, forced him into an awkward bomb, and now they're a player down on the offense. And with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left on the clock, we're getting into not physically possible
territory.
Yeah, I mean, very desperate as Jarrett goes down once again. And, yeah, Froyotech just doing a great job here on the defense. But, I mean, really, you just got to think this whole round comes back to that failed push out of Cat Noises where they got the force off onto Froyotech, but they were so discombobulated they weren't able to get anything with it. I mean, just think if they successfully pushed second back then, they would easily be working with 5-6 minutes.
Yosh is on a tear.
Yeah, 5 frags straight coming out from him as Cat Noise is still holding on to the 100% and looks like they're finally going to use it,
Another
but
one
no!
onto Daff.
Yosh
And
puts a
Jarrett,
6
this
and a
man,
7!
somebody stop him!
Yosh! The man, the myth, the legend! And any hope that Cat Noise has had is demolished right now for this round. And they're surely thinking as we're going to go into a golden cap for this first map, which I'm okay with. I don't know if you guys in chat are okay with, but I'm certainly happy to see more of this game.
Yosh just absolutely on a tear right now. Demento swapped off to Pyro a while back, so he hasn't been able to pressure him on that spot. Maybe he just wasn't feeling it at the start. But you know, Canoes will try to just cap third here to save some dignity, but another snipe onto Yosh onto Fallen. It's just so hard for them to get pressure in general. Here comes the Uber.
And Speedy jumping off the cart for some reason. Like he always, I don't know. That's always one thing that irks me is like they're not looking at you, Speedy. Just go on the cart, just push the objective because they're not looking at you. They're dealing with your team. Mirrorman's going to go down here. Speedy's going to get taken out by the Sentry Gun as well as the Soldier. 48 seconds left in the clock. Fallen Willies get a headshot onto Garbuglio, but it's Yosh, who is, I guess he died as he's only on a 2 streak right now. But Benny pushing in here. But, I mean, we can kind of talk a little bit about this round at a higher level as we are wrapping it up here. I mean, we see the Uber charge coming out, but I guess, yeah, I mean, what was the big thing coming out of, what do we need to see Cat Noises adjust to in the third round?
If you want to talk about adjustments, you know how we were talking about how Froyo is definitely talking about that round. Last time we saw something like this happen, where Froyo went down early, and they made adjustments. The next round, Yosh stopped getting shut down and started fragging out, and that's what he's done. That's what they've done this time as well. I don't know what they changed. You know, we probably won't know unless we listen to their comms. But every time this happens, it feels like they just managed to pull out like a way of holding that just allows Yosh to go on a tear. And you know, credit to every Froyo member for doing their job. You know, they all play extremely well to allow them to do this. But if you can't shut down Yosh, you're not going to win.
Yeah, I mean, that really feels like it. And I mean, once you get Froytech set up fully, it's just such a hard thing to take down because they do just such a good job at kind of bending but not breaking really consistently. But let's take a look at logs here from that second half.
Yeah, if Yosh didn't top frag the first half, he definitely did the second half. Or yeah, in conjuncture. Second, the defense rather. Yeah, he definitely did. 23 frags. Next closest in the server was 18 on Garbuglio, 17 on Banny. So, you know, the whole protect Yosh thing definitely working out for them. Cat noises, it feels like whenever this starts happening, like Fallen does well. Fallen top frag for his team. It's just the rest of cat noises aren't playing around the fact that Yosh is there, you know? Like, you can't peek certain things that you could peek otherwise, or you need to play for different objectives than you would play otherwise. You know, like different, you have to take angles differently, you have to, you know, push differently. It's just when a sniper is shutting you down this hard, you need to make adjustments. And what you do to pressure him is really up to your team. I personally just want to see Demento on Spy more, you know, kind of just, you know, annoying Yosh, because offensive Pyro doesn't feel very good for most part. You know, most teams run it solely on defense on third and fourth to kind of deny those Uber angles that are really hard to push into, like the hard corners, and also because there's pits and it's funny. But you just have to find a way to pressure Yosh, you know, force him off angles. Maybe make more plays where you're like you run a spy, or you make more plays where your sniper peeks as your demo man spams, so it's harder for Yosh to hit the counter shot. I know even if he does get one, defensive spawns are longer. So you know, there's a lot of options.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, we're looking at. I mean, Demento. He didn't play a ton of spy in that first half, but he only did get one frag onto Yosh in that entire first half. So, you know, that's the one thing that's kind of difficult with Roytech is they are, you know, people tend to think about them as sixes players, but they do a really good job of spy checking for the most part. You know, it's only. I mean, it's like it's kind of seems like it kind of comes in ebbs and flows, but you really have to be very very smart about how you attack you know Froytech when you're kind of going for the spy class. It looks like you know Demento he got 6 of his 9 frags you know on spy. I think you know even pyro offense. I would argue that maybe even going engineer offense could be potentially more effective. I mean, I guess pyro offense, you have the benefit that you have another player that you can just bring in to, you know, go for big plays, right? You can, you know, grab Demento, WM1, because you know Froytex they're not running a pyro. So if you have a pyro, they don't have a pyro. You can run straight at the enemy team, and there's basically nothing they can do to stop it. But yeah, I'd be kind of curious to see what they can do with the flex class. But yeah, I mean, really, it's just like how do you shut down Yosh? Like, what do you need to do that? I mean, Yoshi's numbers are going to be a little bit better. I guess they did have equal time on defense, but obviously the stronger defense was with Froyotech. But yeah, Cat Noises. I think it's honestly they just need to play smarter on their team play. That's really where they're going to win. They need to just have more clinical pushes, which is an easy thing to say, harder thing to execute. But when they're able to do that, it seems like they're able to play well.
Yeah, one option I want to bring up is I know that they use pyro on offense, cat noises, to try to get counter air blasts on third because Freo doesn't run a defensive pyro on that point. So maybe you can push their Uber back instead of their Uber pushing you towards that cliff. What I want to see them do when Yosh is on a tear like that, maybe Demento could go engineer and build a teleporter just so there's more chances for Fallen to take an SVS or more chances for the soldier to get in and bomb him. And anything to help them shut Yosh down, they could try it. If offensive pyro, you're running it to counter air blast and to push cart, you can push cart with an engineer.
Right. Well, that's what we saw
So
to Ash, right? That's what Ash did. That's all he did on third point. Is he just
yeah,
would build a teleporter, put down a mini sentry kind of passively, and then just push cart. And he would just, I mean, that's all your job really is on engineer on third point. It's like keep your teleporter up to save the extra 5-10 second walk, and then push cart relentlessly. And that's one of the things that we kind of see out of Cat Noise that they struggle with on the third point in particular is not focusing the objective during that point. So just having someone who's like, yeah, that's your duty. That is all you're supposed to do is just push that cart to be able to get up there. Because I mean, that's the objective at the end of the day. Like you can get frags if you want, but if you don't push the cart, you're not going to win the game because this is an objective-based game mode, which is fun.
it's the ultimate team support really because if you have the teleporter up for your players to get back in faster and like save seconds, you can save your team time just by making sure that your players get back faster, you have more cappers, making sure your sniper can get back faster to get more picks, making sure your heavy can get back faster because he's a slow boy. But when you're focused on the cart in addition to that, you're really just allowing you're unlocking your team in a way to play more freely. You don't have to have scout or soldier jumping towards cart. They don't have to have people walking slowly to try to get more points. But regardless, we said this earlier, very long wait time to start the next round. So these teams definitely thinking over. Freo did have Nursey reconnect, so she'll be back in a second. And do keep in mind this is Freo's map pick, map 1.
This is just map 1. If you guys are just joining us right now, welcome on. This is RGL-Invite Prolander Grand Finals $2,000 prize pool that these guys are fighting to get the lion's share of. This is a best of 3 map series, and we are on, as we just mentioned, map 1. We're starting out on Upward. We're going to be going into the Golden Cap, the final round of Upward, as it's currently tied 1-1. We'll be moving into CP Steel, which is, I mean, if this is what we're seeing on Upward, I cannot wait to see Steel. Steel is like even a crazier map than this one. A lot of unique and different strategies that you can kind of come out there. A lot of last-minute heroic antics. And then if we are still tied up, we will go to a third map, which will be a Koth map, King of the Hill. And it'll be on a Koth Cascade, which is one that if you're not familiar with competitive, you might not be familiar with it. But it is a pretty fun map, kind of just like a big hill in the middle with some rocks. You'll see it when it happens. But for right now, this is would you say this is what you expected coming into the first map from these teams?
Sort of, in a way where Froyo did pick this map, so I did expect them to come out strong on it. That first round that Cat Noises got was interesting to me because it showed that they have the ability to contest Froyo, but the adjustments that Froyo made it look more like the Upward that I was expecting, where, Yosh was allowed to just walk on people. But if Cat Noises have adjustments to make in return, they could try to make that. They take solace in knowing that this isn't one of their map picks. As first seed, they did get to choose 2 maps, so they did choose the next 2 maps. So they probably won't be feeling too bad if Freo manages to take this one away from them. But just to give themselves a bit more momentum, because TF2 very momentum based game. If your sniper's hot, he's hot. If Fallen did manage to cool off in that last round, he did do well. But if they want to have a good time going into Steel and get some confidence, they need to put up somewhat of a decent performance here.
Yeah, and we were asking our audience who do you think is going to win on Upward in this final round, and it was about 70%, 60% in favor of Froyotech. I guess let's do some casters predictions. Who do you think is going to take this final round, Zeg?
I think it's gonna be Freo. I don't think that Cat Noises might have the mental on not their map to come up with ways to counter what Freo just did.
Yeah, I'm hard pressed to believe that Froyotech won't do it, but I also think that there's definitely I feel like it's a 60-40 in terms of like who's actually going to win. It's definitely not Froyotech's guaranteed map win 100%. But on the other side, it definitely does feel like in there, maybe 75-25. I'm like, what percentage do I think actually Cat Noises can take it? And it's like they're going to need to take. I mean, that's the way Cat Noises needs to win is through consistent, exceptional play with very little mistakes because they're just going up such a good opponent. You really just don't have any room for that. But I guess it looks like we can even go into this the who will win the sniper war as we just got up in this, I guess, who do you think Yosh is going to continue his dominance into the second round? We saw Fallen, I think, was just slightly behind Yosh in the first round. Do you think, Fallen will be able to kind of catch up with Yosh and maybe not beat him, but at least kind of keep even with him in this final round?
I think Fallen definitely has the skill too. He's definitely a good enough sniper that he's able to have aim duels with Yosh and win them. It's just a matter of if his team can help him, get into situations to succeed where he does have that even 1v1 against Yosh. Because if Yosh is just wide peaking roller coaster, as wide as you could possibly peak it, well then how can you win that SVS? Your team isn't really helping you out in that front. But I do think Sniper is gonna be integral coming into this round. Always it's TF2. Snipers are gonna affect the performance. But I do want to touch a bit. I mentioned earlier the mental game. From as years as a pro player that I have played, maybe not the best, but I've played my share of Upward. And let me tell you, nothing feels worse than getting held on Upward third, because first and second are half give up points. You're keen to let the other team push those if you're not in the best situation to defend them. Third feels like the first point where your defense, like you're fighting tooth and nail for every inch on defense for third. It's the hardest one to take in a vacuum, and it's the easiest to really get set up on and stuck on. So getting held on third feels in a way like when they started trying, you couldn't best them.
Yeah, so no, it is. I can agree to that. All my time, it's like Upward third is like not being able to get last. It's like frustrating. But it's also kind of unusual not to get the last point because you're working with like 16 minutes. Like usually you can get the last point in 16 minutes, but third is especially kind of frustrating because it always feels like you're like right there, right? It always feels like you're just like if you just like
you walk out of the house and you see the third point. It's right there. Go get it.
Whereas Upward it's like their territory, and the final point it's like their territory. But like third, it's like they have to kind of play far back to some degree to you can get some free cap time. I don't know. It's definitely one of those things. As we're just waiting for Nursey to or one of the other Freutech players looks like they're trying to reconnect back up. So I'm trying to figure out who we're missing right now. Looks like Habib, Banny, Nursey, Zilly, Ash, Garbulgio. It's the one I'm not thinking of.
The man of the hour, Yosh.
Yosh, that's right. Yosh is currently not there. So. Definitely
DDoSing him for the win.
Yeah, pretty much. So hopefully we'll get him back in here shortly. It was actually they just put up the thing in chat. I was about to do this. Do you think Cat Noises will be able to cap the final point? Let's say Cat Noises they're going to start on offense. Cat Noises does get to choose side. Do you think they're going to be able to go all the way to the final point?
It's hard to say they won't because, as you said, if you do manage to make your way there, you can get a time of like 16 minutes. And they're definitely a good enough team that if you give them that time, they can do it. I think a better question is, will it be a reasonable time? Like within, like at most, sort of like 11 minutes, if it doesn't go their way. As for the adjustments they'll make, I think they can do it. I think they can get there, in a reasonable time. Especially if they push first, they feel under less pressure to make their pushes work. That's where you might see a few of their offensive mistakes come out, is when they feel like they're on a clock. So, if they're pushing first, I think they can do it. They can make it reasonable.
Also, by the way, they are live in real time. So if you are, apologies, everybody, for the little bit of a delay here as we are missing one of the players, but we will be going live with the final round inside of this first map. But yeah, I would say like 90% Cat Noises will take the final point. And assuming they're setting the time, they will almost certainly take the final point. I just can't see them not breaking through. But the big thing is, I think it just comes down to just if they. I think they really should think about doing a third point engineer over a pyro. I think that definitely would benefit them. I think the spy wasn't working too well. I didn't feel like the spy on third, from what I recall, was really getting a lot of work done on there. But that is also, it's the thing with the spy. I will say, with snipers defending the third point, you do kind of have to put yourself out in no man's land. Like, you have to put yourself away from your team to some degree to get the angles that you want to get. So that does leave you susceptible to getting backstabbed. So I know we'll see what we can do. But here we go. final round, first map, Cat Noises versus Protech in this grand finals matchup. And it's me, Cat Noises, setting the time on offense.
Yeah, I want to see if the Ash gun still gets put in the same place and where Yosh stands as well, because it's definitely unusual from the start. Cat Noise is keen to run Demento on Spy, so he does call out anything unusual, or as he should be. So, it won't catch them too by surprise. Like, the first time Ash put the gun there, it got instantly bombed and killed. It didn't really do anything. The second time, it got sapped by Demento. We couldn't rescue Ranger it. So, the gun hasn't worked out too well for Ash yet. It looks like he's going to try it again anyway. They're probably just keen to use it as a sacrifice to kind of absorb the first sack. Maybe it's kind of like a distraction to get people away from Yosh as well. Because if the gun is near playground and Yosh's playground, then, you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So I do think Freo just use it to spread out, spread their defense so that there's, farther angles to focus. And Cat Noises, they might have a response to it at this point. Their first pushes have looked clean. So we'll see them come out of the gates looking to set a good time.
And we'll see what they can do, guys. Don't forget also, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, give us a follow. We're going to have a game tomorrow night for Highlander. And if you really enjoy us, maybe use that Twitch Prime sub to send some money to our production team. As we get started out here, Cat Noises start opening up the card. Demento again on Spy. Mirrorman going for an early bomb and gets completely deleted with those stickies. Jarrett not going to get anything. And Demento, he's getting ready to sap it. But he's going to...
Yosh found him.
Yep. Yeah, and Banny is also seeking out. He knows where he wants to go. And so Demento's... Actually, he's being hunted by Banny right now. Banny's all the way behind looking for him.
He went too far back, though. He's going to get back in time. Oh, no, Banny sees him now. Can he get the sap, though? He does get it. That gun's going to go down. Engineer can't save that. Unless he's going to jump on the side. He's going to do the jump.
He has enough time. He's got it.
Oh, no,
got
sniped. Or rocketed, yeah. So they do get the gun there in the end. That's what they're looking for. They're just walking up here now, trying to get aggressive with what they have. Fallen Lord's on the left side here, and he gets the entry up to Lulia.
Yosh responds in kind, taking down Fallen, so you can see Yosh is going to play very, very aggressively on this playground, but Speedy is trying to stop him. Here comes out the recharge for the offense. Going to be responded in kind from Nursey. 50% better, actually, but great job. Everybody kind of moving around. Demento is getting himself into position on the Spy class back on hill behind the first point. You can see Speedy getting himself forward. Here comes in. Demento gets Yosh, and Protech, they're going to just back out here.
Yeah, Zilly's caught, can't get out. Speedy's going to take him down here in combination with Mirrorman, so they'll get the gun. Scout gets taken out by some spam on the end, so it's going to be hard to get that. But, fairly clean first push. 1.5 push, as I like to call it, But they do get a good time. Now they got to walk uphill. That's the hard part, considering Yosh is about to be up there. And they don't have enough people to walk forward quite yet. So this will be fairly standard hill hold. Carson go top left. Demento's still on Spy, which is interesting. He normally swapped Pyro at this point, so he's looking to just probably focus Yosh again.
He gets spotted by the soldier. He's got 2 HP. He's still alive. He went for, I don't know if he went for a decloak or if the Invis Watch let up there. But Jarrett trying to create some space for his team with Carson as well. But Banny, as well as Garbuglio, doing a good job defending the cart lower, but Jarrett loses his life.
Yeah, I will say the Spy play did kind of distract enough time for Jarrett to walk uphill, but they didn't really get too much off of it. They spammed the sniper off, and he managed to relocate and get the kill onto Jarrett in kind. So that is just kind of an overall failure for them. Look at how far up Yosh is. Demento's on him now, and he will get that kill, so that's the entry they need to walk forward with. Daft does have Uber, he's not getting forced or anything, but Demento's still alive, so this will be, fairly strong 7v5 actually, because Garbuglio also went down. Here's a...
Yep.
They're looking to just get uphill now fast.
Yeah, Banny is seeking for Demento so hard. He is a thirsty boy. That Spy class. As Ash gets his level 3 gun up, it's going to get taken down very, very quickly as Garbuglio is going to take him down. The cart is rolling up here very, very slowly. That was one thing that Protech did a really good job at, is defending the cart and not allowing Cat Noises to get any free time. And this is just great, just really nice job out of Protech. But Banny goes down, and that was one of the games they played very aggressive. Nursey is getting so aggressive.
Milk.
Oh my gosh, what a milk coming out of Nursey. 50% better Uber charge, but are they going to get anything with it? Habib got fallen down.
Speed is on the flank.
Nursey goes down. They got caught out of position. They went so aggressively alone, and they're going to lose this point surely now.
Yeah, great play coming in there from Cat Noises to collapse on that Uber. They didn't lose people to it. Nursey milked that as hard as I've ever seen anyone milk any Uber, just standing in the Doman's face. And while it seemed interesting on the outside, they really just got abandoned by the rest of their players because of it. So now Banny just looking to try to get a consolation pick, doesn't get it. Cat Noises caps that in 3:30. That kind of matches Froyo's offense time that we saw, as they're looking to get aggressive here. Lose their sniper early, so they're kind of just got to wait for cart now.
the sentry gun up is very aggressive for Ash, down very,
heal
very
it.
low. Actually, Demento's gonna sap it. No, he's just gonna let it go. He's just
I
gonna
like
get
Demento on
himself.
Permaspy. I think it's really good for the... What? Oh, interesting.
I guess he
fine.
didn't. Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel
he didn't
he
like
wanted to
it.
get the backstab. Yeah. But that gun is gonna get. All he needs to do is just run up and sap, and that gun's like.
Yeah, you can jump sap that from the ground. But he
So-
wants something more, it looks like. He's not going to settle for that.
Is he on? I'm trying to figure out if he's on Cloak and Dagger right now. But either way, you
Jesus
see
Christ, someone kill this man.
Daffodil is coming up to 100%.
Somebody-
But they're losing players so much.
That's 3 kills Yosh got in 10 seconds. Demento not going to get Nursey or Yosh. They just lost 5 players. That
And
were
there goes the
tunneled on
Uber
Yosh.
advantage.
Yeah.
And look at Garbuglio. He's hiding inside the second spawn. He never left it.
Yeah, that's so disappointing because they had Uber ad there. They could have used it to make a push, but they really just kind of, walked into Yosh one by one, let him get 3 kills. Demento came in late. It's not like the spy was distracting the sniper. He was late to do that. So that Uber advantage goes to waste. Yosh still... Did he just headshot Invisible Demento?
I think so. I'm not sure if he walked in front of somebody, but Jarrett's trying to get some forward ground for his team. The gun gets pulled back. Speedy working that card up, doing his job. Banny's going into that lower area as Mirror Man's going to get that ×3 onto the card. Here comes the Uber charge, going to try to focus on the gun, not the players. A lot of damage now, but Ash is able to keep the gun up. No, it finally will get taken out. Speedy jumps off the card. Garbuglio goes for the flank play, going big right now, takes down 2, but the fight is up. Nursey goes down, so does Habib. Demento goes into the pit, as it's going to be Mirror Man and Garbuglio underneath. Mirror Man is probably going to lose that as he's going to get the med pack.
Oh,
no, he's
it's
trying
so
to
close.
re-engage. He's going to,
so close.
he dodges Garbuglio.
Melee
finally
fight
gets
him.
taken down. He tried to go for it. Mirror Man on a 3K right there, but Froyotech players all down right now. And Speedy, oh, what are you doing, buddy? Push the frickin' cart. Stop going for frags. The cart's the bottom of the hill right now. Cart Nose is trying to take
Speedy
ground.
needs to go to cart here.
But
he can't deal with the gun.
It's rolling backwards. They are winning this, and it's
Carson's
rolling
finally on it.
backwards.
Importantly, Fallen's up in that balcony area, so he has the peek onto Yosh here. They need to kill Yosh to take this cleanly. Demento's on engineer as we wanted as well, so he's gonna get a telly up.
Yeah, he's actually building a level 1
That
sentry
is
gun outside
so
of
cheeky.
C-House. And Garbuglio down to 2 HP, able to get reconnected back up with the medic. Speedy off the cart, lets it drop down the second hill, goes for... I have
He's
no
wrangling
idea.
it out of C House. He gets shot though by Yosh. They gotta get this man.
Carson does pick up 1 frag onto Banny. They're working his card up. It's just Yosh to kill Speedy. Speed's not
Another
Banny
Uber.
hiding behind the card. Here comes up the Uber charge. Nursey only at 80% right now, and that's going to force Froyotech to fall back here, but a lot of time bled
Yep.
off as Yosh.
Yeah, they
Yosh
left him
gets
in the
body
angle.
shot. Unfortunate, and I'm guessing it's going to be, what, probably 8 minutes
6.5
time?
to 7, I think, honestly. I don't think it was that bad. Yeah, 6.5.
Yeah, right. 6.5. That is not that bad, but I feel like it could have been much better than what it was. Jared is camping spawn, and Froyotech knows that easily cleans him up.
Yeah, definitely a much stronger push. They had a couple miscues, but so did Froyo's third offense, to be fair, and they have matched their time from that time. Nursey crossing so dangerously right there. Fallen was scoped, he could have dropped her, but sometimes you just don't get lucky with that. They do manage to get tiles right now with their Uber. Fallen getting sniped by Yosh as well as Yosh's set up upper. He
Look
will
at
just be
Demento.
peeking that stairwell.
Demento going for the... Oh,
He's
oh
in.
my gosh. He gets the force. Demento gets the force. He decloaked. Didn't even go
Fear.
for the step. He just wanted to get the revolver, and he did exactly what he needed to do, giving Daffodil a sizable 50% advantage now. But they have to be careful. Froyotech is very aggressive in their hold style, and Yosh... it looks like Yosh did back off his angle as he was holding... he's still staring down right
Yeah,
where the
that
card
back
is right now.
staircase. It's such a hard angle to contest. You need to win the SVS on that, especially Demento no longer on that spy. He's on engineer for the teleporter, but that will give Fallen more opportunities to win the SVS as Yosh currently on a 9-kill streak, sitting being tanked in that back stairwell. Uber had now for Dav. It's a 50% ad, and they know this. They're going to push underneath and try to get as much as they can, as Yosh is still on a tear on the car pushes.
Yosh is going to go down. Here comes out Jared coming in from underneath, going into tiles, taking down Zilly. No, Zilly's going to be able to drop out in time. Speedy gets disconnected from his team and is going to get eaten up there by
Froyo
Garbuglio.
kited into the enemy spiral.
Yeah, and there was they needed a pincer there, and they didn't do that. But Carson's still pushing forward, a lot of damage on
He's
the
so
soldier.
strong here.
And here comes the Demento from behind. Nursey goes down and crawling low. Habib getting taken out as well. He's going to drop down, get the med pack. Demento's still on his Zilly. Is it going to be able to win the
Trade.
1v1? Traded out, but they're going to hold up here. Bandy going into the higher area. But Speedy, he has the medic, but he's going to lose the 1v1. Fallen, as well as Habib coming
Habib's
in from
behind?
Habib went behind and Daff got taken down. Habib dropped down into the lower area, came up the back stairs, and is able to get up the frags. And they're going to continue to hold on to this, and the cart is still not even in the main gate.
Good thing, though, is that Froyo was forced out of upper, and except for Habib. Habib is there alone, so he needs a teammate with him. Garbuglio is there now.
Carson.
Yeah, they need tiles right now, Cat Noises, if they want to take this, as, you know, Habib forced to drop out, but he goes in main and gets 2 more kills. 3 kills, in fact. Daff isn't
Wow.
healing. He needs to build Uber. All the players got killed.
Yeah, he wants to be connected up with those players at tiles, but, you know, you actually think they know this. Oh, Demento, he got hurt right as he was turning the corner onto Zilly. Habib is able to grab that med attack, keep himself up. Farland's trying to find an angle inside this main area, but Froytek, everybody's underneath
They're all
now.
going upper.
They're all
They
going
could get
back
caught
to
in
tile.
rotation if they're not careful.
It looks like
Habib
they're going
goes
to be
down.
able to get up, though. Oh, Habib, nice body shot. Yosh is going to return a headshot onto Carson as Yosh is holding onto that high stairwell. Speedy gets the better of Banny in a 1v1. And so it's, but Froytek, they still have plenty of people upwards to defend this.
Yeah, they got Soldier Heavy and Full Uber is the important thing. Their gun and sniper are in upper spawn. So they have a set defense right now. Cat Noises, we do see Demento onto the Pyro, so he's looking to kind of push and get more pressure in upper. Last time we didn't see the pinch coming fast enough, so Freo kited into the enemy spiral. They just use Uber to try to contest that.
Yeah, and actually, Daff, much better Uber charge. Here we go, Demento, he actually gets the flank onto Nursey. No, he's going to get taken out there by Bandy. The gun's going to go down.
Dead.
It's actually player advantage here, 2-player advantage for Cat Noises. Make that one as Fallen goes down. Yosh is currently in that lower area. Speedy needs to get on Yosh. I don't know, he's camping at spawn. Just kill Yosh. Kill the man that's killing everybody. He does just that.
He does it.
As well. He's going on to Nursey. He's going to go for the 3K. Nursey is able to keep her alive. She got changed class back in spawn to keep alive, but the card's rolling forward. It's the heavy on it being healed up by the medic. That's going to be so hard to defend, but Habib's going to do just that. Habib's going to do everything he can.
Uber,
Habib,
Demento's on Pyro.
Uber. They're going to get it. 2 frags onto the card, and they're going to defend it. Enzo is cresting the hill, and Froyotech will hold on to the point.
Demento was mashing right click with the air blast there instead of reflecting the pipe, and they do get taken out by that Uber at the last second, but Cat Noises need to pile in here as fast as they can, but they're getting taken down as fast as they're coming in. This chaos offense will not work as a gun gets set up, Yosh is back up, and the defense will stabilize here.
I just want to talk about how freaking clutch Nursey is. She went down to 1 HP and had the sense to do a change bind inside of spawn. So she kept her medigun, kept the Uber charge, and then went back up to 150 HP to get back out there and did not die to spam. That was right at the freaking door. Froyotech lose 2 players early on here, but this defense is right now on the back of Nursey. How long can they continue to hold on to this? Habib's going to be alone, gets taken down.
Uber's
there.
popped.
It's a 4v4 fight, and Uber does get forced off by Daff. But that's not the worst in the world as Nursey's only at 50%.
They need to get in now though before Nursey gets this Uber, otherwise this time is going to start becoming a bit unholdable. They all go into cart here, they're all dropping onto it.
And they're going to be able to get this easily. There you go, 11:39, terrible time. And it is coming off the back of some really solid defenses from Froyotech there.
Yeah, high 11 is definitely a very difficult time to hold. Clutch defense coming through from Froyo, you know, once they get that 11.5 minute time, it's okay if Cat Noises has tiles and they all walk onto cart. You got what you came here for, and now they're pretty set coming in here for this last offense to take their own map.
But, I mean, this is the map, yeah, as you said, this is the map again that Froyotech chose, so hopefully they can win. You know, you always want to win your own map. The big thing, you know, for Cat Noise is obviously you want to do your best here on defense, do what you can, but as you said, even if they lose this, they're going into Steel. They have the final 2 maps are their choices, and so this is going to, as you said, be an uphill battle, but they still have a ways to go here as we are just in the first map in this best of 3 finals.
Yeah, Yosh has been playing well as usual, but I want to point out Fallen Lord at the bottom of the scoreboard with half the next player's points on his team. Ash was playing defensive engineer, so you kind of expect that, you know. The defensive engineer doesn't get very many points, but for your sniper to be going even in points with the defensive engineer, you need to find him more angles. Fallen's cold right now, and if they want to take this further, they need him to warm up a bit, and they need to play around him.
22 frags for Yosh, 5 for Fallen. That is, yeah, they definitely need to find some hand warmers for him. Whatever they need to do, get it to him. Stat. Ash up on Spy here for offensive Froyotech. Speedy holding a far left-hand angle. Pretty conventional setup from what we've seen out of Cat Noises so far, as Ash is getting himself into position. But it looks like, you know, probably what we saw with Froyotech last time. Work the card up, get
one
Ash in
big
position.
commit. They're going to do one big commit. But Demento's aware of a spy this time. Last time he wasn't, so this time he's spy checking, looking around as much as he can. Yosh early frag onto Speedy, so they might walk forward with that. Traded back immediately, so, you know, gonna be a bit slower here. But Freyo's keen to wait. They're keen to wait until they have all their players ready to go, and they'll do one big collapse.
I'm surprised Mirman, I feel like he's like a good pyro, but maybe not like a Highlander pyro where he's not trying to... He could go do a spy check, and you'd find Ash instantly if you just check
Yeah, you would.
any of the conventional spots, 100% of the time.
Yeah, so maybe that was not communicated to them in the downtime that a spy is just going to stand on my gun, says Demento. So here it comes.
Demento. Oh, he misses the stab onto Demento, but the gun will go down. Demento will stay alive.
Fighting
he
the
jumps
demo.
off
No.
the cliff. He keeps himself alive. Zilly going for the push. He's trying to get everybody off the cliff, but they're all going to be able to be kept up. But the core classes...
Yeah, Yosh just got 4 kills again. He just killed everyone again.
What? I was watching the action, but you're right. Yosh just went off there. And that's going to be the first point in the favor of Freytech, and they didn't even have to use Uber. I mean, this is...
They didn't use Uber. Oh my god.
This is... They're look at Yosh right now. Look at... He's hiding.
He's looking for something.
Is he gonna get it?
Oh my god, somebody stop this man!
Oh,
he's out!
Yosh.
He's out! He just went to the enemy spawn gate and killed the medic on spawn after he killed 4 players on first. You have to shut this man down, Cat Noises.
Crouching Yosh hitting headshots. That man is going off right now. Demento's gonna try to get a level 1 sentry gun, but he's got a level 3 up.
Yeah.
He
was
basically
building
built
up
that
in
at
spawn. Yeah.
Yeah, they can get some spam down on the card. Everybody in Protech right now is actually not on hill, which is really awkward. Ash is gonna go down on the
they
card.
have full Uber advantage, so they could really be walking forward as a team here, as Fallen doesn't have that good of an angle. We just get headshot off by the better angle that Yosh has. So yeah, Freo gonna group up. They're pushing out from the side tunnel here, and they need to pop on Uber on this gun. They have time, but they do have an advantage right now. Yeah, Speedy on Spy looking to get a stab.
I don't think they're going to expect this because they know Demento's on Engineer, so they actually might get caught off guard by the spy play. But here we go, Uber charge coming in from Banny, focusing straight onto the sniper initially. The level 3 gun is still up right now. If he's trying to get damage down onto it, Zilly's not focusing the gun. They're focusing the frags. Finally, the gun will get taken out. Banny going for a flank play, getting a lot of damage onto the Engineer. He's going to get back out alive. And 4 players alive for the defense. Speedy way behind. The card's rolling up here, but 100% charge ready for Daffodil. And it looks like 6 seconds. I mean, they have the heavy, they have the demo. And they're going to just defend third point. And I as much as I want to see them try to defend second here, and I think it could be interesting, I definitely think it's a safer play to go for the third defense. 8 minutes, 30 seconds left in the clock. Banny on the flank play.
If you're going to hold 1 point for 8 minutes, it's going to be this one. He whiffs every shot on the medic. He doesn't hit anything. That's unfortunate, but anything you can get. Speaking of flank plays, we see Yosh going for his funny.
Hey, where's he going again? I wonder where this man's doing.
The house, looking for... Oh, the Demento chasing! You might get him. Oh, he got healed.
He's chasing him.
Yeah, that's so funny. Imagine having that kind of confidence.
Dude, and apparently Jacob Demento did not see him. So he got just like walk into C house and get body shot. That was a little bit of a jump scare,
he was looking for
as
the
he
medal,
said.
I guarantee you. But he found a sniper. Either way, a bit of a stabilized hold right here. Yeah, they're just looking for any pick they can get.
Oh.
They do get Fallen.
Yeah, actually, the gun was upgraded right as Banny pushed, and
That's
so
just
doesn't shoot
unfortunate.
during the upgrade, and so he's able to take down the sniper. That's going to give Yosh plenty of space to work
Speedy's
with
above here. If he knows where the medic is, he could get a force. As Nursey has come up on Uber here. No defensive sniper yet means you're free to peek on cart. Yosh looking for it, but he gets set on fire by the detonator. Good play by Mirrorman there to buy his sniper time to come back. So they're just going to wait for the cart to get to the first hill, then they're going to look to pop in. Dying to that detonator is Yosh, actually, so that's kind of funny. But, just really waiting for everything to be in place, afraid to do their first push here. Inevitably multiple.
Well, I want to see Canoids get everybody aggressive. You have no sniper up, or actually no, the sniper with the teleporter, he's already back up. He's already to the front line.
There's the Uber.
Comes out the Uber charge. Great holding on to this Uber, but they got to make sure they don't drop too many players. It was a solo Banny Uber, and it doesn't really get anything. Mirrorman goes down 23 seconds. That's an incredibly long respawn wave, as they still have 100% charge, but they have to be careful not to lose players to Yosh here, playing too aggressive. And the cart does go up the first hill for free, but when will Cat Noises pop the Uber?
Yeah,
so much they need to defend this. Look at how much ground they're giving to Froyo.
Yeah, their gun just got killed for free. The Ubers still had, and Froyo were getting ground here. They have U-turn, they have C-house, and they have cart path. Are they just gonna give this up without Uber? Well, here comes the Uber. It's a solo on the demo man. They do get Nursey. Great stickies from Jarrett there, but they don't have people in the post fight yet. Speedy's gonna try to change that. Bombing onto Yosh. Does hit a great air shot, and they will look to clear cart here, but Zilly and Banny walking forward, cleaning up that drop down area, and Froyo do manage to take this. Very late contest, and they didn't have everything in line, Cat Noises.
They just needed to go. They just needed to go. Cat Noises just trying to be too cute there, trying to hold on to that Uber charge. If they just pushed, if they just contested, didn't allow Freytech to get, the footing, didn't allow Freytech to get behind them, they would be holding on to this third point still. But now they need everything on the line. 6 minutes left on the clock here for this final point. Banny is going to be able to get back out despite eating a lot of damage from that sentry gun. Speedy is going for a flank play, very aggressive. will trade himself out, but Speedy down for 17, Garblugio down for 7. That is why you do not want to trade on the defensive side, but Freyotech loses a bunch of players early on here. Looks like they wanted to... I actually don't know what they were going for, because the F-Hill doesn't have Ubercharge yet.
Yeah, they were just looking for whatever pressure they can. They have time to, but for cat noises, you need to do everything you can to defend this. If they can get tiles, they need to get tiles. If they can get fallen angles, they need to get fallen angles. Right now, they're just holding outside of spawn, and while they will be down in Uber right now, they will lose 2. So, Furyo looking to take tiles and main, just walking with what they have. Full Uber advantage too.
The gun is going to get pulled back. Speedy runs into Garblugio underneath. Is going to win that 1v1, but Bene is going to chase him out as the cart is continuing to roll forward here. Jared just gets back up. The gun is back up. It's going to go down very, very quickly. And here we go. Speedy jumping on the cart. It's way too soon. Dilly denying him. I think they realized what they need to do against that soldier. That's running power. Demento on spy.
Great stickies.
Oh, he's not going to get stabbed there, but the force gets off onto Daff. Banny's going to go down, but Nursey's still holding on 100%.
They're trapped in tiles.
They are trapped, and they also know Demento's searching for them, as Garblugio is above Cat Noises right now. I don't know if they realize he's above them. Yes, they do.
Now.
He's going to go down. And
they
now,
need to get the force. There you go.
That's exactly what they needed. They're going to chase. They get one frag onto Mirrorman, but will that be enough? Here they continue to go on. Jared, oh, he gets disconnected. Jared's so close to be able to get out, and Speedy coming from main. He's going to get some damage onto Habib, but it's not going to be enough. They're going to hold on. 2 players alive here.
And Daff.
Daff, and it's that's going to be it. That's going to be the round, as Demento is going to come up, but it's not going to be enough. The cart falls into the pit. 4 minutes left in the clock, and Freyotech decisively takes that first map. It wasn't decisive. I guess it's a 2-1. It's not very decisive, but in that final round,
that round was decisive. They had time to spare.
That was much more decisive. Plenty of time.
Yeah, 4 minutes left for Freo to kind of play with there, but they do manage to collapse and take that point in onto Cat Noises. They kind of just lost players. That Uber got forced out. That's what they needed, but they didn't spread out. Their demo man got caught on the railing, so he couldn't spam cart. And definitely a strong ending performance there from Froyo. They have shown that Upward was picked for a good reason. And on to Steel here. Well, we can look at the stats for Upward, but my main complaints or my main questions to raise for Cat Noises is, do they have a plan on Steel to get their sniper in more better positions to contest Yosh?
Or maybe their hope is just that sniper is not going to be as effective in general. It is not a very sniper friendly map. Steel. It's a lot of tight angles. I mean, snipers can go off, but it is, I think I'd say more unusual than the common inside of that map. I mean, the final 2 maps, Steel and Cascade, you were saying that, are both maps which would you say are not very sniper friendly, and so maybe that's one of the angles that Cat Noises went with their map choices?
Yeah, of all the maps that were in the pool, I would say Steel and Cascade are probably the 2 worst sniper maps available. So, those picks definitely coming in, and if Cat Noises are able to kind of shut down Yosh off the back of that, then, the first seed was really crucial for them in this grand final, but we have to see them do it first. They might not have the best mental right now. They probably do know that, okay, that wasn't our map, so they will be able to go into this kind of with clean heads. If Fallen can start, doing somewhat of a contention, not losing out horrendously, then the sniper will not be that big of a deal on these upcoming maps.
And we'll see what they can do. I mean, it's the only round 1 is the one where Yosh was a little bit more neutered, but in that last round, Vanny also had a pretty good round. He actually topped for 28 frags, 27 to Yosh. Interesting that it was actually Jarrett who had the most damage per minute at 483, in beating out Habib by about 1,200 more damage, which is pretty solid. But it's just kind of like, it just kind of felt like I don't know. It just felt like at the end there, Cat Noises just wasn't really playing together well. But this is a map where it's very, very curious. It's a map where, with Steel, there's a lot of different points of entry. You don't need to necessarily play together. Usually, you actually do want to have kind of 2 units moving around the map, kind of trying to cap different points at different times or apply pressure. And so I'm very curious to see, what we're going to do out of this. I'd love to see if we can get a poll. I'd be curious to see what our audience thinks of this this next map, if Freyotech's going to take it in 2 maps, or if we're going to go into a golden. But I guess I'll ask your opinion first, Seg. Who do you think is going to win this map?
It's really hard for me to say at this moment, just because I don't know necessarily what the teams are prepared for Steel. I do think that, Cat Noises have picked this map for a reason. They have shown very strong play on it. And, whether or not Furry will be able to match that on a more, kind of a strange traditional Highlander map in comparison to payload. It's going to be interesting to see because if cat noises are able to stabilize, and they are able to play steel the way they want to, then they'll probably be able to take this, I think. Froyo has shown in the past that their CP Steel is super methodical. They will almost always go around the world, as we say, where it's, BC, D, or BC, E, and then, D if you get the chance to. But Canos has shown a lot more affinity for doing more CP Steel things, like the ABEs or even, heavy E pressure early. So, it's the onus is on Cat Noises to really make a statement here. And if Froyo can't respond to that, like they haven't shown they've been able to in the past, then I think Cat Noises have this map in the bag.
And it's actually these teams met on CP Steel, I think about 3 seasons ago, I want to say. And this is actually a map where they actually they were very close to giving Freytech their first loss. At least in the first round, they did it really well. But I mean, this is also a map that teams can adjust to, and Freytech does have some experience playing again on Prolander. This is a map that's been around in the series for a while. I guess both these teams obviously have played it a decent amount inside of Prolander, but yeah, I'm very curious. It looks like Cat Noises are going to decide to start out on defense as it is their choice since it is their map. Um, but yeah, I'm looking at the stats right now. Looks like we're about 50, like a little bit, just slightly in the favor of Cat Noises, or sorry, of Freytech winning this map. I think it's just going to be whoever wins the first round. I think whoever wins the first half, I should say. I think they're going to come down with this map. So whoever gets that momentum is just going to go forward with it. But I don't know. I'm a little bit curious. I guess what are the things that I mean? We talked about Yosh. Is there any other players that you feel like? I guess maybe we'll put it. Let's put it in this way. What are the players do you think need to step up outside of Fallen? I mean, that's an obvious one. Outside of Fallen, who do you think need to step up for Cat Noises to be able to have an effective game?
Uh, in terms of who I think is going to need to have an impact, more so, it's Demento on Spy because CP Steel is a lot more interesting of a spy map than Upward is. You can do things a lot more a lot differently. Decide where you want to attack, when, who you want to be with. I also want to point out the fact that CP Steel is a lot more of a pyro-intensive map than Upward, where pyro on defense is pretty good on at any point except for maybe E defense. So Freyo's lack of a dedicated pyro player may hurt them at that point, and Mirror Man may look like a big asset to Cat Noises. So look for that one as well.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting as we got 7 players on either side. I guess yeah. So if you were Cat Noises, are you starting out on defense or would you start on offense?
I'd definitely start defense here. I think it's the right choice because of Froyo's shown in the past that they like to go standard on steel. So if you know what they're going to bring, you should play towards that at the start. If you're able to defend what their standard offense normally entails, then you feel good going into your offense. And if you're not, you're way more of a creative team on steel. You have options to deal with it. So I think they're looking to kind of hit Froyo with a sucker punch early on.
I'm kind of curious to see if we're going to have Cat Noises run as scout on defense to start out with, because typically, I mean, you want some mobility on defense, right? Because you need to be able to adjust and maybe deal with an E push and stuff like that. I guess what are your thoughts on Cat Noises? Because they didn't run a scout on defense for a majority of the time. What are your thoughts on a scout on defense for Steel if they need a run?
I don't think defensive scout is very good for the majority of points. I think you're much more keen on running standard all the way through, where it's all the defensive classes, so no spy, no scout. In the cases where you would switch to scout would be E defense, because you'd switch off the pyro and onto scout. You might do a kind of swap where you give Mirror Man back soldier, you give speedy scout. And in the case of playing flank on scout on steel, defensive scout isn't really that good for contesting E because you have access to spawn, you have access to the spawn gate, you have access to better angles to play from, so you don't really need the scout to defend and to contest E on defense. You can do it with scorch shot to push people off the point and pyro to reflect the rockets of the soldier onto the point, and at that point you don't really need the scout. It's not crucial. The only time where the scout might be seen as helpful is if they're doing an offensive engineer setup onto E, and you need a scout to get there to stop it, because Pyro can't get there as fast, and Pyro also can't do as much to a gun as a scout. Granted, neither of them can do much in general, but it definitely isn't that much of a defensive asset having a scout.
I'm kind of wondering, as we're kind of talking about these classes and stuff like that, are you pro con flog on Pyro?
Flog is so funny because I come from many scrims in Prolander against River and against BM, and they run that all the time. And what it allows you to do is you spam B main with your Flog Pyro, build up that charge, and when they try to push upper onto that B drop down area where the heavy normally holds for the defense, you pop Flog, you run in behind them, you kill them all. And it's hard to defend, harder than usual, because you have to all of a sudden put attention into denying main. And because it is like a right 90-degree angle, you can't like stutter peek that pyro. His flames are just gonna kill you. So I do
Yeah.
think it can be very strong if either team has practice enough to do it.
Yeah, and especially when you have somebody like Mirrorman. Mirrorman knows his det jumps, which is like an important aspect of Flog, because you want to pop the Flog, and then you need to get as fast into the enemy team as possible, and usually that's some mixture of like a detonator jump or like a power jack. You can see him; he's actually practicing his det jump.
Yeah, he is.
In the pregame right now, where he's practicing jumping from lower B to upper B. But here we go. We are live in real time. And so we're going to get started with this first round. CP Steals' second map for everybody joining us here. This is RGL-Invite Prolander Grand Finals. We're on the second map in a best-of-3 series. Tech is currently up one map. They won on Upward 2-1. And so this is map point, if you will, as if they win this map, that'll be it. They will win the championships. Or if Cat Noises wins this, we'll go into a third map, which will be a best-of-5 on Koth Cascade. And it looks like right now we're seeing a pretty traditional kind of Highlander setup where you're going to run your heavy at the top of stairs. And I guess for other thing to explain is, I guess maybe explain a little bit, Zeg, about why we don't hold A instead of competitive.
Alright, well, A, it's very hard for the defense to hold in general because the only access to your own spawn you have is that small like balcony / staircase area. And if you ever get caught backing out there, you basically lose B off it. And B is a lot easier to hold for the defense because you have the high ground coming in, whereas on A, the offense, if they go on the cliff, they have the high ground. So it's just way more efficient for you to put your resources B and let A be the free cap because it's just much easier of a point to defend. It's closer to your spawn. It's just you have a lot more options. As A being a free point means Freya will put a lot of people on here. Sticky traps aren't able to get any kills. And Ash is going to be running offensive engineer, and he's going to run a mini sentry instead of level 3 here.
I mean, I guess, yeah, level 3, I'm actually not a big fan of level 3 engineer on offense here. I don't think it's actually that effective. It's like one-time gimmick, and either it works or it doesn't. There's no real downside of running out of spawn, but it looks like what's interesting is he's building a dispenser over on the A spawn. I guess he's rotating over to drop down potentially. It's kind of Protech is flank of scout engineer and soldier. They're going to go for a flank play as it looks like Protech is getting ready in spawn. I don't know if they know what they're doing. Yosh is going to go for a drop down play.
I want to interrupt you here. Yeah, the Yosh drop down play. What he's going to do is he's going to charge a shot, go down drop down, and try to body shot the medic for a drop here.
But
the medic is playing out of it though. He knows.
Yeah, Banny not able to.
Here comes Yosh. They don't see him yet. Now they see him. He's on fire. He's on fire. They see him.
Okay, but Jarrett does go down 19-second respawn. Josh is still down there.
Yeah, but they see him. Yeah, he gets lit on fire and sniped out. So Cat Noise is ready for that cheese play. The heavy up top means that it's a lot harder for the offense to push, so the Demoman will have respawn time. I want to point out the nest that Ash is making behind. He has a teleporter onto D, mini sentry set up outside of Wishbone, and the soldier with him. So they're looking to just add pressure whenever the main push comes in.
And Carson's going to lose the heavy v heavy. They're completely out of position. Daft going all the way back to spawn. And this is going to be having trouble. They're going to try to recontest this potentially. Here comes Jarrett back on the respawn. Are they going to go in together? It's just Jarrett right now for his team. Demento up on Spy.
They have
Recharge ready to go. But when are they going to pop it? Demento trying to get himself in position as it gets spotted out there. They finally get reconnected back up with the team.
Far left here. I don't know if they know he's here. But they got to pop Uber at some point. Here it comes.
Yeah, here comes, Banny doing a good job. Blasting him back. Banny kills Jarrett as he got disconnected from the medic. Demento gets found out there. Habib's going to go down, as well as Yosh on the back side there from the afterburn. Yosh, no, he's actually going to get an arrow to be able to keep his life. Speedy is going to try to recontest this, but yeah, that was weird.
They're just so late. They're not doing it together as a team. They're just kind of like, some players are dying, some players aren't going in, and they're just Ubering late, and they're not getting their value out of it. Like you think a team that saves Uber would. Froyo aggressive into Wishbone, you're looking to just roll into C.
Yeah, really baffling out of Cat Noises. They had 30 seconds to get the troops ready to all they had to do is a 7-man push, retake the point, and they would still be on the B point right now. But Cat Noises, they're gonna have to give up the C point as well. So it looks like they split their people. It looks like Jarrett went down to E for some reason. I'm not sure. I didn't see where the pressure was, but it looks like they're gonna go up C. And what giving up C does is it brings out the walkway onto that final point.
Yeah, so more classes other than just the Scout, Soldier, Demo, Pyro can get on. Basically, it allows you to make a much more concise combo push. Your medic no longer has to jump, and they will look to go back into Wishbone here with their medic. So a straight E push looking to come out. Demento is able to get a gun up onto into Heaven, but Yosh is in that lobby side spawn, so he's going to be looking for Demento here. Finds Jarrett instead, but
he will go down. Mirman takes down Yosh, but yeah, without Jarrett. And Speedy came from behind, but actually gets beat up very quickly. I think Habib actually had a sticky trap, which is very clever, inside a Wishbone. And so that's going to stifle that push. Jarrett down just for a little bit longer. Speedy down for... I mean, this is the thing, too, is that every time you see someone die, look at the respawn wave. It is like 20 seconds almost every single time on the defense. It is very, very tough. But Demento, the way he's playing this is... Oh, he gets sniped! I was going to say, you can't really get him. It's a really hard angle.
Froyo goes to a full lobby rotate here with Banny and Ursi. They're going to look to take lobby with Habib. Uber out here. They're just going to try to walk onto E with this. Engineer's down, so Gun goes down shortly after. The Uber looking to push into C here, or into D with Banny. Right now, they're kind of stuck in this connector. Yeah.
Oh, but they're getting disconnected. Their combo's getting disconnected.
Yeah.
They're getting shredded. Zilly coming up from this side. Takes them all down. Uber charge isn't being used.
Drop!
No, the drop! The Habib gets a sticky, lands the pipe, and takes down Daffodil. And now it's Jarrett. He'll at least take down Habib himself. But it's going to be Zilly going in for more frags, using that heavy, using that base health, getting so far forward. Mirror Man will take down one more. And so they actually might be able to defend this for just a little while longer as Zilly will finally go down. But Banny, with the backing of Nursey, surely will be able to take this and pick up two. Banny going big right there, taking down two. They're going to come down with the D point.
Yeah, 2 dead right now for Cat Noises. Those are really long respawns. Habib gets sniped out. That's super important for defending the point, as they are just going to walk out of main. Fallen from that E angle is going to get 2 more kills.
Wow. Look at that. I mean, they just shredded them.
They had to.
Cat Noises.
If they lose D there, then they lose main spawns, and the round is all but over for them. So they do manage to hold that, saving their round a bit here. It's only been 3 minutes. They need to buy more time.
Demento up on Spy. He's going to get behind Yosh right now, going for the... Actually, he's just going to go for the revolver kill. Yeah, which I think is probably the safer play. Here comes in Bandy. They're going for the deep push again. Daffodil disconnected. Easily gets gained up there. And now they're going to have times 2 on to this point.
Yeah.
Will... I don't know if they're going to try to recontest this again. The conch, though, or some banner.
Yeah, with Daff and Carson dead, as well as Jarrett, you have nothing to repress this with. And I think Carson's going to come up too late. And if your heavy's too late to get the spawn gate, your medic is too. So they have to go all the way through Wishbone if they want to contest this E point. Froyo are keen to take this in a fairly good time.
Yeah, looks like they have they're still holding on to the banner. They're actually going to come
instead.
from D. Yeah, and this is actually the one that you can't get headshot with. Coming out, and they're going to start to try to get some ground.
Banner,
oh my
but
god, they get deleted right there trying to walk out. Mirror Man on the flank play, doing a good job at pinstream, but it's not enough. Carson way behind. And I don't see how there's any chance for Cat Noises to hold on to this. They're going to need a miracle like triple stab by Demento, but he's not even going for the point.
He's going for the NG in Heaven.
Which I don't even know what that benefit is. Oh, what a surf
He's out of there, yeah. He's got to go now, though. Yeah,
here we go, Mirror Man going for a miracle play, gets the pyro jump in, nope, he gets denied.
Too little, too late.
25? I mean, that's a very solid, that's a very fast time, but not one that is like impossible to catch up to.
It's fast in the context of going around the world. And I do want to point out what I said is, Froyo, everyone knows that they go all the way around on Steely. They cap every point. And 6.5 minutes for every point is pretty good. But 6.5 minutes for any less amount of points isn't looking as good. And now that Cat Noises know what they have to do, it's up to Froyo to kind of defend whatever Cat Noises decides to bring out. Demento on Spy is definitely going to be very threatening on offense, more so than defense. So, really, if Cat Noises wants to win Grand Finals, they have to show here that they, like why they picked this map.
Yeah, it's going to be curious to see what they can do. I'd love to see out of Cat Noises, maybe doing like an A-B push and then going straight for E. Like, don't even try to go for C. I'm guessing they're going to take... I'm guessing by the time to get B, if I had to say, I'm going to say that they're going to have like 2 minutes left in the clock. And just go for a straight E push. Get your Demo Man covering the spawn with a Soldier in Heaven. Get the Scout onto the point. Maybe your Pyro as well to reflect any spam that can come out. Have your Heavy hold in Wishbone. They need to pull out something big here. But I'm very curious. Demento is going to get an early stab here on Yosh. Yosh, 23 seconds. I had no idea respawn waits was so long at the start here. It's not going to make that much of a difference, but still.
Dying when A isn't capped yet really isn't that big of a deal. Demento gets traded out as well. Look at Fallen walking in for a cheesy shot. Vandy on Spy? Okay, he got speedy. Gets traded out, but funny, but doesn't really do much. You know, both teams 2 players down. Just gonna, you know, wait for everyone to be up to contest this B point. Mirrorman goes down drop down early, so Demento getting zillion that. Why is he so far forward? Either way, that's a man advantage to play with now. Cat noises. They're looking to walk into B here.
Demento's getting himself into position. This gun is going to be sappable
Yosh.
if he wants it. Yosh goes down.
He
and
gets
he gets
the
the
sap
sap. And he gets away. He's going to be able to keep alive. If they get any pressure on that gun, it's going to go down instantly. Ubercharge is going to come out. Demento's going to go back in
Save
for another sap. And here we go. Gun gets sapped again. Uber charge is being traded right now. Jared trying to get some damage onto Habib. Much better charge for Uber. Habib so far below. Nursey getting caught out as well. Nursey now to 1 HP. Just needs to be hit just a little bit, but she's hiding in the dispenser. She's being kept alive. Zilly's still there. It gets popped up. She serves out. She's still alive. They get fragged. Demento's chasing her in his bomb, but
oh my god, Demento.
The last second revolver kill. And that's actually better. I mean, that just puts her that much longer down, and that's exactly the start needed for Cat Noises.
Fantastic play by Demento. He got sniper, engineer, gun, heavy, and medic in that push. That Spy on offense coming in huge as he's top scoring his team right now. But, you know, for 5 minutes, it's super good for them. They can definitely do this. They're looking for straight E pressure here, which is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I love this. I love this straight E pressure, because you can see Froytech, they didn't even expect this. They put everybody on C. And look at time score onto the point. But, oh, they lost Daft, they lost Carson. That is.
But you have to put everyone in rotation now, and if you put everyone in rotation, then C's easier on respawn.
Yeah, Demirman's trying to chase down frags. I think he knows Nursey is underneath with Zilly, but he's not going to be able to get it there. I actually would have preferred Mirrorman maybe just holding on to point, get some capture time on there, but 4 minutes left in the clock. Well, they blew away my expectations.
Yeah, it's a good idea, just miss execution. If your combo doesn't die in Wishbone there, then Freo have a very important decision to make. But because that combo dies in Wishbone, the rotations are easy, and they managed to get to E and shut that down. So really just kind of a wasted minute there from Cat Noises, as the E pressure will expire. And what they do next is really going to be a big, you know, decider for the rest of this match. Nursey has 50% ad, Daff will not have. They need to find Fallen a way in, or they just need to wait for Uber while getting pressure all the same. Wishbone is the play here from what it looks like.
I honestly, I still think it's just go into E. Just go into E. Just force Froytech to have to take an awkward Uber, and they're going to do just that. Yeah, Gun's dead. They have control of upper. You're seeing Froytech. They're rotating to the lower spawn area. Jared actually spots that. Here comes the Uber charge. They actually might pop Nursey into the lower area.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually only 3 players left alive here for Froytech right now. They're actually pretty low, though Cat Noises is not capturing. Demento is trying to go for a play on Habib, but he gets taken out there. But Jarrett actually just goes for the C point. Yeah, and that's actually a good play right there.
Yeah, as I said, you make them rotate. C's easy on the respawn, so you know, a bit of contention out from Wishbone. It doesn't look like it'll be enough. Carson rolls into the point. They do need a cap here. No one's attacking on it. Yeah, they pincer. They managed to chase down Nursey and Habib, so they will get on the cap here. We'll have about a 50% ad if Daft starts charging. But, you know, this is great play out from Cat Noises here. They're very set to walk into last with an Uber ad in, you know, 30 seconds to a minute.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious if they're going to just go for D, if they're just going to go for E right away. I definitely... Oh, Yosh is behind. They didn't see him. He was hiding on Cliff, and he just barely missed it. He's going to drop down. Yosh is going so creative here.
Oh, he's him.
Oh, I think they heard the gunshot off. And so here they go. They're going to start putting capture time onto the E point. Ash is going to go down. Garbulio jumping on point, going to get easily denied. As Habib's coming in from Wishbone. Demento's still on Spy. He's going to take down Ash. A lot of capture time up on E. Only 3 players alive here for Froytech right now. And they're kind of trying to... Habib's trying to come in from lower. Oh, actually, they will be able to get it with the help of Zilly.
No Kappa right now because of that. So they will have to get their medic onto the point with their soldier. Fallen is back on the former spawn watching this. And when the sniper's watching, it's so hard to walk in.
Habib's goes down.
Yeah, Habib
Nursey
down
alone.
And lower alone.
Yeah, Nursey's actually... They're not going to chase, which I think is the correct play. Look at this. Time to go onto the point. And Habib's the best player to defend this. He's down for another 16. But here we go. Pyro and... Oh, they tried, but it's actually Carson holding in that upper area. Time's point. This is it. That's going to be it. Cat Noises, they win this round.
Yeah, Cat Noises coming out. You know, that's why they picked Steel. They're very good at, you know, making those rotation plays. Those plays that Furyo aren't used to because they go all the way around the world, you know. They haven't really been tested in this way, you know. So they... With that, Cat Noises have made a statement. You know, they said to Froyo, we'll do not what you're doing, right? And if you can't defend it, our timer is guaranteed going to be better than your around the world time.
They did just that. I'm curious to take a look at these logs. Logs for steel's always a little bit,
I look
not
at
as
Dementos for that
meaningful.
second half.
Yeah, Demento, 12 frags. Very impressive when you have your top fragging for your team, mostly on spy. Yeah, you're doing your job there, doing a really good job. I mean, but that's the one thing I talked about in the first map is that I want to see Cat Noises just have better team play, and I mean that's what they did. They did a great job. But Jarrett made a great decision to rotate out of E to get that C capture point, and that's where they kind of really it forced Froytech into an awkward position because Habib and Nursey were consistently playing alone. Maybe sometimes with Zilly, but I think you're going to see Froytech not leave Nursey, lone person on an island,
But
in the
that's a
second
side
half.
effect of the the out of meta thing that I won't say out of meta because it's really just standard steel. But the thing that Froyo isn't used to is because when they were forced to rotate between C and E, they got caught out in rotation. They didn't know how to do it.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, they didn't. They were just really awkward about it, oftentimes. But I guess it's one of those things too. It's like making sure that like your players know not to die. Making sure that you're not taking bad deaths because that's the other thing that it's this map is so much more punishing than any payload map because of the huge respawn waves that happen for the defense. And I'm kind of wondering. I wasn't really paying attention. I guess I'm kind of curious here is who had the most deaths in that game. I'd be love to see him actually on defense, like who died the most on
Oh
defense.
my
But
god, the most deaths in the game was Yosh, and that's how you win against Froyo.
yeah, I mean, as we said, this is a map that is not super sniper friendly. Fallen was only one frag behind, but it's just you take down Yosh, you don't allow him to get a stake in the game. Actually, Jacob Demento, he had 4 frags on Yosh. So that's one of the reasons that Yosh was not able to get comfortable because of how much
Yeah, you
pressure
pester him
Demento
on
was putting.
spy, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden it's a lot easier to walk in.
Whew. Well, thank you everybody for coming out here. We're currently in the second map. This is going to go into the second half of the next map as these teams have been really taking their time between every single round to talk, and
I
I
mean,
do
when you're
appreciate
playing
that.
for the greater amount of $2,000, you'll take your sweet time, let me tell you.
I mean, there's been some grand finals where you see instant ready ups, but I always love seeing teams actually take their time in between rounds, really kind of talk it over. Currently, this has $2,000 prize pool, Prolander grand finals. Currently looking at about 940 viewers. Thank you everybody for coming out here and hanging out with us. Hopefully, maybe by the end we can get to 1,000 if this game continues to be as exceptional as it already has been. Cat Noise is currently behind one map, but up on this one, so we'll see if they're able to tie it out and put it into a golden map. I don't know what you exactly call it. I don't know if you've ever really had a whole good
Turns
term
into a
for it.
BO1.
Yeah, basically, and it just whoever wins that's going to be the game. Don't forget to follow us. You can also sub to us on YouTube to get VODs. You can see all the action we have going on here. We have matches, Highlander season coming up. Traditional Sixes is going to be not too far off as well. Definitely get some hype in that in chat. But Zeg, I mean, I said whoever wins the first round, they're going to win this map. I said Cat Noises. That's where I'm sticking to it. Do you think Cat Noises is going to close it out, or do you think Furry Tech is going to put it into a third round?
It might seem a bit like deja vu at the start. Cat noises take a good round coming out first, and then, on Upward, Fryotech came back with 2 and won that map. But this is different. Fryotech, Upward was their map. They were able to play around Yosh and, make their defense work. On this map that's been chosen by Cat Noises Steel, I have a feeling they know how to navigate the map a lot better. Froyo just seem lost whenever things aren't, standard. Maybe not lost, that might be a bit of a strong word, but they're just unused to it. They're not used to it. And if Cat Noises are able to play rotations like they want to, I don't think Froyo's adjustments are going to be enough. And I do think Cat Noises are going to come through with this map and take us to a third.
Yeah, I think that as well. And I mean, the nice thing is Cat Noises is, you could kind of say they're kind of playing with house money. I guess Froytech is as well, is that they have one map to give, but Cat Noises also has one round to give, so they can make a mistake and they're not out of the game completely. Very eager to see what they have up their sleeves. And we got 7 in the server. Let me take a look at their live in real time as
They're playing Pyro Dodgeball on our screen.
I hope we can get that on. You need to get this, Dolphin. They are live in real time, so after this Pyro Dodgeball game gets finished up here, I think they're gonna whoever loses. Speedy, I think, is winning it for them.
Whoever wins this Pyro Dodgeball game gets the bonus. It's over. Banny killed everyone.
Banny, the ruining of fun. And here we go. The 5-second countdown begins. We're getting started up here. Second half of the second map. Can Cat Noises close it out and put it into a third? Or will Froyotech put it into a golden round? And here we go. As we get started up, Cat Noises is going to be on offense. They're going to be setting the time this time. And they put up a very fast... I mean, that was, what, a 5-minute time, I want to say, in that last, like, 5:30 probably? In the last round?
Between 5 and 5:30, because Froyo's was 6.5, and they capped with a minute and a half left. So yeah, around there.
Looks like Froyotech... I guess, do you like Froyotech's class choices for defense?
They have Banny on Scout here. Last time they ran him on Spy for a funny pick on A, so if you're just going to have him kind of be an auxiliary player, then it doesn't really matter what he runs at the start. The other option that they're missing is Pyro. So you have to think, what happened on their B defense that caused them to lose it? Would a Pyro have helped? In their case, I would say no. I mean, no, I would say, yeah, it might have, because Demento was the sole, the breaker of that. So if your Pyro's able to spy check and stop that spy, that could help. It didn't stop them from walking into B as much as it would help with defending against Spy here. And we don't see Demento on Spy right now. He's actually running Engineer and has a level 3 in main. So that's set for a couple of reasons: to stop sniper peeks, to stop spam peeks, and to stop Vlog Pyros. But, Freyo not looking to go for any of those. They're playing a really passive B defense, actually, where they're gun and combo playing near the point instead of up close. So I guess that's another reason not run Pyro.
Yeah, I guess they're starting to get a little bit more aggressive. Probably just to get Yosh heals as he peeks aggressively. He got a headshot on somebody and was trying to do Nursey. Eats a little bit of damage from Mirror Man from the drop down, but not enough to do much with. Fallen looks like he wants to make a miracle play. Jared's very close as well. Daffodil is still not committed. They know Nursey's so close. If they can just get a force off, that's what they want to get here. The gun is being repositioned, though, that you can't peek for free out of main right now. Fallen is hard scoping down at Zilly in this upper area. I wonder if he's going to be able to get the pick. And it's Carson pushing up here. Zilly is playing it so safely.
I want to point out right now, E pressure coming in right here for Cat Noise. Demento's getting a level 3 on the defensive E side. As Speedy went to underneath to get the health pack, but it looks like he's going to wrangle to spawn. And if Speedy's able to get Cat pressure, then they have to rotate someone. Daft drop to Yosh!
Oh my goodness. That is just abysmal. And Nursey's still holding on. I just think the E pressure is it's too cheeky. Like, it rarely works to force a team to have to. Oh, it's only like if a team like literally has everybody inside and you're not able to get any forward ground. I think they just needed to go, just try to make a play. Especially if they don't have Demento on Spy. He would have sapped that gun. They could have made a play already now. Going for Demento on Engineer, I think, just kind of worked against them. And now,
Spy now.
Yeah,
so.
He's off to Spy.
They probably figure we need a play on the medic. So screw the Engineer play. Let's try to get, as much as we can, with what we have. So Demento's Spy definitely is going to help them do that. He's in on Engineer.
Sap, and he gets the gun. And he's going to be able to get out alive as well. And so that's going to prompt the team to push him. Here comes the Mirror Man.
They got the force.
Yep, and so that now they're basically even in terms of, or they're going to have a 60% advantage for the offense here, but they did waste about some time.
Demento and Speedy are flanking.
Going for it, but oh my gosh, Nursey, great job using her team as, kind of blocking Speedy from getting any sort of ground there. But now with Cat Noises at a 70% advantage, they should be able to work off of this.
Demento wants Yosh. He's sitting in that area. He's actually going to go on anyone he sees, but right now they're just kind of waiting for people. Mirror Man gets piped in main. Jared going to get chased out by Banny. Fallen pick onto Soldier, not going to be, that breaking. Here comes Demento off from his team, but he does get a pick. So that's an important entry. No heavy. Speedy going to pressure E in response to that, so they have to rotate another player. B's going to be short on people as they walk in here.
Yeah, they finally are going to rotate over. That forces Banny and Yosh to go away, and they're going to give up this B point completely. Yeah. But I think that's in part just from the pressure from Speedy. But everybody was committed for Froyotech on B, and that is when you want to make that's a good time to make those B plays. And here you go. They come down with the point. I'm curious, what do you think the time's going to be here?
3? Around there?
I think 2:40. Oh, 3:14. Not great.
Yeah, definitely not the best. They did get it with rotation play, and Demento's definitely playing well. So I do think if they are able to, again, play their game, they can take this all the way to E quickly. Demento is on that Spy right now. He's going to be in Lunchbox, kind of scoping out for that Froyo team.
They know Froyo's not there. They know Froyo's not C.
Coming out lobby.
They baited it. They did the exact opposite of what they did last time.
They thought they're going to go E, so we can test it from lobby, but then they don't go E. It's just rotational gameplay that they get from that Spy information, and that is the freest C cap you will ever see in your life.
I have never seen such a free. Tech, they thought they were playing big brain mind plays, but it was actually Cat Noises with the spy who was able to scope it out, and there you go, C points down, and now
a game of chess versus checkers.
But here we go. We're going to see an Ubercharge used out. Speedy going all the way forward. A little bit better for the red side, but it's really going to be this post-Uber fights that's going to get anything. Mirrorman jumping up from the lower side. Jared
Ash is dead, no NG.
Oh, Jared actually landed a nice pipe on a Nursey, but
Dav
was just the final 10%. Yeah, Dav's going to go down here. And I don't know what that push was. I don't know what they were hoping to get there.
I think they wanted the force, and they got the force, but they were caught in such bad positions afterward, they really had no hope of escaping. So at that point, it's just get whatever you can, because again, the defensive spawn timers are starting to get long at 3 points captured. So any kills they get, they can use those to pressure. They do not get anything, though.
Well, it's like one of those things where it's like they could have used and stayed high, or they could have just tried to stay high ground and pressured that way, or they could have just used the scout and just literally ran back to spawn. Now they're at a 40% disad, trying to get through lobby here with a sticky trap right above it. Demento is getting himself into position, but they are aware of this surely now. Demento, he's going to go for Zilly, gets the backstab, ×2 onto the E point. Ash is going to poke at that. But, well, Jared's flanking, and the Ubercharge does get used. Daff completely alone, though. Habib chasing. Habib wants it. Nursey wants it. They're chasing him. He's in the corner. Nursey, he's going to get the saw back up to 25%.
So they do
look at Speedy,
pick
though.
onto Daff, yeah. So
Speedy?
If he can get this...
Oh,
he got it!
Gets it! Nursey
exactly
went for the...
what they needed. Yeah,
Nursey was trying to twirl in circles to go for the dodge. I love that. As I used to have a saying, when in doubt, twirl about, because it's so hard to hit, but Speedy able to land the shots, and that's going to put Daffodil at easily 20-30%, and his 5 pick onto Ash. Nobody on E right now.
Free pressure now for Cat Noises. They have man advantage. Heals are still down. They're spawning up just now for Nursey. Demento on this D area is going to be difficult to deal with. Right now he's, distracting, but ×4 on E right now for Cat Noises, and the D push is going to have to come through for Froyo as main is stickied off.
This is going to have to be a dry push. They don't have Uber ready to go. The advantage is in the favor of Cat Noises.
Lord A window.
Habibs, they're going around. Carson's going to go down. Daffodil, he knows they're going to come for him. There you go. Daffodil gets taken down. Oh, and it was looking good. Jared's going to go down. Danny will get traded out. And they try to make a pincer play onto Nursey, hit a B, but it's not enough.
Yep,
Habib's
the window.
Stay alive. Yosh! Oh, that's Fallen. Takes down Nursey with a full... It has a headshot onto him, and he's going to get Habib as well with a body shot. Ash down incredibly low. Oh, it's only 2 players alive.
Fallen going big from that window, but they need to walk into E here. They have all the people they need, but they're not at the positioning yet as they try to go in now.
But Habib's down for another 13 seconds, and that's huge for Cat Noises right now. They don't have anybody to really pressure this. Demento is going to get a stab on Zilly.
They don't see him.
Yes,
Vaccinator out for Nursey.
And yeah, so now they got ×5 onto the point. Ash is going to go down. Habib just respawning right now, but we got Carson inside that upper window, and that's a hard area that's really difficult to push out to. Habib getting some nice stamps onto the point. He's going to go down. Great cleanup, and that's it right there. What time are we going to see? 7:13. And that is respectable. It was 6:35 out of Prolander in that first round, so this is not easily, but this is definitely in play here for Cat Noises to defend this.
Yeah, Cat Noises, they had really good ideas in that round, The B pressure was good. The pressure onto, C when Froyo was rotating the wrong area, that's fantastic. But their miscues cost them just as much as their great play, got them time. All the failed B pushes, the engineer onto E that really didn't work out the way they wanted it to. You have to wonder, if they played, their normal B and didn't waste the 2.5 minutes that they did, this time would be, this would be a blazing time to go into, to hold for your third map. But either way, 7:13. Froyo showed they could do standard in 6.5. So did Cat Noises learn anything about defending standard?
We'll find out. Our audience apparently strongly believes that Cat Noises is going to win this map, and we'll see if they could do it inside of this half. Carson sitting in that upper area, pretty conventional hold. Speedy on Black Box now, which I like. Getting a little bit more defensive. Mirrorman, I don't think he's on Flog. He's using a detonator, though, poking. I would love to see a Flog play out of Mirrorman, though.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Like,
but...
how much air blasting has he done on defense? Probably not a lot this round.
Yeah, not yet at least, but either way, what he's running is gonna be what his team has to defend. Early level 3 from Ash this time, as opposed to last time where he didn't. Just again to deny area in main. It will eventually, get switched off of because it's not really that good. Unless they want to do a play where they push and they put it on the B balcony when they force the heavy off. But what they do there is up to them at this point. Right now, we see Garbuglio playing for E only, so that won't be that much pressure onto E. It gets taken out by Speedy. So Froyo, it's up to the onus is on them right now to make a push. They have most of their players grouped into. Is he doing the drop down again?
He's doing the drop down. Here we go. He drops down, looking
they know
for
about
a
it.
snipe.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah, he gets spotted out. He goes down, cleaned up there by the Sench gun of all things. And Carson drops down to get healed up, but there's still a teleporter. Oh, actually, it's going to get taken down there. Habib,
That's really
knowing
important.
that the teleporter is there. And actually, yeah, go ahead.
It means now the heavy can't get up there. If the heavy can't get up there, it's free for Zilly to walk up here, which is what he's doing. So now they have to play low ground coming in for this B defense.
Silly is going to work. The other thing too is that you can work your sniper into that stairwell as, if you have that control. And here we go, Banny. He's going to be coming through. Here comes out the Ubercharge going straight onto Daffodil. Gets the force off. They're just everybody falling through, but the gun is not being focused at all. Finally, Habib getting a lot of damage onto it. Will go down. Habib's going to trade out his left. And Nursey goes down. Banny is alone on the point. But the gun, the level 3 is out. And Nursey, oh no, not Nursey. That's going to be Daffodil keeping his life. But they have 4 players to defend this.
Nice shot.
Fallen's going to take a
Here's the
headshot
gun.
onto
They
Yosh.
need a spam class. Does Jarrett see it?
I think he's going to see it. It's actually the dispenser gave it away, but no, Jarrett
doesn't
walked
see
right
it.
to the sideline of it.
Oh,
and he's going to get... Jarrett goes down. The misplay's coming out. That's going to get an opening for Habib. He walks in here, gets a pipe down, but the respawns, they're coming in for cat noises. What can they do? Habib is going to be walking in here with Banny, but they're pressuring them out. And Jarrett's misplay of walking into the Sentry gun. Mirrorman goes for a miracle play, but it's not going to be enough. Demento up on Spy now. And Jarrett's misplay might have cost him that point.
Yeah, that level 3 Sentry on offense coming in clutch. It's just not expected from Froyo, and Jarrett getting caught off guard, gets bombed by Habib. Instant take there from Froyo. 4.5 minutes left to go the rest of the points, and here comes something new. B pressure from Froyo.
Yeah, I think they liked what Cat Noises did, and they're going to do this, that, but Cat Noises actually only has 1 person on C, but they're going on C right away. There's nobody for Cat Noises defending this right now. They've all fallen out. Demento gets spotted out, but what are they going to do? How is Cat Noises going to try to attack this, or are they just going to give up free? They have 100% ready to go, but looks like
they got to pop Uber if they want to defend this point right now,
they don't
but
care.
It looks like, they don't want it. I mean, they kind of fooled themselves. The same thing that happened to Froyo really happened to them. I don't know if that was a conscious decision or what, because 7 minutes isn't that comfortable of a time. You'd like to get a hold on most of the points, but either way, now they have full Uber, 2 points left. As the bridges do come down, Demento's on Spy, no defensive engineer, so no gun is going to be not that good for them if the full push does come in.
Well, Demento is causing some chaos back on the C point. He's going to stay. Oh, 28-second respawn. That's so crazy.
That's so long.
Yeah, that is, and so it looks like Froyotech, they're just figuring out how do they want to pressure this. That's the thing I love about Froyotech is you can see the decision-making process. They actually take the time before they go through an action. Mirrorman
calls Death Hallway to E to D.
Mirrorman spots them. They now know where they are. Banny is on this point. He's going to get pressured off. Habib, they're going to force the use here to keep Habib's life. Mirrorman's going to go down, and that's 2 players down for 25 seconds. But Daffodil used as well, and they're not going to... Are they going to have to give this up? They're going to try to repressure. No, Carson goes down. Demento's getting himself into position. He's going to defloat, but nobody... Oh, he gets 1! Almost gets... If he had the knife that made it faster after a stat, you easily would have got 2.
Yeah, maybe, but a Domo Man pick is good for now. They're able to walk into the choke point now, but too aggressive is Jarrett without support. Banny gets a kill. Good respawn bind there from Daft to save his life. But it might be a little too late. They're down Demo Man. The E point's already getting capped. And Froyo in a keen position to take this round and tie us up.
I really have to question Cat Noises giving up that C point just like Froyotech did. It really seems to be like one of the things. They lost so much. They give up. That's like 2-3 minutes you can defend there if you play it well. But here we go. Last minute. Mirrorman going for the flank play, but Nursey has 100% ready to go. Demento. He gets spotted out. Oh, that's so brutal. ×2 onto the point. Froyotech's not needing to watch this. Actually, yeah, they are just, and Jarrett's actually doing a good job.
20 health
it's
on
gonna
Pyro.
get taken down. Banny going behind though. Banny onto Daff, gonna try to get it. He doesn't get it, and they are actually not have anybody on the point. Habib's disconnected from his team. He's gonna go down as well. Daffodil comes
alone.
in. Demento gets it. Nursey's alone right now with it. Pops the Uber charge, but she's just gonna die at a later time. Mirrorman trades out with Jarrett. I'm sorry, Speedy. That is. Garbuglio's already up. Speedy down for another 60 seconds. Yeah,
Yeah,
but still,
it's
they
a
still
clutch
have.
defense, but the spawn times are so bad for them. Froyo just looking to go in and keep sacking for this point. They're trying to regroup lobby and D side, but without heals just yet. Now they finally have it to walk out, but snipers in window, that's so dangerous.
Yeah, the big thing, they got to keep Jared alive here. Demo is the best defense for this final point, but they're playing inside this lobby here. Demento does take down Habib, so there is no Demo man for the offense. Zilly is going to get taken out inside of this A corridor. Mirrorman's coming in. Mirrorman does take out one. They're defending this. It's just 2 players left alive, though. Jarrett is completely alone, and Yosh is going to body shot him for 50 HP, take him down, and now it's just Carson and Mirrorman.
Only
He's
two
going to
up?
run to the point. Yeah, it's just 2 players up. The couple respawns coming in. Mirrorman
they have to kill the scout.
Banny's gonna fall into the pit. Mirrorman's gonna live somehow. He's gonna get the full med pack. Habib's still up here. Fallen needs to get a headshot onto him. He needs to get something amazing. As Mirrorman, Demento gets a backstab. 2x2 onto the point. He falls into the pit though in the process. 52 seconds left to clock. Oh my goodness! Zilly's still up. Mirrorman, but it's just Jared. Can he get the stick? He's down. He's trying. He gets it. Are you kidding me? He lands a pipe onto Banny, but they're all dead. Fallen is up in 2 seconds. He can get the body shot. They need it. 2x2. Will they be able to get there in time? No, they won't. And Froyo Tech will take it with 30 seconds left on the clock. And you have to just believe that if Cat Noise did not run an engineer on offense there, they would be going to the 3rd map now.
So many things had such an impact there. Yosh in that window was not contested, got an ending body shot onto Jarrett. Jarrett was late. The air blast play from Mirrorman was almost the biggest air blast ever in the history of the game, but Zilly surfed it onto the outside of the railing. I've never seen that before, ever. Him staying on that allows him to clean up Jarrett for a second time, and then it's so close. Everything that happened, down to the wire. Yosh was in the window, so he can't get to that point. It's just Banny at the end, and he got the final kill required. They get that cap in so close. But you have to wonder, with 30 seconds left, even if Banny dies there, can they really hold for 30 more seconds with those 30-second E-spawns?
It would have been, I mean, it would have been very, very tough, you know, because, everybody was dead at that point. I mean, that's the hardest part about Steel, is when you start getting into staggered spawns. You know, it's really, really hard because the respawn for offense is so much better to kind of get back in there. But I'm very curious to see both these teams opted to give up C for free, and I'm wondering if we're going to see that again. I can't imagine both teams are going to be opting for that defensive play style.
Yeah, back on that crazy ending. You can't just say like, "Oh, Mirrorman, you should have air blasted the heavy more." Or, Jerry, you should have hit another pipe onto Banny. Those aren't things you can look at. What you should look at is the events that led up to it and why you were in that situation. Because when it gets to Steel E Chaos time, you know, that time exists in a different dimension. You can't look at that, you know, with a reasonable outlook and say this is something we could have done differently.
Well, it's kind of like, yeah, go ahead.
No, you can go.
Well, I was gonna say it kind of is like payload with transitions, right? It's like you can look at like why something happened at the very end, but if you committed too hard to second and then you gave up 3rd for free and then you lost in 4th, well, people could have made better plays in the 4th, but you really should have transitioned better on the 2nd point, right? Like you should have gone out earlier, and that's kind of what we saw here. I think from both these teams giving up a little bit. Even the B. I mean, I think honestly, Freud, you know, Cat Noises took 3.5 minutes to take the B point. And that was just devastating to them. You know, at the end of the day, like they as soon as they put Demento on Spy, they took it, what, like 60 seconds later? Mm-hmm. I can't imagine they're going to do anything creative. As we get started up here, Cat Noises is going to be starting out on defense. Froyo Tech is going to be setting the time.
Yeah, I do think that's favorable for Cat Noises because they'll know what they have to do coming in, you know, against Froyo's standard pushes. So, yeah, like you said earlier, Demento on Spy has been the play here. When they tried him on Engineer, it didn't work. Froyo does not run defensive Pyro, so it's very easy for Demento to walk in main. One of the reasons why Spy isn't the best on Steel, B, and Highlander is because you can't walk through main. Pyro's blowing flames there, you know, Demo's spamming stickies aggressively, and if the Pyro's perma-blowing flames there, you can't get through. Demento gets through every time because they don't run a Pyro, okay? So now you have a Spy who's in a much more aggressive position than before. And with that, they're able to just take B so much more convincingly than we see the teams take it normally. So, you know, that's obviously for the next push coming in. They have defense first. And I think that once they look at their transition out of B, they'll be able to put up a better hold. Because once they lost B, it kind of fell apart for them until the Chaos hold.
And so here we go, Froyo Tech starting on offense. Speedy on Spy there for a little bit. Opted to go back to... Speedy was checking to see what classes they were playing. And so they'll know that there's currently no Spy on offense here, as well as no... I'm trying to think what the other classes that they're missing right now. Heavy, no heavy on offense, which makes sense. I guess they're not. Yeah, I guess Zilly was running heavy on offense to help take control of that stairwell, but I guess Zilly is now going to be playing Pyro instead. But here we go. They're not going to waste any time. They're just going to pop the super right away to get the force off.
So
they're going to go for the trade. And Bandy coming in from that lower area.
Look at that float.
Habib, look at that great job out of Demento. He gets an air shot actually onto Habib there. He goes down. The gun's going to come back up. Going to take down Banny. And Demento goes down there, but that gun doing absolute work, denying this, and that's going to allow Cat Noises continue to have a very aggressive hold.
Yeah, keep in mind, that was a deny on Uber without your Pyro. Merman got killed out there early, so, you know, great play from Demento and Carson there to buy enough space that they're able to reset here. Ubers will be even. Yosh goes down to Jarrett, so that will buy them space. Carson drops down and teleports back up, but it goes down, so you're heavy stuck on low ground.
Look at
They
Habib.
don't see Habib yet.
Oh, he was one pipe away. He was so close on top of Daffodil. Bandy's running in very aggressively. He's going to go down. Zilly back on heavy, doing so much work. Zilly's still alive. I think Nursey was arrowing Zilly in that process. Fallen takes down Habib, but they did force Cat Noises to get into a more passive position. Demento with a very passive sentry gun right now. And but with Jarrett and Carson down, that's some of your beefier classes. And that's going to create space for Froyotech.
They will have time though. Level 3 Uber will buy them time. Winning the SPS doesn't exactly help helps Froyo's case, I should say. So now they're going to look to collapse on this. They need to focus this gun and force the Uber, but the Uber's fast from Cat Noise. That's different.
And they take down the gun as well. That was offensive. The gun's going to stay alive. Demento's going to go down. Habib's going to... No! Habib gets taken out. The gun will go down from Banny,
who
was hiding in that back area. Garbuglio from behind is going to get traded out there. The man advantage in the favor of Cat Noises, but are they going to be able to push off of that? Habib... I'm sorry, it's going to be Jarrett
Carson
pushing forward. Zilly goes down. Here comes the big bomb in from Zilly. Speedy taking down Nursey down to half HP. Jarrett on the point alone, though, is going to need to get an arrow from Daff, but Daff not able to connect back up. Finally will be able to get it just barely as he's even
another one.
This extended fight. Garbuglio gets the bomb in. Demento focusing down Habib rather than Nursey, but I guess there is a level 1 Sentry gun, and that is going to be the point in the favor of Froyotech in that very extended fight. And you can see the fast respawns going in the favor of Froyotech because they were able to extend that fight so consistently with the trades.
Yeah, 240 is pretty average for Steel, you know, like it might be a bit below, but either way, that's definitely a good time for Froyo. Now here comes the important part. How do these teams transition? Early people onto C for Cat Noises. They have Uber overplaying the balcony. Froyo want to go Wishbone, but they look and see people C and they're like, no, we don't want that. They're walking back towards E.
We'll see if they're gonna put some pressure time onto it, but Habib's still committing inside Wishbone, so I don't know.
They're trying to bait rotations here.
Yeah, I think they do just, I mean, look at this. Oh, actually, they get dropped down. Habib's onto the C point. ×2 on E, but Andy goes down, so that takes away any of that E pressure right now, so they can just hold
but
C
everyone, yeah, everyone's out of C now because they had to rotate over once Garbuglio got those kills.
They'll have numbers though on C,
yeah.
And here we go. They take down Habib very early on. They're going to win this fight. I mean, this is going to be a better Uber charge for Froyotech, but I can't imagine Zilly's going to hold this alone. When Mirman coming in on the flank play, Nursey's going to go down. They're going to lose this point. I can't see this going any other way.
The collapse has to be clean from Cat Noise, and it looks that way so far. They managed to retake this point. Soldier and Wishbone looking to get Banny. Yosh from the sea cliff does take out, or he's behind? Yosh is behind in Death Hallway, takes out Daff. I don't even know what this man does anymore. He's still scoping it!
And he will go down Yosh. I mean, how often do you see
I don't understand
a sniper v sniper in Death Hallway? That's not a very common thing. But that's actually gonna...
That's gonna buy them C point. They don't have heals to contest
going for a play. Look at Demento going...
Oh,
he misses
no, fail
he
stab.
misses it. But he's going to come back in. He might actually have a second chance at this. No, Cat Noises, they're giving this up.
Yeah, they gotta. Lost heals. So, either way, that's definitely better than giving C for free. You know, you bought yourself an extra minute on it. And every second counts, as we've seen so far. 4:23, you know, still a bit of an average time coming in. This is pretty standard from what we've seen overall. You cannot die, though, Mirror Man, at this point. Spawns are getting long.
Yeah, this is the big thing. Every death on Cat Noises really has to be mindful. You cannot go for trades. You cannot go for excess trades. You just need to keep it alive as much as possible.
If they don't see this could demolish any contest.
Yeah, that is a very cheeky spot directly underneath that E point.
They have to
you can
hear
see
it.
That. Maybe. I mean, you gotta have a lot of comms going on there. But yeah, it'll be curious. But they're holding it right now. Froyotech, it looks like they wanted to go Death Hallway. And they opted to. Yeah, Demento, they actually they know where they're going. Demento can spot them out right now. So Mirman's going to go for a pincer play, it looks like. And they're getting ready. Demento, you can see Mirman going at the same time. He'd go
they got on force.
Nursey. They got the force. Perfect. But Daffodil went down from a body shot of Yosh. I didn't even see where that went down. Looked like from the D side.
Yeah.
and this is just going to be...
Ash has the gun in heaven.
Speedy, he does have the gun in heaven. Will they be able to hold on to it? Carson takes down one, but only 2 players left alive here. What can they do? Demento's going to be on the gun, though. That gun's going to go down.
Yeah, it has to go down if they want to have any chance of contesting this. D looks pretty lost from right now. They need to get respawns and try to contest it with what they have.
They can contest D. Look at this.
Yeah,
they got Jarrett. They got Mirror Man.
Yeah.
They should be able to hold on.
Ooh, in from lower onto Benny, but the snipe coming through Yosh. Yosh is there with Ash and Nursey, so...
Demento is in a good spot. Nursey, though, right now. Look at this. Coming in, gets the backstep, gets the second.
Great double
kill. What a cleanup crew. Great job using that distraction play, and they're going to continue to hold on to D and have a sizable Uber advantage on defense here.
Yeah, this Pyro from Ash, not going to do much on that side, but Froyo do have positioning onto E, so Cat Noise need to regroup in lobby side and make a push out onto it. Garbuglio in flank, or Zilly flanking on that heavy will get taken out, and Cat Noise will stabilize in lobby here as if they get an exit pick onto Ash. Right now, Yosh slow peeking lobby, gets Speedy, but you know, they will be out of there. Daft right now with a full Uber ad, so stabilizing here at Cat Noise, and D is still not capped, so the times aren't the worst they could be for respawns.
Yeah, this is very well stabilized coming out. This is probably the best defense we saw out of either team this late into the game. And they are climbing ever so higher. Demento's getting himself in a position, so as soon as Furrytech pushes, he's going to be able to get in a stab. I don't know if he's on.
No engineer defense. Great sticky trap.
Sticky trap takes down 2. I don't know why they didn't expect it. That's so common.
Yeah,
and
you know
Jarrett
they're holding
taking down
at
Habib.
this point. You got to check for that. But that will cost them. The soldier will go down here as all alone. Trades Demento, but Carson on the back end gets flanked. So you will lose your heavy and spy. You still have Uber, you're looking fine here, but now you have to cede a little bit of the pressure on lobby. You just need to make sure you don't get a bad Uber here. Mirror Man doesn't look...
Yeah, a lot of... Froytech, they just walked in. Cat Noise was playing so far back. Mirror Man was going for cheeky detonators on E. And here we go. The Pyro going straight onto Jared. He gets the frag down.
They dropped all the players.
They dropped everybody there. Oh, catastrophe here for Cat Noise's Ubercharge is going to be used, but I have no idea why for Froytech. Carson is coming. They're going to try to contest this D, but they're so low health. Speedy has to be careful not to lose his life here to get on a long respawn. But they do have players up. Habib's down. They have a chance to contest this potentially, but it looks like they're going to just give up that D point and go for a solid E hold. Probably
and they got spawned, so they
5:30. 7:45.
Yeah, that was definitely a long hold in lobby there that Cat Noise has managed to get. So they do have stabilized here with a really good time. It's just how long can they hold this super unholdable position of having lost 4 points on Steel E.
Yeah, Daft is in no man's land. He's going to get taken down there. Jarrett is the last one alive here. I gotta imagine Froytech's going to take this next 30.
They got 3 in lobby to contest with.
Yeah, they gotta the biggest thing is that they just cannot take any bad deaths right now here for the defense, especially. This is when it's really easy to get in really mismatched respawn waves, but they're picking up nice frags here as Froytech's kind of suiciding in into them. Yeah, absolutely.
So they're going to try forking pressure here. Some people behind. Fallen's peeking from the D angle. Jarrett will go there too. Right now they're all looking at that backside.
Demento's in. He gets one. Gets the force up. Oh my god, Habib almost fell into the pit there. Demento gets out alive. And this is a win for Cat Noises right now as they are stabilizing. They're going to keep their medic alive. Nursey gets disconnected from Habib. Nursey goes down. And now Daffodil, they're holding lobby with Uber advantage.
Yeah, that forking pressure was so important. You had people pushing from back lobby, people pushing from D, and then Demento comes in from Wishbone, gets important kills, and they will hold that one again. But of course, you are on Steel E down 4 points. The attack is going to keep coming, and we have to see how many seconds they can milk out of this already great hold.
Demento goes all the way to the A window to take down Yosh, who was hard scoping into lobby there. That's going to allow Jarrett to push through here. Mirror Zilly's stuck and just needs to die. I don't know why he's not just suicide binding here.
He can contest in his mind, so he wants to stay there.
It's a choice.
Honestly,
that's
leave
for
him
sure.
there until you need to kill him.
There's zero reason for Speedy to kill him as he tosses an O-out check. And Demento takes down Yosh as they're getting so aggressive. What a hold. I mean, they got to be coming in to like a 10-minute time here on Steel.
Yeah, definitely super impressive defense coming out. They found a way to stabilize against Furyo's standard push. You know, Furyo again went for the normal around the world, but this time Cat Noises have an answer. They have the lobby hold stabilized, they have the forking pressure, and right now this is getting on unholdable time for Furyo. They just got to try to salvage what they can. Banny looking to do so.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is that they put too few forces inside of lobby, and so Froytech did a 7-man push through the lobby area, took down Carson. Mirror Man on the flank, though, coming in, takes down Habib. Trades out his life. Ash goes down. Yeah, they're going to be able to hold on. They lost Carson, but they took down 3. Mirror Man going for Garbuglio. They actually kind of want to get more, but they got to be careful. Yeah, everybody, Demento sees, everybody's there. Demento actually on Scout now, which I think is a little bit interesting. I'm kind of curious if he's going to switch back now to Spy, but Mirrorman at the store, Uber Charge comes out, great stuff. You look at Mirrorman, this Uber did nothing, and they're going to collapse back to D point to see how they want to try to recontest lobby. Banny goes down.
And Garbuglio die on the peak. It's such a good kite from Cat Noises there. They sacrifice their pyro for, you know, that Uber getting wasted. They kite back, and Freyo's aggression just gets completely countered. Right now they have lobby, but they don't have any E pressure. They do have Yosh though, and Yosh gets an opening pick onto Jarrett. Such a long spawn timer for your demo man, as they finally now have priority over E. They just have to start capping it.
Yeah, here comes in, big bomb in, Garbuglio, he misses, but he lands the final shot that he needed and takes down Daffodil. Fallen's gonna go down, and this might be spelling the end. Only one player left alive here, as Froyotech finally coming on to his final point. Jarrett and Speedy F, though, those are the explosive classes, and those are the ones that can defend here. Times 5 on the point. It takes about 35 seconds for this point to get captured.
Jarrett's coming lower.
Yeah, he's being patient, though. He's waiting. He knows he shouldn't peek until his team can try to help him contest. Here comes in Speedy, giving some angle, getting some damage on, and now Jarrett, here it goes. He's gonna get some types down. He's not going for stickies for some reason. I'm not really sure why. And finally, he will get the stickies out, but he gets taken down. Daffodil running in alone. Uber Charge gets used out. Fallen is gonna do something there. Here comes the Demento here, but it's not gonna be enough.
Spy crabbing on Banny.
Oh my goodness.
You ever just spy crab on Banny in grand finals?
When you put up an 11:40 minute time, you do whatever the hell you want against them. That is very satisfying. I mean, that's so much time to work with here. Cat Noises is looking like they are surely going to go into the third map, but Froyotech, I mean, they are such an amazing team. You really can't count them out. I want to be like, yeah, Cat Noises, they got this, you know, but it's
11:40. You would hope they got it for all that is just in Team Fortress 2, and a 12-minute steal defense should be enough to take it.
Well, we just broke 1,000 viewers. Thank you so much for everybody coming out here. Right now, we are in the second map. Froyotech won the first map 2-1. We're currently in the golden cap, or the golden half of the second map. If Froyotech wins, that's it. They win the championship. If Cat Noises win it, we go into an overtime map, whatever you want to call it. Everything on the line right now for both of these teams, as it has been a slugfest here to start out with. Every single round contested. But now it's going to be Froyotech having to make the miracle defense here on defense, working with an 11-minute and 40-second time.
Yeah, either we're here for 12 more minutes or we're here for a lot more. So basically, this is a long night coming out for TF2. Either way, first point coming out pretty standard. Demento, I don't think he was disguised when he walked in front of the gun, so...
No, he didn't. He was not.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. But these players getting tired, you know? It's a bit late, but... Either way, this will be standard coming in. I like they're having Demento on Spy. Demento Engineer did not work, so they know what works. Fallen getting a snipe onto Yosh works, and they're gonna get ready to push B quick here from what it looks like. Demento's
and there's
in
no
for
pyro,
Spy.
so they can just walk through. There's with the Wrangler up. That's the only thing they have to worry about. But Demento, he gets spammed out. And oh, wow, Zilly taking down another. They probably want to hold on to this push. Then I don't think they want to go through. The big thing is just now losing Daffodil.
Yeah, they have time. Yeah, you have to let your Spy walk through. You can't direct spam into main and expect them to get through. Like normally having a pyro. Yeah, without a pyro, you just gotta let him walk through. Looks like they're gonna give him a bit more space this time. Either way, things are standard again. Demento getting killed again from the spam, so he can't get in right now. It's a bit different, but Speedy's uncontested on E. Bit of pressure. Daft drop to Yosh again!
Oh my goodness.
How do you not expect that at this point?
All you need to do is just not play crazy aggressive. And Froyotech, it would have been so good because Froyotech just rotated 3 people over to deal with Speedy, or at least 2. And so Demento finally gets through. He's in position to go for the sap. Everybody's back up. But this is going to be, obviously, an Uber advantage. Yosh is going to get stabbed. Yes, he does. Yosh goes down. Here he goes. He's going to go in for the sap here pretty shortly. They take control of the stairwell.
Oh, I went for the stab instead.
Oh, might be a mistake. The gun, very, very low, though. It should be taken down with just a little bit more spam. One more rocket. Down it goes. And this is where I'd love to get Speedy to go onto the E point, but he's going to join this fight. Nursing holding on to the 100%. She's not popping. She's refusing to pop right now.
Yeah, we have to remember last time this exact same thing happened. Daft dropped on offense, but Cat Noises were able to pull it back anyway and take that. It looks like this time, though, they will have Uber back before that happens. Habib going down is a very good case for pushing in here, but Yosh responds in kind.
Daft is out of position. Oh no, Daft has 100%. I lied. He's in great position. He counterpops. He's going back in. He's going for the sentry gun. Jarrett's getting a lot of damage. We'll take that down, but how many players are there to re-engage? Yosh goes down. The Demento's being chased out by Banny, but he's going to stay alive. Banny goes down, trying to going for the spy there, and they're going to lose the point.
Yeah, Demento gets out, but that's what happens, I guess, every time they drop Uber on B is they get it the very next time. Maybe do it more often, but either way, 9 minutes to push the rest of the map. They're in sole control of this map. It's just up to Cat Noise at this point to close out the way that they want to close out.
And with the slight Uber advantage here for Froyotech, Mirror Man laughing as he got killed trying to chase down Zilly there. But yeah, look, ×4 onto the
Froyo are full committing C, so now they want E pressure.
Yeah, and we'll see how they did. Last time they adjusted really well. They went through the Wishbone, which is how you want to play this. Yosh goes down. You want to play that. You want to take back control of Wishbone to recontest the E point. But look at this, Cat Noises. They're not letting anybody die right now. Now Beep goes down. Oh, that's so huge for this E push.
Vanny's behind. He forces him.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And they get Nurse's gonna get the
look at E-Cap.
So much time. Look at this. So much time right now.
That gun gets Daffodil, but you know, either way, they're just looking for as much E pressure as they can. This is a win for them in the long term.
They're gonna get
so
the
much
Fanny as
cap.
well.
The Heavy's gonna clean this, he has to.
I mean, yeah, they're gonna go down, but this is not. Froyotech has to defend E now. There's like no way.
That's a full rotate off. Either way, that's exactly what Cat Noises wanted. That E pressure was so big. There was so much E capture coming in. Ash's gun is now on E to defend against that, so C might be the play for them. They need to regroup
Demento's
first.
checking.
C. Yeah, he knows what's gonna be where.
Yeah,
He's
Demento
called
sees,
no one on C.
Yeah, no one on C, so you can see that everybody's gonna
They're all
go
going
for
Cliff.
Yeah. Everybody's coming out for the C point. They're gonna pick it up for free.
Yep.
But this is actually really good because if they capture that E point, they can maybe even go for a fast rotate to E. They can do some dual pressure because D, you can't just defend D anymore. Like E is still like halfway capped.
Yeah, the cap on E will get pretty low. Banny's going for a med pick, and he does find that. They really
What?
did need that to try and stabilize. That's kind of insane. He walked onto 5 people and got the kill anyway. But, you know, C was gotten, you know, I won't say free anymore because you lost your medic to something stupid. But either way, 7 minutes. They'll have time for plenty of Uber charges regardless. It's up to Cat Noise to decide where they want to go. They see the gun, it gets taken out. So E is now a lot more open.
Yeah, they're gonna get ×2 onto with Speedy. Just Garbulio is the one who's defending it. Alone inside of the upper area, but this actually is pretty good. Nursey goes down. Mirror Man with a big 3K coming out there. He's looking for another onto Banny. As one goes down into the pit, but ×1 onto the point. Carson's gonna take on Zilly here onto Medtech. Yeah, and Carson's gonna win that. And this is Daff's just gonna stay on the point, keep the heals up. Carson's gonna go into this.
Zilly.
Yeah, this is it right here. ×3, and they have it on his point, but
Yosh behind.
He gets the frag. Yosh time again. Oh my goodness, but Froyotech is going to need a miracle. 3 players live, and they're trying to come out from a choke point. They have ×2 on D, ×2 on E. Froyotech, they're in Sophie's choice right now, and I think both are going to die. Here we go. Habib gets traded out there. Zilly is trying to make some forward ground. D goes down. No longer can they walk out that. Habib's caught in. He just realizes it, and down he goes. It's going to be Speedy walking onto the point. 6 minutes left in the clock, but they're going to need a miracle. Here comes Vanny onto the point. They don't see him. Nursey as well. Vanny, he gets one. Will he get another?
They get a point.
Speedy goes down. They defend this. Just barely a hair on the point.
It's so close.
Mirror gets pushed into the pit as well. They're holding on. Froyotech is doing everything they can.
Spy capping.
Oh, he's trying. Banny in a 1v1 against the Spy. He's going to win this. And Froyotech gets the respawns to defend.
It's a great defense, but you got to do that for 5.5 more minutes with awful spawns. Garbulio gets arrowed down, but you know, this offense is going to keep coming and coming. Habib goes down in that lobby, so now they're just looking at on Nursey on Vaccinator, trying to recover what they can. Vanny's alone here, not getting healed. Will go down. That's a 25-second spawn timer on him. So once a regroup comes in from Cat Noises, they just need to make one final push.
That's all they need, just one push. Habib's down, Banny's down, Demento's getting himself in a position. If he gets up the stairwell, I feel like he's going to do work. But actually, the Pyro does catch him out. Garbulio is being caught out inside of lobby. We'll finally go down here for 16 seconds. Not too bad of a respawn wave, as Daffodil coming up to 45%. But again, now they have they have Uber into Vax, so that should be an easy win. Habib might get caught out here inside of the stairwell, but a great arrow.
With him.
Oh, actually, no, that was also the Vaccinator. But here we go. The point is almost lost all of its capture that Cat Noises had it on before, and Daffodil's got caught out. Daffodil's completely alone right now.
Okay, at this point they have to not panic. They lost their E cap. Just regroup. You have 4.5 minutes. That's a lot of Ubers you have. You need to get that Uber first though. Daffodil did go down, so he's at 0%. We'll start charging now. Froyo holding the DE side, over the cliff. So you have a lot of options to work your sniper in. You have a lot of options to work your combo in. But right now, cleanup kills coming for Froyo. Again, any player they lose is so crucial because of those respawn timers. We have to see how Canners are going to decide to come in here.
Demento's also on Pyro, and I'd be kind of curious. This would be a really good time to run on Engineer because your respawn waves is like 5 seconds for the offense. Like, you could instantly, because if you just keep trading in, you're getting. But look at Fanny right now. He's coming in for a flank play. He's going to go into Daffodil. He lands one. He hits a second and gets the third. He's going to take down Daff, and the players are just being cleaned up right now. 3 players down here for Cat Noises. Make that 4. Froyotech ate so much damage, but nobody died besides Fanny there. And
it's
Froyotech
really
is
good split play. It's super good split play right here from Froyo because they have a couple players. They have Sniper Demo playing Lobby with Vaccinator. They have Heavy and Pyro playing Heaven to spam out, and they have flank players playing in Wishbone. And it's just so hard for Catnoise to find a focus.
And Demento, he gets spotted again. Froyotech's doing such a better job, kind of catching these players. Garbuglio somehow is going to live. No, Speedy will catch him on the back sight line there. Yosh is up in the A spawn, or the A window. No, he got spotted out, so he's going to run away. But they got to take down Zilly inside of this upper area. If they don't take him down, it's so hard to push this final point. And Yosh is rotated around. Demento is going to come into the A lobby eventually. And Yosh takes down Carson, just slowing him down 2 minutes.
Not Heavy.
Oh, Carson. Yeah, Carson's on Pyro. That's so strange. But now, this is it, too, is that it takes, like, 35 seconds to capture this point. Like, I mean, they need to do this sooner than later. Demento, he's right behind Yosh and company right now, but he's just going to play it safe. And wait, Froyotech has 5 players currently in lobby. This is looking disastrous for Cat Noises. Froyotech is so set up, but they have 100% ready to go for Cat Noises.
Yeah, keep in mind the cat time for Steel E is 45 seconds with ×1, 30 with ×5. So if they don't get onto it with like a minute remaining, it's going to be super hard for them to even get this point. At this point, it's starting to look a bit dire.
There's a sticky trap. They see it. This is it. They have the Pyro because they can run straight at Nursey because she has the vaccinator. She can't defend against everything. And here they go. That is the W1. And in Nursey, they take down Humpy.
5
They
kills.
take down Nursey. Make that 3, 4 picks right there. And they need to continue on. 1 minute, 55 seconds
All
left
the
in the
players
clock.
left
It's
are
to
in
take down
heaven.
another one. It's just Yield Silly left. He's going to go down. What an incredibly smart play coming out from Cat Noises, making sure that they had the fire resistance to go get, and they completely wipe it. ×7 on to the point. It is 1:40 left in the clock, but 4 respawns are coming up here. What can Froyotech do as they are going to be? They have to come in from the long way. Jarrett's already sticking it off as they are halfway up onto the capture. Garbuglio, Banny, and Nursey coming in from this lobby side. Garbuglio, here he goes in onto the bomb. He gets denied. What a shot coming out from Jarrett there as Nursey is going to do this. Banny on the backside. ×4 isn't enough. Jarrett's trying to distract. Here comes in Zilly. Will they be able to do it? Zilly pops onto the point, but Cat Noises will take it and send it to the final map as we go 1-1 here in the first 2 maps. What an insane push coming out there from Cat Noises.
I said earlier, what if we go... Yeah, I said earlier, either we go 12 minutes or we go a lot more. Why not both? We go all 12 minutes on that defense. It looked so dire for Cat Noises until they pull out the 300 IQ play. You need more damage types for the Vaccinator, get all of the damage types. The Heavy isn't as useful as you would think it is on E. He can't walk across the bridge as fast as a Pyro. Air Blast is useful, but the fire damage came in clutch for them at the end there. That collapse onto lobby was crucial. Once they kill the players in the lobby, they collapse in through lobby, Wishbone, everywhere. They kill the Pyro and the Heavy, and then at that point you just have to hold strong when you have the entire room to yourself. Cat Noises clutched that one out when it really shouldn't have been that close in the first place, but either way, we're going to the final map here. Max time on this grand finals.
I'm kind of at a loss for words right now. We're just seeing such high level, great gameplay coming out from both these teams. Froyotech stepped up huge on defense when you really didn't expect it. I mean, how many times have you seen a team hold 4 minutes onto the final point? I mean, that's just so crazy that they're able to do that. And it actually felt like they were going to win there. But I mean, it kind of was like one of these things where Cat Noises realized, like, we just need to stop suicide. They're stuck on Vaccinator. Like, that was actually the biggest thing that went wrong, is that Nursey was never able to switch back off. If Nursey at any point switched back to Ubercharge, I think that would have been a Froyotech win. I don't think they would have been able, because they basically were able to walk in. They were smart enough to bring Carson onto the Pyro class to make sure they can chase it down. They learned, I mean, they ran into Vaccinator so many times inside of No Restriction 6s. They learned how to deal with it, but man, just what phenomenal gameplay coming out both these teams. But as I said, I don't know what you think, but I truly think if Nursey was able to switch off, it would have been a hard choice for her to go do that. I think they actually probably would have been able to defend that.
Definitely would have been a very difficult choice. Again, respawns are 25 seconds, and that Uber takes, 40 seconds to a minute to build, depending on how good you can get that actually built with players dying around you with long respawn times. So they might not have been confident enough to do that. Maybe it didn't cross their minds. Maybe they thought Vaccinator was fine at that point. Whatever it was, the play was Vaccinator for them, and the play was all three damage types for Cat Noises collapse in lobby. So we know which side won that exchange, and we're playing more because of it.
And now we're going to be moving over here to Koth Cascade. It's going to be a best of 5, 1 through, no halftime. This is it.
No
One go,
halftime.
no halftime. That's it. We're going to do, there's no halftime inside of playoffs. We just do one straight go. And so teams will just have to go all the way through and do everything. I mean, we've been on here for about, this is going on, we're on 3 hours right now, live stream. The game's probably been going on for about 2.5 hours. These guys have to be exhausted, I am sure. But just what an intense game coming into this final map. And I mean, I'm kind of curious. I didn't actually take a look at the logs from that last round. I'm kind of curious to see if Yosh didn't do much, kind of similar to the first round.
I got the logs up. Yosh had 26 frags, second fragging the server behind Banny. He definitely was a lot bigger of a factor because it seems like every time that Cat Noises looked to stabilize something, Yosh was playing Spy Sniper, where he came in behind and just killed the medic. It happened multiple times, and he loves doing that. He just loves being that X factor for his team, and he came so close to doing it on that one, with all those kills onto Daff in the clutch. Other than that, like Froyo, the kills were even overall. Froyo had a couple higher fraggers and a couple lower fraggers. Cat Noises were a lot more spread out, which makes a bit of sense because they play much more grouped as a team, whereas Froyo likes to play a bit more spread out. But either way, coming in that I was going to point at the charges, but it was Vaccinator. Either way, Cascade. This is the final map coming in. For people who are not familiar with this map because it's not in stock TF2, it's basically a Koth map that is very demo man and combo centric. It's not good for Sniper. Sniper gets flanked from all sorts of angles in this map, and his sightlines are not very good. We might see Spy come in a lot because Spy can cross a short mid. We might see Engineer because mini sentries are really good on this point, like Viaduct. And it's really just going to come down to which team can play together better. We see things like heavies flanking underneath, I call the submarine play. You have your heavy go underneath, come up during a push. And Carson, look for him to do that a lot. That's one of his favorite plays to pull here on this point.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the difference of, you have Zilly as well as Ash, who've played this map inside of Prolander. I don't know how much they've played it inside, because I don't think they played inside of ESCA or anything like that. And I don't think either of those players are Highlander players at all. Whereas, you have on the other side, you have like Demento and Carson, who've obviously been, playing a little bit more inside of Highlander. And if that's going to give them, a little bit of advantage, a little bit of retrospective, Freytech, they lost this map to the third place team in the semifinals. They lost it 3-2. So, it's also one of these things where I feel like Freytech is actually like, they're deceptively like not exceptional at, I'm gonna like say this and they're gonna like crush and I'm gonna like eat crow like crazy. But it's like, if you look at historically, Freytech, when they had the best of the best players all on the same team, like what was the closest matches to them? And it was consistently on Koth maps. And I don't know why that is, but it's just kind of something to keep in mind here, where it's like, people right now, it looks like people are just slightly more, like maybe 55% in the favor of Freytech to win this map. I will go to you, Zeg, coming into this final map. Who do you think is going to take it, and who do you think is going to take the title?
I'm going to talk stats, and I'm going to talk feeling. The stats say Freyotech have played this map 3 times this season and have dropped the rounds every single time, and to teams that were worse than them as well. Cat Noises did not have to play this map in the regular season. They got a forfeit win against Space Force. So Cat Noises have never been tested on this map, but Freyotech has been extensively tested on this map and have not shown the best results. So Cat Noises have picked this as the tiebreaker map, as their first seed, in order to make Froyo uncomfortable. And if they know Froyo's weaknesses on this map, I think that they can take this very convincingly. And that's my feeling, is that they know how to play this map in a way that Froyo has not shown that they know how to play against.
Well, we will find out. Looks like we got baited. We had the countdown going in there. Let me take a quick look here. All right, I will tell you, we are live in real time. So in under 90 seconds. Well, there we go. Here we go. Countdown begins. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. We went the first map 2-1. The second map, we went 2-1. We are all tied up. We're in the final map. This is it. The grand finals, RGL-Invite. What will happen here as Froyotech is on red, Cat Noise is on blue. Banny's getting out to the point very early on. Demento on Spy as he likes to play. Looks like Mirman is meeting Garbuglio and Zilly, who are going underneath. Mirman getting himself in a position for an early pick on Yosh, and he gets it. And so that's going to open it up here for Cat Noise to play a little bit more comfortably.
Yeah, you know, Demento running that spy to mid, as we know he loves doing. Ash ran Engineer, wasn't that effective as his buildings go down early. Second kill onto Zilly comes out, and Froyo just going to see this point. They lost 2 players, too hard to contest this. Garbuglio's caught underneath right now, so if he gets picked off by Mirman, looks like he will get out. Sticky's in his way, though. Either
Banny
way,
behind
yeah,
as well.
Banny kills Fallen, so without a sniper, it's easier to walk forward. Obviously, it's not that big of a deal on this map in comparison to other Koth maps, but Froyo will come up on Uber soon. Demento goes down, so now you're down 2. Froyo looking to contest this with their Uber charge.
I don't even think they're going to use it. I think Jared's going to force them to have to use the Uber charge. Nursey is going to pop it back off, but the big thing is to make sure that you keep your players alive here for this post-Uber fight. The 2 heavies are fighting out underneath, which is this kind of funny long-range battle. But Froyotech, they kind of get actually forced off the point. Surprisingly, Banny going for a flank play onto the heavy, but he actually trades out his life. Surprisingly so, Mirman in that high left area is actually denying Froyotech from comfortably being able to get onto the point. They jump onto Habib, they're collapsing on him, they take him down, but they lose almost everybody in the process. But that makes it actually a 3v2 fight, make that a 2v2 fight, as it's Zilly and Ash on the point. Just the flex classes alone here. Jarrett runs into Ash. Ash should probably win that fight, but he's actually going for the frag rather than capping. Finally, they will come down with the point.
Yeah, they get the cap. Everyone dies there, and that basically means that, you know, whoever has the better post-fight classes wins. Demo Man can't do much against hit scan, but regardless of that, a minute shaved off the clock for Cat Noises here. Both medics did die, so the Ubers will be, you know, too close to really make a push off of either side. So right now, you just have to find a way in for Cat Noises. Yosh early snipe on the Fallen is not going to help that, but they have time to work with before Furry evens the clock out.
Banny's going to go down, though. He's getting a little bit too cheeky on Speedy there, who did a great job. Maybe not landing damage, but dodging. Here comes it. Oh my gosh, Demento had the backstab on Yosh, but he got popped up from Mirman. Actually, Mirman's going to get a lot of damage onto Yosh still. Jarrett is actually, look at this. Project is almost has everybody behind the same area. In the left-hand side, they finally have spread out a little bit, but Jarrett, if he walked across the point, he was going to do a lot of damage. But right now, Nursey sitting on about a 30-40% advantage. I'm not sure if they know this, because they could just completely push into, and they're going to do it. Here they go. They're going across the point with Banny leading the charge, going all the way. Jarrett lands a great pipe onto it. Habib going all the way across. Banny gets underneath main, is going to pick up the frag onto Daff, as well as Jarrett will trade out his life, but that's going to cause Froyotech to hold on to this point and take the lead in terms of time.
Yeah, and the sack does not come back in for them, so Nursey going to be on a 20% advantage. Again, you know, small advantage. They might have area to work with, but Cat Noises now are down in time. They're down 30 seconds, so they need to group up players. They won't have Uber. Ash does have a telly as well, so, you know, death timers are not as punishing for that defense compared to the offense. So right now, they're just looking to walk in with what they have. Spy in on Nursey and Yosh.
Oh my goodness!
And
Habib! Holy crap! Demento going so huge. They're gonna clean up the rest of them. Just 2 players left alive. Banny and Ash. Are you kidding me right now?
4 backstabs for Demento. I guess that's one way to take a point easily.
And Ash is gonna take down Jarrett in the process here. And Jarrett's actually gonna get put on a longer respawn wave because they're gonna capture this point. So he's down for 14 more seconds as Ash finally goes down.
Demento spawn camped Habib too. So that's
nice
another delay.
Yeah.
Demento coming out there with a bunch of kills, but Yosh is so aggressive.
Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me?
He's the farthest forward person on his team, walking forward, headshotting people like no one's business. Now they have a man advantage to walk on point here. It's just Carson and Daff here.
Demento's walking in, Banny's distracted. He's doing a lot of the spy checking for his team. Here comes in Demento. He's walking all the way across the point onto Yosh. His team was shooting at him, but Yosh does go down with that aggressive hold style. And so with Fallen back up, they might be able to work a pick off of that. Currently about even Uber, the point being captured back by Froyotech here, as they will work to take their advantage. Garbuglio jumping in with Habib, but they're not able to take down Daffodil, who's being able to keep his life. Habib actually going down pretty low with Ash as well. Speedy getting so much damage out, takes down Ash. They have the man advantage, but can they work off of it? They actually have Uber advantage as well. Oh, Daff at 100%. Willie Poppy
dropped everybody.
Everybody, oh, Daff.
Uber the spy.
Goodness.
Kill Habib. He's got him. He's got him.
Oh my goodness, he gets it, but
Oh,
I mean,
God,
Nursey
you
with
dropped all your
100%.
players for that. Now you're down a minute, no Uber. Nursey has full Uber. This is so hard for Cat Noise to get back into. Demento gonna go for Yoshi here. If you can get this pick, that's a decent entry. Will drop down, so not quite yet, but they're in desperation mode right now. They got a bomb for Nursey.
They get the force off Nursey. Demento's still alive behind. They're getting a lot of capture time here for free. Look at this. They're actually capturing it. Despite the Uber coming out, Zilly's going to go down. And they have the man advantage. Carson, a little bit, he was looking the wrong way, but he will pick up one frag. Banny needs an arrow from Nursey. Does that. He runs into a body shot. Habib disconnected from his med. Great arrow coming out from Nursey. Make that another one. Habib
If Jarrett can get Nursey here.
Nursey was so low. Oh, what an air shot from Mirrorman. Oh my goodness, and the headshot from Fallen. Are you kidding me, Cat Noises? As they're hanging on to this, Habib alone forward with his team. We'll see what they can do. Daffodil has huge advantage. Are they going to use it?
They've got 9 seconds left. If this cap goes off, then it's very hard to recapture this. Nursey gets out alive with 65%, so any frags that Cat Noises can get are very needed here. They need to get Nursey before this Uber comes out, otherwise the point is so difficult to hold.
And there's Habib, though, forward for his team. Look at this. He's just walking across the point.
He's all
alone. But actually might get disconnected. Jarrett, they need to kill him. But they're all focusing him, and now they get to push him from behind. They do take down Garbulio, but Nursey has it 90% ready to go. They're going to chase down Daft. Daft trying to go for the melee, doesn't land it, but still keeps most of his life. 2 seconds left on the clock. Supercharge comes out. They need to jump on it. Oh, they put it into overtime. Cat Noises, they have a chance. They're running out onto this. Daffodil going for the play, but it's not going to be enough. And Froyotech will take it with only 18 seconds left on the clock here.
A lot closer of a round than it had business being. Cat Noises clawed that one back after that awful mistake of Daft dropping all of his players and Ubering the Spy. Either way, 1-0 for Froyo coming in here, but that was such a close round. No idea what's going to happen past here. Demento top swing on the Spy, looking across mid again.
Habib and Banny top fragging for Froyotech. We said it was a combo centric or a little bit more, but Habib goes down early in this fight, and this is looking like Cat Noises will win yet another mid fight.
Garbulio in behind kills Fallen, but Zilly goes down again, so it looks like the same mid as last time, where Cat Noises get early cap, but then there's players behind them, and they lose players in post.
But they're not giving this up. Froyotech is still playing very, very aggressive, but finally, yeah, Nursey got to be careful here with her positioning. We'll be able to kind of skate back around that corner, grabbing onto the scout to get that extra speed. And Froyotech, everybody's back up around the left-hand corner.
Yeah, they're going to re-push with Uber the second Nursey gets it, so it's all about the post here. If Cat Noises can hold this for more than one rotation of Uber, then they'll have a really good foothold into the round.
Here we go, Uber charge. Oh my goodness, look at Jarrett and Carson's health. Great flashing coming out. Oh my gosh, Daffodil flashing like a madman here. But Carson down so incredibly low. He needs to get an arrow to be able to try to sustain this forward ground. They're both going to go down. The flashing was just not enough, and it's only two players left alive. Daff gets sniped out there. Fallen going for a miracle there. They're just gonna capture it. They're gonna they don't care about, he'll be going down for a little bit longer. But great push there.
Yeah, only 40 seconds this time is the first cap from Cat Noises. Froyo does such a good job going behind there. Habib jumped to the enemy bats and rained down hell from above. And Cat Noises have to find a response to these Ubers. It seems like their posts just aren't organized in comparison. Right now we're just dry pushing though. Yosh early snipe, but Banny traded out. Demento gives Nursey a saw, so 90% on Nursey now.
Garbulio though, he just came back onto the point, and they're cleaning up everybody on Cat Noises right now. It's a 2v4, Zilly from behind. That is going to be a wipe in the favor of Froyotech, as they're going to start to take the lead in this round.
Cat Noises have to calm down. They need to realize what they need to do. They need to get Nursey's Uber here, and they need to win post Uber fights. They need to. They won't have Uber for this contest, but right now they just need to get this Uber out of Nursey. They're bleeding time as it is right now. Fallen trying to get an angle to see, but Yosh standing tall right now.
Yeah, Yosh, let's see, looks like Mirrorman's going to come in this left side. Habib taking that teleporter. I mean, that's the benefit of having the engineer here. Instead of the spies, you get those fast respawns. Nice shot onto Garbulio. Speed's going to just force that capture point, and here we go. Overcharges out. Daffodil is going to try to get out, but he doesn't have the scout to get faster away. He's going to run with Demento, who's now on the engineer class off the spy. Banny, Habib actually got taken out there. Banny is on to Fallen. Banny's going to be able to keep his life, and Speedy on the point alone. Doesn't
Great
take down
engineer.
Ash. Yeah, they're holding on. Banny's going to continue to defend this, and Demento completely alone man on an island. Easily gets cleaned up there.
This teleporter is the low-key MVP. Every time, a trade goes off, Froyo just get back in that much quicker. Demento has swapped to engineer, so it will come back soon, but it isn't here yet. So Froyo right now with more people on the point, more pressure, and more time. They're a minute ahead right now.
And Habib should have been traded out there. He was so aggressive, needlessly aggressive, and Cat Noises was not able to punish it. And so now Mirman's going to go down as Zilly goes for the submarine play. Habib trying to get back. Arblugo getting pushed back. The mini sentry is doing some work here, and Cat Noises will come down with the point for free. They do have overcharge ready to go, but oh, they're going to use it aggressively, and that's a good idea because Nursey
is 85.
Oh
what a
my
sticky!
Goodness! Absolute destruction coming out there, putting stickies underneath of Nursey's feet and just destroying here. Habib from behind, pop Daff up,
is one.
Daff dancing, Daff 26 HP, living, gonna get the med back. They're gonna hold on. Ash is gonna go for it as well, but they're gonna hold on to this.
Teleporter is so aggressive. They got the cap, sure, but they don't have the health to walk up quite yet. They need to get regrouped first, and they will manage to do it before Freyo comes back, but they're already resetting. They have 5 players, 6 now with Banny up, ready to repush. No Uber for Daff at 60%. They need to hold off until he can get this Uber as the push comes out from Froyo.
Yeah, and they have a lot of players low health in the lower area for Froytech, but look at this, just getting a lot. Look at Froytech just going. They're going right away, but 80% here for Cat Noises. They want to try to stop it so they can at least... Oh, Frontier Justice takes out Banny from the engineer. Yosh getting taken down as well. Habib alone on this point. He's going to get pushed back. Oh my goodness, it's the Frontier Justice. Demento coming in big here. And they're going to continue to hold on to this point. They have a huge Uber advantage as well. They need to take down, I think they should, yeah, they take down the dispenser as well. It's a useful one as it allows you to get that ammo and play really, really aggressively. But now it's going to be actually Cat Noises taking the lead in this round. That was about a minute swing. But look at Yoshi's angle right now. I don't know if he's been spotty yet, but he's staying straight down onto Jarrett.
Yeah, ask and you shall receive. They managed to hold in time for Daft to get his Uber. So now they have Uber. Nursey's coming up soon. Habib aggressive from this point. They're going to pop the second they get it. You can tell with how aggressive Habib wants to play this. Scout in the back. He's trying to flank.
Questionable choice, but they're going to get...
There's the Uber trade.
Use?
Neither team had to use, but both used, so it's great.
Yeah. Something happened there. I don't know why, but either way, it looks like Froytech. Here we go. A big play coming in from underneath. Mirman as well as Carson. Mirman was just a little bit too early. Carson's going to go down as well. Banny just dancing around, being able to get back out with 18 HP. Garbulio in from behind, takes down
Point isn't
Daffodil.
capped yet, though.
Yeah, they're still holding on to this.
So yeah, Daff goes down. That's the win for them. Following the nice snipe on Yosh, but the important thing, Daff dead, Nursey not dead. So Nursey will have about a 50% add when Daff starts charging on someone. And 45 seconds left for Fro to hold compared to Cat Noises' 10 seconds. So a recap from Cat Noises might be the end of it, but they need to get there.
Yeah, go before Froyotech has an Uber charge. Force them to have to fight fly, and that's exactly what they're doing. Just force them to have, because if they get the point captured one time, they should be able to hold on to it. But Froyotech...
75.
Oh, they drop Habib early on here. Look how aggressive Demento is. He's going to go down. They capture the point. 10 seconds left on the clock. And only 2 players alive.
Merman in on Yosh.
And they take down Yosh. Nursey's chasing back. 2 seconds left. They're not even going to get anybody forward there.
Oh.
No, Banny gets it. Oh, but the sticky trap. And they're going to tie it up here. 1-1 in this final. Is there any other way that we could see this final map as it's so closely contested on either side?
We must play every round possible. That is how we separate these two teams at this point. Rollouts standard again, except this time Demento on Engineer as well, matching Ash. No more Spy.
I think that's I think it worked out well for them this last round. Mirman in that upper area gets Nursey with a nice rocket as Banny's going to try to contest him up there, gets forced back down, but this is looking actually much better for Froyotech. Jarrett's disconnected from Daffodil. And but Speedy goes down. Nice body shot. Banny's going to go down, so both scouts down.
Habib's down.
Oh, that's going to open it up. They're going to start to walk forward. Here comes a Mirman. Bomb in onto Nursey. One rocket.
Great
Make
play.
that 2. Takes them down. It's only 2 players left alive. And Garbulio is just a lone man on an island.
They got a cap, though.
They do have the cap. Eventually they will. Demento, I don't... Oh, he takes down Banny! He had 3 shots and he hits every single one. The man, the myth, the legend. I love it.
He said sit in chat. That's the BM right there. But Cat Noises come down to that extended team fight. Daffodil survived, Nursey did not. Full Uber ad right now for Cat Noises, sitting on the point. We need something from Froyo. They need a response for this. Some kind of a medic force. Yosh and Garbulio are your guys to try to look for this medic pick coming up here. Garbulio going down though on this attempt.
Banny going down. Here comes
Habib's
the bomb. Yeah, the mini sentry at least pushing them back a little bit. Habib goes down. Zilly goes down. Here comes an Ash. Not even getting close to touching Daffodil right there.
Daff still has Uber. Nursey 55% right now. There's still more time that's going to bleed out if they want to wait for it.
Look at this aggressive.
Yeah, players behind right now.
Oh, Jared, what is Jared's going to get caught out here? Oh my god. Jarrett,
Benny
he's
doesn't
so
see him.
low. He gets a sandwich though. Oh, he is so lucky to get out of that situation. Like Speedy also down to 11 HP. Mirman went down. I mean, I get the idea behind
Speedy's
it.
down.
Speedy goes down. Yeah, 2 players down. Nursey only at 88%. I don't know if I don't think they realize they have Uber advantage here. I'm assuming they're going to just use for a trade and just defend the point. Nursey, it does come up to that 100%. Finally, will use.
Habib though, so it's a solo on Banny coming in here. It will be a little bit better because the flash is coming out, but the dispenser stopping Banny from hitting the shots. Carson's still full HP.
He's still doing it. He's doing it. He's getting more frags, and they get the point, but they lose everybody in the process, essentially. And they're just going to be able to push up here. Demento! He gets another Frontier Justice onto Habib. Garbuglio down to half HP, and they're going to come down as fast as Freudtech captures, as fast as they're going to lose it. And Cat Noises is going to continue to build their lead.
The dispenser, the 8th man there for Cat Noises, keeps Carson health bar topped off. He manages to come in and get post-fight frags. They clean up the point and get it back. Small Uber ad for Daft, about 10%. Won't be that much. Right now, Freo trying to dry aggression. What a snipe!
Nice snipe. Garbuglio goes down. Ash does pick up one. Habib does another. So it's a 5v5 fight right now. But Freutech... Oh, Daft goes down. Nice pipes are out from Habib. So they're just going to bomb in. There's no reason not to. Just run in. Nursey eats a little bit of damage. Jarrett, he's going to stay alive here. He needs to get out. I was going to say, either he needs to get a commit or go out. He's going to go out, reconnect back up with his team. But Nursey now, 100% Uber charged, though they're down a minute and a half.
You will take 2 minutes of your first cap anytime, though, so Cat Noise is very happy with this outcome. Right now, they just need to do what Freo did, look for a pick, or look for a medic force, anything to get in. They have time to work with this time, unlike last round. So they have the time to plan it out, see what they're going to do. We have Speedy in the upper tunnel, looking down on their team. Carson pushing up left, bomb into the enemy cave, so they have both cave control right now.
Yeah, this is looking good, and we'll see. They're also coming in from underneath right now. Carson onto Zilly, eating a lot of damage right there, and Speedy on the point. The mini sentry is actually going to force him off. Jarrett alone, but Jarrett lands a shot onto Garbuglio. Yosh and Garbuglio both down, so they
Carson,
can play this.
submarining.
Oh, he's doing so good right now. He's going to run into Zilly. He wins the fight with the help of Jarrett. They're cleaning everybody up. It's just Nursey alive, and she's all the way out, so they're not going to be able to clean her up. But only a minute left on the clock. Yeah, and the only thing is, I'd be like, they should walk forward and take down that teleporter. Like, I know it's a small thing, but it does make a difference for this next fight.
Yeah, fantastic aggression. They push Carson lower, Scout top right, Soldier top left. They push people over main, and they just take that point with brute force. Right now, both teams Uber. Freo looking to come in quick. They need to get this point back.
Jarrett goes down. He was disconnected from his medic. Needed some charge. Demento using the Frontier Justice, not able to get a kill onto Banny there. But here we go across the point. Much better for Speedy. Going in on his Zilly. A lot of damage. Mirrorman came from behind, and they're just cleaning up.
The flank.
The flank is coming up huge right now. I think every single frag there was either the scout or the soldier, with one frag coming in from the sniper. And they're not even gonna look at that. They're not gonna let Garbuglio get out alive. It's like, screw you. You came in. No, you're going down. And Habib is alone
His
right now.
Spawn's gonna get super staggered. He gets fallen, so I guess that's technically worth it at that point. But you gotta die earlier. Now you have 5 seconds, no demo man.
Yeah, here we go. Last dish effort here from Freutech. Zilly's going to walk on the point. They're just edging it just to keep it up. Banny just touching as well. Here comes in Speedy. Takes down Nursey. Banny's so incredibly low. He's going to go down. And now it is match point in the favor of Cat Noises to repeat the championship.
One more round is all they need, Cat Noises. Every player on their team has a Dom except for the medic. That last round was just theirs. The first rounds looked a lot closer, but Cat Noise is looking to have control over the situation with that new engineer pickup from Demento.
And Banny eating a lot of damage out here early. He's fallen, taking down Garbuglio. It's a nice opening pick here. That's going to give Mirrorman a little bit more comfort in the upper right area. Speedy looking to submarine with Carson from underneath. They're getting some damage down. They're focusing. Zilly takes him down. Habib gets disconnected. Mirrorman jumping in. Takes on the sentry gun. Going on to Banny as well. Yosh is going to take him out with the help of Banny. It's actually a 5v5 fight. As good as that looked, Habib stayed alive, which is the bigger thing. Banny eats a headshot, though, walking onto the point. And so Speedy is going to get some capture time, but I think there's a little bit of misplay.
On both sides, Scout and Demo on both sides. Soldier Bomb in, not going to get anything, but right now they just need to walk forward. Whoever can get control of the point can get this, but the teleporter in fast is better for Freo. Their heavy's back already.
Yeah, but look at this, Carson being whipped in that top right side. Here comes the
Uber's out.
Yeah, and they're going to try to chase down the un-Ubered players. They're actually blocking Habib from being able to be captured back up. This is such a chaos moment. Carson, but he's going to be focused down by Banny. Easily gets cleaned up. Nursey goes down, but it's Freutech still has the advantage in terms of players. Now they even it back out, but look at this aggression from Freutech. This extended mid-fight, it will finally fall in the favor. No, Speedy, he's
no
not
one's
done.
favor yet. We're still fighting.
He's coming in
he
on
can get Habib easily.
He's going for it.
Habib.
gets it, lands it. They're going to come down with this midpoint.
That's Froyo's first mid-win of Cascade, and they take it through blood, sweat, and tears in all honesty. That teleporter coming in is Demento not prioritizing building that as fast as Ash is. Either way, coming back in, the point technically wasn't capped yet, but it will get capped now. Neither medic has Uber, 10% difference between the two. Bomb in from Soldier here doesn't get anything as he just 180s out. Dry aggression coming from Cat Noises here. They just want to press as fast as they can.
You're doing a good job walking up that left-hand side, but Habib's meeting him and a little bit healthier. Demento's alone on this point, walking back. Ash is actually chasing down this little engineer v engineer as Mirman is going up here, but Jarrett gets taken out. Here comes the Mirman, bomb in, denied easily by Froyotech. And this is looking very good right now for Froyotech as they are about at 40 seconds in and probably going to hold it another 40 seconds.
Yep, Daft coming up on Uber shortly as 85%. Garbulio looking for that great headshot by Fallen, followed by a pipe by Jarrett, gets that pick, snuffed out really early. And now here comes the Uber in from Daffodil. They'll have a one-man advantage as Ash and Carson come up at the same time. And they need this pick to go right, but there goes Jarrett, Yosh with that aggressive positioning. They don't see him yet. And that's going to delay the push, so many crucial seconds longer.
And so Demento gets himself set up. He got the dispenser, teleporter, and sentry up right now. But Froyotech playing very, very passive around their dispenser. Garbalugo is going to run into Speedy, who's actually, I think, on the shortstop. No, he's on the. No, he's just had his pistol out. I got denied. And here, they're actually going to go for a drop down play. Did they come out the left side? A little bit of a surprise.
Jarrett
they're going
dropped.
in for Nursey. Nursey got dropped. Oh my goodness, you're right.
He's going to drop too.
Yeah, and I mean, they got the force out so they can re-engage. I guess after this, Demento needs to die or get out right now. He does take down Banny, so that's a good trade. And Carson's going to go down here a little late in the fight. He's just going to escape with his life.
Yeah. Look at Yosh and the enemy bats right now. Either way, it was an interesting push coming out, but a total win for Froyo. Even if they lost Uber, kill Daft, kill them all, get more time, and now they're the ones who are 2 minutes ahead in this round.
Yeah, Cat Noises is not look this bad so far. Froyotech, it seems like once they get set up, they're so hard to push into. Demento back on Spy. Maybe they'll look an opening for a play, but no, he gets found out there easily. But this is a good job out of Cat Noises, just forcing Froyotech to have to re-engage dry. Habib went down to 1 HP, able to get back up. Banny down so low as well. Ash low, but they're still holding on to this.
Zilly flanked underneath, so he bought a lot of space for his team there.
They still want it for Nursey, 95%. Mirman's right in this top right corner, forcing Nursey back.
That doesn't have Uber yet.
Yeah, 88%, and gets killed.
Just
Brutal.
sloppy play right there from Cat Noises. Froyo might come with a full hold, but the cap went over. That's really funny, actually.
And they actually shouldn't have captured that. They should have let it. I mean, personally, I think you just let it go. Take it. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. There's 20 seconds
Yeah,
left.
it doesn't matter. This round's kind of in the dumpster for Cat Noises. Nothing they did worked out. The extended mid fight didn't go in their favor. The first real Uber they had was a complete failure out of Cave. Where they dropped players, and then their medic got blown sky high. But Froyo will take this round almost a clean sheet. But
can we just talk about how, like, we've literally played every single round inside of this grand finals. Unless Cat Noises gets a miracle 3-minute straight hold here, it's going to be, that's exactly what we're going to be seeing. Zilly goes down, they're getting some capture time. Garbuglio jumping a point, gets denied. Mirrorman going from behind. This is looking
Carson,
very good right now.
Big in the game.
Gets taken down. Ash in that top right corner goes down. Habib still forward for his team. They have a slight Uber advantage for Froyotech, but Carson, he was disconnected from his team. Froyotech still holding on to this. Jarrett getting pushed in. Speedy goes on to Ash, takes him down. Habib eating a lot of damage. Mini Sentry is up. They need to make sure they clean that up. And here comes it's a Crits Krig, actually. And it's going to be on to Banny. The one-man crew, and that is going to be it as we go into the final round. I couldn't have imagined it any other way. I promised a crazy game, but I had no idea that it would come to this, the final round of the match. We've hit every single one. Will Froyotech be able to take it away from Cat Noises, or will Cat Noises be able to do back-to-back series? Froyotech has never lost in the grand finals. What will be happening tonight as Habib gets his head taken off early in this fight, and that is looking very good for Cat Noises.
Fallen wants to win. Demento back on Spy, going for early decloak on Nursey. She doesn't know.
Oh my goodness, Cat Noise is stepping up huge right now with the pick classes, but they're bombing in onto Daffodil. Daffodil dodging, keeping his life. Great surf. Ash alone on the point. They're going to get some capture time onto this. They'll at least slow down the capture for Cat Noises.
They got to close onto Yosh, though.
Oh, here comes in Habib.
He's just going to die.
Oh, he got one.
One pipe, not enough. Either way, that was a valiant attempt, but Cat Noise take the first one. Yosh not killed, so he relocates. Fallen finally shuts him down. So this will be a good cap. Jarrett needs to live here. Great bomb from Garbuglio. Gets taken down afterwards, but first cap and a full Uber ad is Cat Noise's reward.
The big thing though is Froytech did take probably like 10-15 seconds off the clock there from Cat Noises after that fight. That was a really nice job them to kind of laying it out. I also want to point out that Ash is putting down a teleporter right away, so that's allowing Froytech also to contest a little bit earlier on here, where Demento is putting out a little bit later. Habib, he goes down to half HP. He's being chased down by Speedy. They have a huge Uber. They're going over. But they get denied by that headshot from Yosh. Jarrett has to be careful here on this point. He gets his head taken off there. They're going to defend this, but for how long Speedy's going to take down Yosh all the way through here.
There you go. They need to get that telly.
Yeah, that's going to go down. They're going to get this dispenser as well. Nope, the Speedy just not going to take that out for some reason. But either way, holding on, but Nursey
still holding
50% advantage.
Yeah, don't have Uber anymore. Nursey kept Uber, so they will have in a few seconds here looking across point. Cat Noises need to kite this out well. If they do that, they're in good position here.
We'll see if they can do just that. Daffodil playing right by that exit, but you know that's really easy to bomb into, and I think Froytech know that. 60% here. When will Froytech attack? They need to attack soon to make sure they use that advantage. Here they go. Banny going across the point. He's charging. They don't have a pyro to blast it back right now. He's going underneath. I don't know if they expected that, but he's going to get spotted out. Daffodil being defended.
Revenge!
Justice! Are you kidding me? Demento coming up huge right there as they take down another. They Froyotech, they're going to take the point, but how long are they going to hold it down to it? Daffodil has 100%. They don't even need to use it. They can just walk back on the point as the engineer is making clutch plays to hold on.
Yeah, Demento after that spy to mid where he gets a medic pick, swaps off to the engineer to be a man for his team. But you know what's good in addition to that? Killing the enemy team with crits. Either way, now Cat Noises are ahead about a minute, slightly over, and they have 50% ad. Froyo trying to drive pressure to force that Uber out.
I mean, Nursey's holding a little bit closer. They're going to use it. Nursey's caught in here.
Don't drop Jarrett.
They got to get in. They get it. They take down Nursey. They're going to start cleaning up these frags here. Nursey, I was going to say, it's just in a little bit too aggressive a position. Habib's going to try to go in onto Daffodil alone. Speedy is going to come behind and clean him up. Zilly's underneath as well. Speedy, yeah, finally they'll go down. Zilly's going to get traded out here very late in the process, down to 121 HP.
Such good play command from Cat Noise to recognize when they can go in. They go all in with the aggression, kill Nursey, and now they have 40% ad coming in. 2 minutes ahead. They have 50 seconds left away from being grand champions.
So Froyotech, they are on their last leg right now. They need a miracle to come back into this game. Banny is going to get an arrow. He's going to get a lot of capture time. They're going to have a lot of capture time on a lot of players down right now. Daffodil has to be careful not to get caught in here. 90%. They cannot drop Carson. They cannot drop Jarrett. And here they go. Daffodil getting, the last rocket. 95%. He was right there. And it was going to be Garbuglio come in with a huge play. They are playing, I think, a little bit too aggressively given how many players they lost. Speedy wants to go in for Nursey, but he's not going to have a chance, so he's just going to opt to get a little bit of free capture time. Demento back on Spy off of Engineer to try to get an opening for his team. 35 seconds on the clock for Cat Noises. They just need one good push, and this could be their championship.
Yep, Demento not aware right now of him being a spy, but Ash does bump him. That's lucky for Froyo. They catch him out. So now Fallen's looking on balcony at Yosh. Yosh gets the first headshot, but Daff, bomb to Daff. They lose their medic. Nursey does pop for it though, so at least they have that.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately they lose too many players in this process. Daffodil's gonna get back up here right now. Jarrett, you cannot lose players in the process right there. You need to keep everybody alive so you can go for an immediate dry push and catch, Froyotech off kilter. But they kept in a little bit too aggressively, got taken out. They're finally back up, but it's just more time bled off the clock. A minute lead still for Cat Noises, but will be enough. Demento on Pyro. I think, is that a backburner even?
Maybe. He might be going for some submarine plays as well. But Daff gets sniped by Yosh. They don't see his angle, and he gets taken down. So Cat Noises need to go in as aggressively as they can here, try to get whatever they can.
And they're going to do that. Everybody is being denied. And Froyotech is going to continue to hold on to this. They're still down by about 30-40 seconds, but given that they have Uber advantage, they are likely going to take the lead.
This is going to come down to the wires. Nursey has Uber coming up. Daff does not. 30-second difference separates these teams right now as Yosh posts up aggressively. They need to make sure they clear him out. They cannot afford to lose their medic one more time.
Here we go. Big plays coming to Jarrett. Very aggressive with his team. Demento back on Engineer off of Spy.
Here's an
Mirrorman
early Uber.
and Carson going in Demento. Daffodil, he's going to get blocked. It's actually the Engineer. He blocks Habib.
He's going
to
to collapse
get forward. Daffodil is all the way back at the enemy spawn. He gets one onto Banny. Banny is juking for his life there. And they're going to be able to try to get the frags, but no. Everybody is dead. That's a wipe in the favor of Froyotech as they are 28 seconds away from taking back the title.
No Uber for Nursey though, they use that. So we have to wonder what gun is Daft going to come back on. They could try Quick Fix or Vaccinator to get on this point. They will not have an Uber and they have 15 seconds left to contest this point. Demento on Spy jumping over the top, and here's the last push coming in for Cat Noises.
Speedy he took so much damage early on here. Demento on Spy. He might get spotted out there. He's going to drop down. He gets spotted. He goes down. But they do have a two-player advantage right now. Or can they work off it? Here comes in the big bomb in. On a Nursey. Pops her up. But the huge plays coming out from Habib. Lands the pipe to keep Nursey alive. But Carson comes down with the point. 30 seconds left on the clock here.
Speedy and Nursey needs the kill.
Speedy on Nursey. He needs to hit the shot. He does not land it. He beats Carson so incredibly low here. Vanny chasing onto him. Trying to do everything. But Jared comes in. Jared takes down another. They're holding on. Times 2 onto the point. Here comes in the Pyro place. Then you get Garbuglio. They get the Reflecting, but times 3. The overtime is up, and Froyotech is your grand champions.
Speedy beefs in the worst moment possible. Nursey gets Uber. They keep their heels. They walk across the point with that advantage. Daff got flanked by Ash's Engineer. Yosh got a sniper pick. Everything falls into place in those last crucial seconds, and Froyo are your champions.
Holy shit. Can I I mean, literally, I don't know of any grand final that has come down to the wire every single fucking round. I don't mean to swear, but my goodness.
Every second of TF2 possible.
This is insane. Absolutely insane coming out here. The class switching coming up from Fire. I mean, it's one of those questions of like, you know, Demento went Spy. He did nothing. If they kept an Engineer to keep the teleporter up, would that have made the difference for them to win this game?
Right? You got to pick on Garbuglio in the window, but you know, you have to wonder, is that one pick really worth it? He didn't get anything after that. He jumped down and got killed off by Spam. So it's just so many gives and takes. You know, what could you have done differently at certain points?
And that's always really a challenge. That's a challenge of Prolander, is just figuring out when, like, not only just like what you want to do, but then the class selection with that, though that wasn't as a huge of a thing. But again, I just like those small little moments. I mean, it just like Daffodil's positioning, you know, maybe being a little bit too aggressive when they know that they're down Uber. You know, you want to be in the point, but it's just that challenge of finding that right balance of being forward enough to support your team while also not being forward enough that you're going to get caught out. And Daff being killed twice in a row by Uber Disad really worked against him. And then players dying at the wrong times in that final round. I mean, just everything was in the favor for Cat Noises at the end there. Everything. They had a 1.5-minute lead. They had plenty of time to work with. Everything was looking great for them, and they just were not able to do it. I mean, that's just the quality. And also looking at the logs here, it's actually Fallen who top fragged inside of that map. 39 and then 30 for Yosh. Just crazy game.
Yeah, and you have to feel for Fallen Lord. You know, every time he makes grand finals, he plays his best. He plays his heart out, and so often, you know, the coin falls on the opposite side of his. And excellent performance from him. He got more kills than Yosh, lost the SVS by 3, but either way, he played out of his mind coming into this last map, this decider map. Cat Noises had more kills, they had more damage, and you know, it wasn't by too much. You know, 10,000 damage is kind of a lot. 7 kills, not that much. It's just Froyo, when it came to the clutch, they were so much more.
Yeah, it just insane. I mean, looking at these frags. I mean, also just real quick, guys, thank you everybody for hanging out with us here tonight. Don't forget to follow us here on Twitch to get, you know, you want to watch more Prolander action, you want to see more of this, definitely give us a follow here. We got Highlander coming up this season. If you guys like what we're doing, you like the production quality that we're doing, feel free to toss us a sub and support our production team a little bit. But thank you everybody for the support. We broke 1,000 people for our No Restrictions and our Prolander. Absolutely insane. We really couldn't have done this without all of your support. We really do appreciate it. So definitely check out RGL Highlander as well, as that's going to be coming up here very, very shortly. But yeah, I mean, it's just so crazy. Habib, the one big thing, Jarrett had close to the same damage of Habib, but Habib had almost twice the amount of frags. Jarrett actually bottom fragged that game, which is a bit unusual, you know, but he had a decent amount of assists. But, you know, yeah, I mean, definitely, it was like I think Habib was just playing so much more aggressively with this team. I felt like Jarrett was kind of awkwardly alone a lot of the time.
I feel like it's a side effect of how the teams play, because Uh, Cat Noises liked pushing with a lot more fork pressure than Freo. Whenever Freo pushed, they tanked Habib Banny over mid. Whenever Cat Noises did a combined push, you had Jarrett over mid, right? And he was either alone or with a scout at best. And when your demo man's alone like that getting focused down, he'll get damage, but he can't walk forward to clean up off the damage. And at that point, that's when Cat Noises likes to collapse in. That's why you see Speedy and Mirrorman with, almost 30 frags each, just because that's how the team plays. Carson as well, 30 frags from a submarine and walking forward on the sides. So I don't think that that's too indicative of how the game went. It's just the two teams' playstyles clashed so well against each other in this match. It came down to the wire, and we saw really, how the playstyles affected the game's tempo.
Yeah, it was super fascinating, fantastic game. Both these teams left everything on the battlefield. I don't know if there's really much else to say. Huge congratulations to Foytech. You deserved every ounce of this. Cat Noises, I mean, I don't think there's a lot of people rooting against you. I mean, obviously there's the Tech dynasty, and nobody wants to see the New England Patriots win to some degree. But you played your hearts out. You played a fantastic game, and it's crazy just to think a few moments, might have made the difference
In every
inside
map.
this game. Every single map, it's like they easily could have. I mean, they barely won on Steel. They could have taken it on Upward potentially. Just fantastic game all around. You cannot be disappointed in any player tonight because everybody did their goddamn best, and you just really got to give big shots, give some loves in the chat here for these players tonight. But we'll kind of wrap it up here. We'll give some love. You know who we should give some love to as well is our boy Dolphin. Sitting here, he's been streaming for almost 4 hours. It's not nearly, I don't know if it's as exciting as us doing casting. This has been a great game to watch. I've never casted a game nearly this good for this long. It's phenomenal. But make sure to give some love into Dolphin, man. He's just so consistently doing great work, putting out great production for our team. We're gonna take you. We're gonna rehost Banny to give him some love as a congratulations for winning the championship. Zeg, any final shout-outs you want to give?
Shout out to the same boys, my friends at Door, Alto, Zukima, all those people I have great times with, and shout out to RGL for, letting me continue doing this. I have a great time doing it.
Yeah, definitely. Really appreciate having you out here for such a great game. God, I wish we had on the front page for this one. That'd have been fantastic. Oh man, I'm still like I'm just like in a little bit of just like happiness. This is just I don't care who wins at the end of the day. I just want to see a great game, and that is what we saw here tonight, and that's what we strive to do at RGL is try to create a great atmosphere for teams, and great fun competitive league that's truly competitive and creates intense matches. And I'd be hard pressed that anybody would walk in and look at this game and not say that like this was just a fantastic one to watch. And so I think with that, thank you everybody for coming out here. We're gonna do a raid on Banny once we go off the air here, so definitely stick around. We're gonna raid Banny. We're gonna have some fun. Let's see how many viewers. Let's get like 400 over to a stream. That'd be pretty awesome if we were able to do that. Thank you everybody again. Dolphin, Zeg, Vox Day for casting, Elto as well. We had some other Flair who helped during the season. Thank you to General Nick, Yachts, and Piggies for doing the adminning during the season. Thank you to everybody at my Pug team. Don't forget, again, to follow us, subscribe to us on YouTube, sub to us here if you want to give us a little bit of extra help. But I think with that, I think that's all, Shiro. Thank you, everybody, again, so much for joining us out here today. I really cannot express, RGL was something that came out of nothing. There was a lot of people who didn't believe in what it could be. And I think this game today is really a sign of what RGL and to some degree what Prolander has a chance to be. So I really appreciate everybody who came out here to support us and watch this really great game. And with that, we'll call it a night. Get ready to see some Banny on this rehost. Help us raid, and we'll see you